fans of different rosters and the dialogue, storylines to be interested in, right? So you can take a different perspective on it. But yeah, if you're mainly an Optic fan, I don't know what woulda, coulda, shoulda, you know. Looks like APG's definitely pivoted out of competitive, at least for now. Or formal glaze. Yeah, I gave some indirect formal glaze right there, but I do think it started like a pretty interesting like segment. Like last year was exciting, right? Arguably one of the best years for Halo esports because there were so many new teams and there were storylines. Calling it 10-5 SR. We got scrim predictions, chat. What are you thinking? What's the final score? Assuming they play 15 games, what are we thinking, chat? All right, let's get Eli in the call. I do see the lobby forming. Excellent. Okay. Hello, hello.
Yo, yo.
Mr. Eli, how you doing, man?
Chilling, dude.
Good,
just
man.
got some sushi with the girlfriend. She's finally living here now, so
Amazing.
yes, sir. Everything's good now.
Oh, happy for you, dude. Thank you so much, by the way, for just like spontaneously, like I hit you last night, raised all this money for a scrim randomly, and you were just down to make it happen. That means a lot, man. Thank you.
Yeah, this guy texted me at 3 in the morning. Said,
No,
"You up?"
no.
And I was just like,
It was not 3 in the morning.
Bro, again? Like, why are you doing this again? I thought we talked about this. No, it was, no, it was like 10:30 or something. But yeah, no, I'm definitely happy for this, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think this is I mean it's different, right? Like I was not expecting to raise money for a scrim. Like this is a lot of money for a scrim, bro. It's kind of random, right? But people seem excited about it, and who knows where we can take it. So we'll just give, if anything, it gives more motivation, I think, to the pros, right? Like that's what they need, especially for FaZe. I want this team to be hungry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time to be one of the top teams right now. Every time they play, they're going to be getting paid. Like if they're in the pro league, if they're
Right.
now they're getting paid just to scrim for the pro league. Like, I guess
so
like
bad.
it's not so bad. Like, yeah, there's not a lot of orgs paying salaries, but there's a lot of ways for them to make money. So we're gonna see a lot of high level gameplay. It's gonna be sick.
Sweet. Okay, let's see if we can get you. So try to, if you have your camera ready, let's try to figure this part out. Can I pop your camera out? I can pop it out, and then if I pop it out, oh, hello, Eli, in the center of the freaking.
Hello.
Wait. How can
It's a new apartment, man. I just got this set up. So
no, you look great. How can I window capture the pop out though? That's something different, right? Unless of course I don't pop you out, and then we full screen you. Oh,
I think it makes more sense to pop it out and then just change the window.
Change the window. Okay, I can do that.
Like in OBS.
We pop it out. Yeah, because if you look on my full screen, I see you. Like, just in the corner, like on my monitor, just blasted. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Can I?
Oh,
yeah.
I see. I'm literally your entire monitor. Nice.
Oh, sweet. Okay. And then what I want to do is resize you so we're like identically sized, if possible.
Yeah, let me pose for it.
Yeah. Wait, so I have to hold control or shift? Oh shit! Oh my god! But then I don't like how that works. Chat, how do I crop? Anybody?
You have to right click it.
Oh, you hold Alt. Okay.
I didn't know you could do that. I thought you had to like right click and then crop. Now I'm learning something new from my stream.
Right, we're learning together. Okay, so when we bring the screen up, it's gonna have like all of their scores and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to move you specifically. So we're gonna adjust as we go, I think. But I want to make us both kind of smaller so we take up less space. Just because there's two of us. So okay, wait. Talk real quick, chat. Let me know if you see does it look like there's a delay in his voice? Go for it.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Test.
Yo, looks good on my end. Why not crop the sides and then have it side by side? It looks great, right? It looks good. Okay, what do you mean? I was thinking Eli sits on one side because he's biased to Shopify, and then I'm biased to FaZe. Right? No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
maybe actually
kind of works.
Yeah. No, I think it's nice. But when we get in the lobby, we're gonna resize and figure out a better way to do this. I think.
Can you make sure you can share your screen to me because you're
Yes.
going to be observing, right?
Yes, definitely. Okay. Let's jump into Last Shots chat real quick.
Someone get Eli an energy drink. I got it right here, bud. I did just get off work and I was editing videos all day, so brain is slightly fried, but we'll be all right.
No, you're good. All right, we're gonna just get a game bar invite. I don't think I can minimize you. It's the whoa, that's crazy. You change in size depending on what I manually do here. Oh, that's weird.
Nervous? I'm super nervous. I'm sweating. You want to see me?
So I can resize you.
Опа, Let's Shot переживает, что-то там, it's super nervous.
Do whatever you got to do, man. I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, hell yeah. Appreciate that. Just gonna toss you around the screen, flip you upside down. All right, we're in here.
I see your chair shaking from all that cake. I'm telling you, man.
You have to bear with my observing ability.
The dough culture is all kinds of effed up, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not hard. I mean, I figure as long as you just don't stand anyone who's dead, that's probably like the biggest problem.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Don't look, man.
What team is
Don't look,
Shopify
man.
gonna be? Let's see. Okay, they're gonna be
Never seen
Eagle?
Yep. Doing good, man. And that one too.
is it gameplay settings.
Was the NVIDIA container? Yep.
Yes.
I saw that. That's all good. I'm cooked, man. Did Ferrante overpay for his Herman Millie? Did you need a Herman Millie for your gig?
You go blue,
I
blue
think
versus
I'm,
red, red
I think
versus
I'm
blue. I
gonna
like
get
that,
the
right?
chair now.
Cerulean. Let's go cerulean and
Hopefully
vermilion.
I can get the razor chair now.
Done. Looks clean.
I sat in that thing and it's god tier.
Remove chat overlay. I was thinking we put the chat in a different location. You want to remove the chat altogether? I kind of like having the chat on screen. I could put them in like the bottom corner. I think I'm going to get rid of the dono goal. We don't need too many things on screen. I was going to put chat like down here. You really want no chat? Type 1 if you want no chat on screen. Type 2 if you want to keep it. We really don't like
I'll
the
be
chat.
right back. Hold on.
Keep in mind, like, if we have the chat, then in the future, when there's like a clip, then the chat gets to pop off. You guys don't want to see the chat popping off at all? And wow, you guys really don't want the chat. No chat, no cams. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think we're keeping the cams. It's got to be a compromise.
Tried to fix the lighting situation here. I think it's still not great, but
One cam is enough. Just make it smaller. I'd rather have no cams than no chat. Y'all don't like the cams? You can put the cams but make them really small. I'm gonna resize and make the cams smaller when we get into the lobby. No shirt, no chat, no cams. Got it. All right, you ready, Eli? Shirtless?
yeah, man, taking it off right now. Imagine.
Yeah. If we get enough subs, man, I might have to include you in the no shirt scenario.
I don't know, man. That's not like, give me a few months to get in better shape.
You look great. Hey, yo, there's so many POVs live right now. This is crazy. Trippy just went live as well, chat. We got a banger scrim happening with SSG and Snakebite. Did you see SSG play yesterday, Eli?
Did they play Cloud9?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Cloud9 was looking good. I feel like a lot of people are more focused on like SSG not playing great, but I'm more noticing how good C9 is. I think a lot of people are underestimating them right now.
Yeah, I think that's just because people don't know who they are, right? Like everybody comes in the chat like, who's C9? And then we have to correct them and say it's Sirion. And then even then, people aren't really entirely sure.
Привет, привет, давно не виделись.
There's a lot of like, they seem like
Ты очень вовремя, сейчас.
randoms. I think to
Сейчас
people.
такой замес
Lucid, the
будет.
caliber of player that Lucid is, he shouldn't be losing to randoms. It's like the quote that I see. But
Представляешь,
Yeah,
Шайвей вчера на трансляции 1500 баксов собрал. специально. Ради того, чтобы мотивировать игроков, потому что ты знаешь, сейчас же сцена, киберспортивная сцена, киберспортивная составляющая Halo Infinite переживает не лучшее время, и так как бы зарплаты не платят игрокам. И спасибо, что вообще иногда организации берут, потому что это уже не часто бывает. Вот, и у нас получается, у нас Shopify Rebellion как были с 24 года, или правильно сказать, 25-го, так и остались, грубо говоря, в том же составе. И они второй год подряд проводят свой, скажем так, маленький чемпионат. Получается, на прошлой неделе была квалификация вторая, на позапрошлой квалификация первая. Прошло всего 8 команд, и каждое воскресенье будут шоу-матчи. То есть 8 команд будут сражаться между собой. То есть, получается, 4 шоу-матча каждое воскресенье. Каждый из них по $1000. То есть 28 шоу-матчей, 28 тысяч выделяется на это. И потом, если не ошибаюсь, это будет сентябрь, конец сентября вроде бы, $100 000 LAN-турнир. У них на базе Shopify. Вот, в прошлом году они его тоже проводили, но там было 50 000, если не ошибаюсь, а в этом году аж 100 000. То есть это уже полноценный мейджор. Это при том, что в этом году только 2 мейджора было. Первый был в Англии, в Бирмингем, причем DreamHack проводили его. А второй был в Атланте, если я не ошибаюсь. Кажется, в Атланте, в Америке. Тоже DreamHack его организовывал, то есть там вообще все было очень скудно, просто там даже нельзя было где посидеть, чтобы зрители смотрели, то есть надо было стоять, просто смотреть в компы. Я уже молчу о том, что тот, который был в Англии, они играли на Series X при 120 кадрах. То есть настолько все плохо было, потому что Microsoft же обрубила финансирование. В прошлом году на чемпионате мира же это появилась информация, что они не... Появилась информация перед последним мейджором. Информация о том, что Microsoft не будут продлевать HCS, то есть киберспортивную составляющую Halo. Единственное, что сказали, вот будет вот эти 2 DreamHack, партнерские турниры типа мейджор, но не считаются за мейджор. И будет на Halo Fest просто типа какой-то там турнир на 150 000 уже подтвердили. И будет еще где-то 20 или 40 тысяч открытая будет, типа можно будет прийти поучаствовать. А для про 150 000. Ну это мейджор, это... потому что чемпионат мира обычно 250 было где-то. Так что это не дотягивает до чемпионата мира, как бы, не уровень. Вот. И да, получается, поклонники поддерживают сцену, и игроки сами тоже. Вот этот Last Shot, MVP, прошлогодний MVP за Shopify, он Save Halo запустил тренд, хэштег Save Halo. И с тех пор, грубо говоря, поклонники все взяли в свои руки, все держат в своих руках. Сами по максимуму продвигают. Ну, я же тоже как бы пытаюсь там, но просто что меня же никто не смотрит. И я не знаю, для кого я это все делаю, но я продолжаю это делать, как бы для русскоязычного сообщества, скажем так, развиваю эту тему. Вот, но, к сожалению, я как бы не в силах. Во-первых, я же в Европе нахожусь, а 90% игроков американцы или в Америке находятся. И если я буду обсервером, типа органайзером, организатором, а если я буду организатором, возможно, возможно, игра будет подтягивать европейские серваки, поэтому это никому не выгодно. Но есть один момент, видишь, Legend, LQ FaZe, Legend, он француз. Он живет во Франции, и как бы вот это вот все усложняет. И он вроде должен был к Баунду поехать жить. Они раньше так делали, когда они играли в SSU вместе. Это было в 24-25 году, когда Legend играл в 24-м за SSG, потом он с Баундом перешли в оптике, они вместе жили. Ну так, типа, ж выгодней. Аренда на двоих. Вот, но сейчас неизвестно, он переехал в Америку или он еще во Франции, потому что ему же нужна рабочая виза, чтобы находиться в Америке. FaZe их еще не подписали. Не подписали, потому что нету смысла сейчас платить зарплату. То есть у нас сейчас вот только Pro-лига будет, вот это от LVT и Shopify. И у нас будет Halo Fest турнир, но он будет аж в декабре. То есть до него еще, грубо говоря, 3 месяца. Вот, вот из предстоящего, что сейчас будет, это шоу-матчи вот эти по воскресеньям и, собственно, вот этот сам оффлайн турнир. Но это будет аж в конце сентября, поэтому пока нету смысла. Вот единственное, это сейчас полноценная команда с представителем, это Shopify Rebel, собственно, и эта же организация и дает деньги. Опа, все, начинают. Короче, вот такое предусловие. У меня, кстати, есть идея, как воскресить Halo Infinite мультиплеер. Что-то они как-то вебки странно поставили. Ну, это самое, онлайн будут шоу-матчи каждое воскресенье, а в конце сентября будет офлайн, кажется, двухдневный, если не ошибаюсь. Двухдневный турик. Офлайн, на базе у Shopify. Так, ну, я думаю, по футболочке видно, за кого я болею, как бы. Ну, это ж как бы мои любимчики были с 23-го года. Так что, ну, как бы, Redmi. Но я их перестал рубить, если честно. Сейчас у меня мои фавориты это SSG, команда Lucid. У них там команда андердогов и For the Kind. Они были Luminant Gaming, но Luminant Gaming их распустили, поэтому как бы команда осталась, просто нету представителя. Вот, это команда Trippy, команда Precision, Толик и Snakebite. Это сейчас одна из самых сильных команд. Они практически как-то выиграли Shopify. Потому что это пошло не так. Сколько раз... Они постоянно, конечно, второе место занимают. Сейчас непонятно, потому что FaZe, God Squad, два игрока, которые последние полгода были в Call of Duty за оптиков, сейчас они вернулись. Они еще перед этим играли в 2 на 2 турнире от FaZe. Он проходил в июне. Вот недавно. Они заняли, кажется, топ-3 или топ-4. Но они в второй квалификации. То есть там прикол в том, что они пропустили первую квалификацию. Им надо было во второй, вот типа сейчас выиграть или нет. И они выиграли всех во второй квалификации. Но, к сожалению, сам турнир они не выиграли. Выиграл, кстати, Bound и Stellar, который вот сейчас в FaZe. Правда, он что-то перепутал. FaZe надо справа, Shopify слева. А то у него как-то типа в игре Shopify слева, FaZe справа, а сверху графа не... Короче, ладно. Это такое... Это же аматорская организация, как видишь. Так что такое. Лидирует, кстати, FaZe, если я не перепутал тут стороны, потому что это как-то... Все он поперепутал, непонятно. Не, Shopify уже... Убили двоих, FaZe, троих убили. Догоняют их по времени.
It's a flow, for sure. Especially when the weapons, the camos come up, just making sure that we're locked in with the right stuff. But you can see just multiple attempts at a break on ball off the open here. Hopefully a steal on the sniper too. Renegade looking for it. Maybe they'll start cooking. What a beautiful turn double. He'll smack him up real quick. Might be a chance here.
Yeah, that was like the body shot melee was so fast. I mean, he did it within a matter of frames.
То есть, как бы, в чем была задумка и почему вообще Microsoft обрубили поддержку на этот год, это потому что они думали, что Halo Studios уже в этом году выпустят новую игру. И поэтому они уже думали, ладно, будем... Ух, какой ноускоп у Stellar. Они хотели отдаляться от Infinite, чтобы игроки уже готовились к новой игре, но... по всем слухам и сливам, видимо, мы не увидим в этом году новую игру. Не факт, что даже бетка выйдет. Поэтому сейчас единственное правильным решением для Microsoft будет увеличить призовой фонд, призовые на Halo Fest, чтобы еще больше была мотивация у проигроков, чтобы они окончательно не забили на игру. Потому что некоторые уже перешли в Call of Duty. Оптики вообще ушли. Если раньше они были гигантами или там чуть ли не самой крутой, самой богатой организации в Halo Infinite, то сейчас их вообще нету, их нету в этом году. Они распустили свою команду, а лидер команды Formal, он комментирует турниры по... Ну, просто, типа, комментирует своих ребят по Call of Duty. Да, не будет. Но вот я думаю, я к чему? Как можно воскресить Infinite, потому что, ну, будем честны, игра охуенная. Игра охуенная, игровой процесс охрененный, очень приятно играть. Но лично я получаю одно только наслаждение. Да, есть, конечно, свои моменты в плане графики, освещения, особенно на открытой местности. Там бывают какие-то pop-in в плане текстур. Но это в основном касается сюжетки, а вот в мультиплеере я что давно не замечал никаких проблем. Механики многие работают на ура. И еще True Industry в свое время починили netcode. Раньше были проблемы с ближним боем, он не регистрировался, или с попаданиями каким-то, особенно со снайпой. Сейчас уже все работает идеально. То есть у нас полноценная киберспортивная игра есть. Я тебе, знаешь, что открою страшную тайну. Можно вскрыть, уже частично даже уже приоткрыта коробка Пандоры под названием PlayStation, под названием PlayStation Sony Boys. Если взять, психануть и портировать Halo Infinite, можно даже без сюжетки, можно сюжетка, неважно. Сделать акцент на мультиплеере, сделать бешеную рекламу, представить дорожную карту хотя бы на год, сказать, что каждые 3 месяца у нас будет сезон. По сути, им ничего не надо менять. Все уже готово, все есть, все идеально работает. Просто нужно наполнение, нужен контент, реальный контент. Нужны новые боевые пропуски, вернуть сюжетную кампанию для онлайна, типа с нашим спартанцем. Как-то это дальше развивать. И доработать те режимы, которые есть, на которые True Industry забили. Это бомба, которую почему-то убрали с турниров, с HCS. Хотя бомба был офигенный режим. И доделать S&D Extraction, вот этот режим. Там тоже типа бомба, но это режим как в Counter-Strike был. Но он был 4/4, и он был очень быстрым, он не работал. То есть они просто взяли за основу как бы арену обычно, ну или там, скажем, режим бомбы, и просто переделали некоторые карты и добавили возможность накапливать какую-то валюту и покупать оружие или там снаряжение. Но это не работает в классическом стиле. Скажем так, если взять классический стиль Halo Infinite, то этот режим не работает с ним, не совместим. Надо было полностью все переделать. Я бы на их месте... Что у нас тут происходит? FaZe лидирует 1-0. Первый раунд выиграли. Сейчас второй раунд будет отбол. Там посмотрим, типа, да-да, нет-нет, может быть 1-1 будет. А потом третий будет. Отбол обычно очень долго длится. Я помню, вот эта команда Snakebite'ов, которая For All The Kind сейчас, против Shopify, они играли 27 минут, что-то 26 или 27 минут. На карте Lattice. Вот настолько все было серьезно. Да, в Halo 2 не помню, в Halo 3 точно была бомба. В Infinite did not get into full fruition, понимаешь? Но как-то забили на него быстро. Забили на него. Он что-то годик... Он в прошлом году был в HCS, и все. И после чемпионата мира он не появлялся, его не вспоминали.
Feels worse for
Очень
Big
жалко.
We're back, yeah?
Очень жалко, очень very competitive, я бы сказал.
For me, I see 60. And, you know, I got
Вот, и добавить больше режимов в киберспортивную составляющую.
We cut it, guys.
Все, и это win-win. Они себе выиграют, Halo Studios выиграют себе время. У них сейчас проблема в том, что у них недостаток времени.
bounce back.
Они себе упростили задачу в том плане, что они перешли на UE5. Окей, круто. И поскольку Microsoft до сих пор продолжается тенденция
Wait, how does that even happen?
нанимания контрактников на 18 месяцев, если не ошибаюсь, или вообще там 12 даже. Но я слышал, во времена Infinite было 18 месяцев. Так вот, окей, контрактники. Но раньше была проблема в том, что был Sleep Space Engine, и контрактники из этих 18 месяцев, наверное, половину или целый год тратили на то, чтобы просто освоить инструментарий этого долбанного движка, который то работал, то там скрылись какие-то проблемы. И, соответственно, разработчик, которого нанимали по дешевке, потому что контракты это же типа дешевле, чем нанять полноценно, в студию, чтобы он там приходил, потому что, я думаю, большинство контрактников вообще работают онлайн. Проблема в том, что они изучали инструментарий долгое время, то есть они просто сжирали бабки Microsoft, но ничем не помогали в разработке, и из-за этого как бы Infinite перенесли на год, потому что, ну, она была странно, тупо была не готова к выходу Series X. Вот. И, ну, как бы вскрылись проблемы Sleep Space Engine. А сейчас Halo Studios, скажем так, очень сильно себе упростили задачу в том плане, что они перешли на UE5. Но они же, оказывается, все это время делали campaign evolved, и у них, оказывается, еще какие-то проблемы были во время разработки. Непонятно пока почему, с чем это было связано. Но Reps докладывал о том, что они до последнего почему-то потели над Campaign Evolved. Ну, конечно, на какой-то момент там ушло на золото, вроде бы, за месяц до выхода, но, то есть, они все это время занимались допиливанием Campaign Evolved. То есть, они настолько не были уверены в продукте. Помимо этого, с где-то года 19-го или с 20-го от другой студии Certain Affinity, которые в свое время помогали делать Halo 2, именно мультиплеер, Halo 2, Halo 3 и так далее. Был там один, и сейчас тоже есть в студии один крутой чувак, не помню его имя, к сожалению, но настоящий эксперт в своем деле. Он до сих пор ведет эту студию Certain Affinity. И Certain Affinity, они хоть и независимые, но работают по контракту с Microsoft. И они где-то с 19 или 20 года разрабатывали королевскую битву. Татанка вроде бы она называлась. Королевская битва для Infinite. В какой-то момент они ее типа отменили, но оказалось по сливам, что они перешли просто на Unreal Engine 5. И потом ее отменили, потому что вроде бы как Xbox не вывозил. Потом все затихло, и вскрылась новая инфа, что это будет Extraction Shooter. То есть это будет не Battle Royale, а Extraction. Ну, естественно, отдельно как бы от Infinite, просто типа отдельная игра. Но сейчас вышла информация, что это тоже отменили. Project Echo называлось. Или не Project Echo, там может быть уже другое название было. Короче, тоже отменили. И сейчас непонятно, что дальше, типа, над чем они работают, и что будет с тем, что у них было. Потому что я думаю, у них до хрена наработок осталось. Там же, наверное, игра была вообще про DST-шников. Потом непонятно, про что этот Extraction Shooter был. Ну, я не знаю, это может быть тоже DST-шники играли какую-то роль. И сейчас непонятно, то есть в этом году должна была выйти, скорее всего в этом году, должна была выйти эта игра. Непонятно, конечно, как бы она заменила арену шутер. Потому что Extraction Shooter это не арена шутер. Были также слухи о том, что Halo Studios пытались вшить арену, режим арены, чтобы таким образом как бы отправить на покой их Infinite и вот сказать, вот у нас типа новая игра, там есть типа несколько режимов. Один из них это арена, классическая арена, как там раньше была в Halo. Но вроде как сказали, что не получалось у Certain Infinity это сделать. По тем или иным причинам. А потом вообще оказалось, что проект отменен. И как бы, ну, как бы хочется задать вопрос, что происходит, черт меня возьми, что происходит, и как выбираться из этого дерьма? Кстати, вроде как Campaign Evolved не оправдала ожиданий. Рэпс я вчера наткнулся на его публикацию в Твиттере. Давай я, кстати, я, кажется, скриншот делал. Вот на подобный случай. Если нет, то я просто сейчас открою страничку. Я репост делал, точно. Я всегда так делаю, когда что-то интересно. Что зайду сейчас на свою страницу. Короче, все печально. Я не знаю... Я вот не знаю, на что ориентируется Microsoft, потому что вроде бы как очень много кто запустил его по Game Pass. Собственно, я и Макс, мы по Game Pass, у меня вообще Game Pass... ну правильно. У него и у меня Game Pass Ultimate. Причем я беру его официально за полную стоимость, но с Японии, то есть чуть дешевле. И мы с ним брали на двоих... FaZe! Есть! FaZe лидирует! Вот это отличный старт, чуваки! Давайте! О, щит, там Legend, я смотрю, держал мяч. Так вот, о чем я? Подожди, я сбился. Что-то я отвлекся и сбился. Так вот, мы покупали же вот этот Armory Pack, он давал возможность же играть на 5, сколько там, 6 дней раньше. То есть мы внесли свою лепту тем, что мы отметились, поиграв по Game Pass, и мы еще и дали чуть-чуть денежек Microsoft. Мы купили вот этот Armory Pack. According to Alinea Analytics, here Halo campaign evolves sales figures. 1.2 million copies sold across Xbox, PS5 and Steam. 1,2 миллиона продано, это берем с Xbox, PlayStation 5 и Steam. 1,2 миллиона. 2,1 миллион. Game Pass, по Game Pass игроки поиграли с Xbox и ПК. 2,1 миллиона. 41,8% копий из вот этого 1,2 миллионов проданы были на Xbox, 40,8, ну практически столько же на PlayStation, и 17, только 17,4 в Steam, вдумайся. То есть на ПК вообще никто не купил игру. То есть настолько все плохо. Залетаем во вторую карту, вторая игра. Не, ну ты хотя бы купил игру, мы же вообще не покупали, мы только по Game Pass ее взяли. Но мы покупали вот этот Armory Pack, там где костюмы и доступ. Там еще мануал, цифровой мануал ушел. Цифровой мануал, типа там и музыка еще играет. Да. Ну, я чуть позже запишу мнение о нем. Я же как раз вчера его добил на 100%. Хочу переварить все. И потом уже поделюсь субъективным неподкупным мнением. Сразу снайпа. У Сайкла он я потерял. Опа! Стеллар я подобрал. Ну, конечно, Стеллар и снайпа это же одно целое. Ой, как красиво! Нам не показали момент, жалко. Хорошо разобрался. Кстати, мне нравится то, что Илай...
And not the actual target. It's interesting. No, so you think Amos just actually pulled the reticle and then he threaded the needle somehow. The rocket went straight through it. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I find that happens especially if there's two players. You're trying to shoot somebody behind somebody else. The aim assist is pulling you the guy in the front. Just trying to get a clean up on the one shot. Definitely some stuff to navigate.
No,
players might not notice these
Короче, я считаю, что нужно очень-очень срочно взять в том виде, в каком есть, начать переносить, вот на этом Flip Space Engine, переносить без каких-то улучшений, потому что если они что-то начнут менять, они еще все сломают. Пусть в том виде, в каком есть, переносят на PlayStation 5, плюс на PlayStation 5 Pro еще игра еще лучше будет выглядеть. И просто пилить наполнение. Все. Пилить наполнение, боевые пропуски. Хотя бы на год. Чтобы как-то спасти текущую ситуацию в Halo Studios. Дать ребятам больше времени. Потому что мы не переживем еще один неудачный запуск мультиплеера, как было с Infinite. Когда игра вышла, 2 месяца, все нормально, а потом ты понимаешь, что... А что там делать? Типа, ничего нету. Я тоже помню, я боевой пропуск закрыл, и что дальше, типа. Режимов нету, ничего нету. Ну да, там бывало раз в 2 недели были какие-то там... На 7 дней какие-то там маленькие пропуски, но это такое вообще ни о чем было. Поэтому, я не знаю, я думаю как-то связаться с Microsoft, там, с какими-то ребятами. Или Таши хотя бы, которые занимаются киберспортивным подразделением. Но, правда, сейчас ничего не делает, конечно. Что ему делать, как бы? Потому что турнир, который будет от Shopify, им занимается LVT. Shopify дают деньги, а LVT занимается организацией, кастинг, ну, типа, то есть, ведущие, комментирование, все тому подобное. Сборы и так далее, как бы. Shopify просто дают деньги и предоставят место проведения, потом, когда уже дойдут до оффлайн. То есть, тут такое, как бы, дело. Вот, LVT этим занимается, не HCS. Вот. Ну, надо как-то спасать, ну, как бы... Это же меня касается, бо я же в эту игру играю, как бы... Что катки сложнее находить, в ранговых, так, тем более высоких рангах. Опа, не зря надо кинуть. И как бы в игре особо делать нечего, например, потому что у меня все есть, как бы. В плане окрасов, там, косметики и тому подобное. Ну, надо как-то спасать. И вообще молчу о том, что изначально у Halo Studios, у Chief Industries был план на 10 лет. Halo Infinite. Ну так давайте воплотите его в реальность. Ну да, мы, правда, в этом... FaZe уже 2 флага забрали, охренеть! Да ну, это вообще... Я слышал на PS5 Halo новый не особо... Не, ну ты ж слышал, 40% из 1 миллиона было продано на PlayStation 5. Но если честно, реклама была такая себе у игры. Это, во-первых. Во-вторых, там... Ну, типа, ты прошел сюжетку на 8 часов, даже меньше. Да, ты ее прошел, перепрошел несколько раз, да, как я. Я ее прошел 3 раза. На Heroic, потом я с Максом на Лесо. Ну, правда, нечестным, с модификаторами. И вчера, или когда там, позавчера, Campaign Remix. Ну, там, это Лесо на минималках, типа. Но там есть визуальный модификатор. Все! Что там еще делать? Ну, я выбил на 100% достижения. Что там еще делать? Ничего. Ну да, в коопе интересно. Во-первых, ты попробуй 4 собери. А во-вторых, там, ну, как бы нету достижений, там, ну, инцентив, нету целей. Что-то там еще проходить. Там просто, типа, кооп есть, да, какие-то там, но их мало этих есть. Вот. Это не то, что в Infinite, там, когда кооп режим добавили, там кучу достижений новых появилось. То есть, что там делать? Если бы они добавили какую-то простую арену 4 на 4, как было в оригинале, окей, круто, типа, можно было поубивать там не знаю, 3 месяца до Halo Fest мы бы дотянули, а так что делать? Ну, играем в Infinite. Играем в Infinite, наслаждаемся тем, что есть. Ну, я сам не знаю, как в такой ситуации быть. Но вот мое решение такое, играть в Infinite и просить большего, потому что я считаю, что у игры не раскрытый потенциал. Это точно. А как бы что там игроки не выкручивали из нее, все равно я думаю, что игра способна на больше, она способна показать больше. Несмотря на то, что она была сделана на многострадальном Sleep Space Engine. Ой, какой у Ренегат. Что-то вообще FaZe разносит. Да ну. Вот если бы я поставил, ну, ставок на такое же нету, конечно. Хотя, естественно, я все-таки думаю, Shopify из 15 игр, если их будет 15, Shopify выиграют. Но с небольшим отрывом. То есть будет где-то, не знаю, 8-7, например, где-то так. Или 9-6. 9-6, наверное, вряд ли будет. Да, будет, наверное, где-то вот 8-7, вот такого плана, я думаю, счет будет.
Shopify with, almost uncharacteristic slow start. Sticky with 10 gifted? No way, Sticky!
Not bad, not bad.
W Sticky in the chat, man, absolutely killing it. Love to see you, brother.
Sticky, icky.
Sticky, icky, man. Have you seen what he's been doing?
Дренегат, 24 убийства, давай, мой мальчик.
Sticky's a goat, man. He dropped 100 for loose.
Все уже, нету больше Call of Duty. Тут тебе настоящий Хейло. Черт меня подери. Со снайпухой нормально отработал. 25-6-12. 25-6-12. Лучшая стата пока что в лобби. Оба. Ага, Shopify решили оправиться. Даблкилл от Фрасти. Трипл-килл. Нет, не получается. Его со спины убили. Ай, некрасиво. Но тем временем Shopify втихую хотели пронести флаг. Хрен там. Стеллар остановил. Правда, теперь его остановили. Ладно, посмотрим, как будут развиваться события. В конце-то концов, спустя 11 минут Shopify доносит первый флаг. 1 против 2. Ну-ну.
Renegade cleans it up and then Bound once again, like in the center of the action. Yeah, no way he lives that one. My God.
Okay.
Thank you, Track.
Shopify has 3 minutes left. This was a good-looking situation. Momentarily, 4 dead. 2 do spawn at the same time. Renegade right behind them as well. So they're still gonna have to get a few slays. I don't think that was an intentional drop either. That looked like a straight-up fumble.
Да, можно с компанией, почему нет? Там как раз такая сюжетка, она ж как бы и была сделана для New Gens, для нубиков, для ньюбис. Это ж, считай, плавный перезапуск. Они максимально отдалились от Halo 4, Halo 5. И если какие-то моменты там вначале непонятны, то по ходу сюжета как бы все объясняется. Через катсцены, через диалоги. Плюс там же вот эти аудиозаписи. Вот это вот все. Ну и опять-таки, а что Сонибою мешает прочитать книжки? Потому что, ну, реально, если пройти все сюжетки, ты не все поймешь. Ну, окей, эра Bungie, да, действительно, самое все основное в играх. А вот эра Чифа нифига подобного. Наоборот, самое интересное в книгах происходит. И я очень рад, потому что мне это еще все предстоит прочитать. То есть самое интересное впереди. Не в играх, а вот в книгах. Тем более в аудиокнигах. Сейчас же Halo Studios начали продвигать полностью озвученные оригинальными актерами дубляжа, актерами озвучки аудиокниги. Стив Даунс, Джен Тейлор и прочее. Я думаю, там и Кит Дэвид не за горами будет. Вот в ноябре на 25... Triple kill от Фрасти! Воу! Отбивает атаку и Легенда. Ну, технически это overkill был. Так, о чем я говорил? Да, на 25-летие же выйдет перевыпуск аудиокниги Fall of Reach с озвучкой Стива Даунса, Джен Тейлор и Тим Дадабл вроде бы еще будет, который Чуфачи Guilty Spark. Что, впрочем, логично, он же там как бы один из действующих героев. А, я думаю, что он вообще будет как бы диктором основным. Да, кстати, это будет прикольно. Это типа как бы он рассказывает историю. Потому что в теории он как бы наблюдал за всем, поэтому это логично, что он диктор. Но я точно не помню, будет он или нет. Кажется, да. Если да, то это, скорее всего, 100% он будет как бы диктором. Ну, если бы я вот выбирал по ролям, я бы сказал, вот ты будешь озвучивать все, типа, сюжетные моменты в подробностях. Я думаю, что актер бы и сам с радостью это сделал. Ну, на ютубе, ну, то такое, если честно. Все-таки же интереснее как бы самому это пережить, ну да. То я проверил там, что с битрейтом, я смотрю идеально, надеюсь, не накаркаю. Sudden Death, йой! Йой! А ну... FaZe, давайте, ребят. Ничья. Оставляем. Ну давай, посмотрим. Обычно в Scrims в тренировках, если окончательно ничья, то просто идут дальше. Как бы, ну, минус, как бы, минус игра. Или там 0-5 каждой команде.
Just so you don't know what he's working with, but yeah, we assume in Saskatchewan, Canada, he's not got the greatest ping in the lobby. See, Frosty's picked up.
Ой, Renegade 32 10 21, у Frosty 31 12 21. О, догнал его. И у него еще и по ассистам лучше, йой. На минуточку, мужику под 30 лет. Играет на контроле. То, что там bindings, вот это R-reload, это у Шая. Это он сейчас просто настраивал с клавомыши, поэтому... Что происходит? Подожди, кто у кого, что? Те у того, те у того, короче, похитили, те у этих. Короче, какая-то каша начинается. Сейчас будем наблюдать за развитием, шо, куда, к чему это приведет. Ага, все, 4 мертвых, Shopify. Ну, возвращай. Да, FaZe вернули флаг. Вот смогут ли они его донести? Ага, на защите это Royal 2, что-то меня возьми, двукратный чемпион. Не, нифига, не пропустили. Не пропустили. Я бы на месте Ренегада все-таки дождался бы своих, хотя бы еще одного. Спрятался бы где-то в пещере, там переждал. Хотя бы по максимуму. И если знал бы, что умру, хотя бы там урона нанести им, хотя бы гранатами закидать. Чтоб потом другой пришел, просто их добил бы и пошел в атаку. Потому что у нас все-таки режим, цель. Это захват флага, поэтому тут не важно, какая у тебя будет стата. Главное сделать так, чтобы либо ты донес, либо твоя команда помогла тебе выполнить цель. Вот часто игроки об этом забывают, когда там в ранг играют, говорят, о, у тебя там стата глима. Я говорю, да, но посмотрите на количество флагов и там на отбол, время, удержание. Ага, и такие, да. У американцев часто вот проблема с вот этим, они же типа лично на понтах. Они такие, вот, у меня там 30 убийств. Ну, молодец, ну ты же ни хрена не сделал для того, чтобы мы выиграли, мы вообще проиграли. Так что свои вот эти понты можешь засунуть сам знаешь куда. Доносят? Ай-яй-яй, ай-яй-яй. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй, сравняли. Сравняли 1-1. Ну как же ж так-то, ну? Это было близко. Very competitive. Ладно, я пошел себе кушать под игрой, а то я еще не ужинал.
Even though it looked like they struggled to win that game, they had more opportunities to cap than FaZe by a wide margin. I want to say they had 2 or 3 flags in their base that could have been captured that got heroically returned by FaZe at the last second. So for Shopify to battle through that adversity and still win that game is very impressive.
Kind of crazy it went on as long as it did. Looking at the scoreboard now with the kills here, like Renegade, I mean, obviously he was popping off with 37, but multiple players over 30. Cycle with a near 40 bomb. We'll see the damage real quick here. 11k damage at a Cycle. Maybe the unsung hero in the lobby.
Yeah.
I do think Legend's ability to create the chaos that he did is what gave them so many opportunities. Like, even when they're 4 dead, they still somehow find ways to practically teleport to the base and get another pull, create a little bit more chaos. So, yeah, bit of a regain there. FaZe definitely contentious. The worry, though, is once Shopify win, do they pull away? Does it start to become lopsided? I think everybody sort of anticipates Shopify adapting and sort of pulling ahead as the scrim goes on. Let's hope the FaZe got some more in the tank. Still got plenty more games to play.
Somebody says you should tuck Eli under the kill feed. Honestly, you can turn my cam off if you want. I don't know if it's that.
I mean,
I don't think it adds that much to the broadcast to see my face on stream.
I mean, if you don't like it, I'll take it off. But I thought we were kind of comfy here, personally.
I mean, I don't know. I would probably take the second caster off if I was you, but it does not matter to me. This is going to be an interesting one. Obviously, this is a mode that we played in year 1 when the sandbox was very different. I mean, we had rockets, we had sentinel beam, we had.
I hear Eli is sexy in the chat. I'm sorry, Eli. You're gonna have to stay.
Okay.
Your raw sex appeal is keeping the chat entertained. If they don't like Halo, then at least they see us, you know, and then that's a reason to follow. So we're gonna have to
imagine
deal with
you turn my cam off and the viewer list just goes down by 300. Like,
exactly, it's a different type of audience, right? There's only so many audiences Halo on its own can draw, and then of course it's just raw sex appeal. So yeah, I like it. I think we're doing good work here, revolutionizing the Halo space one stream at a time. Either way, this is a new kind of experience, I think, for these teams, right? King of the Hill Streets. It's a new old experience. A little bit visual. Welcome. Let's go. Thank you, bro.
Now, I'm still kind of iffy about this game mode. It's definitely way better than it was when it had rockets and Stalker was top C and there was Sentinel Beam and like just all the weirdness that came with the year 1 version of this map. It plays better, but I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of it. Still feels very claustrophobic. At the highest level, you should almost always know where everybody on the other team is at all times. Like, you should know exactly where they're spawning at a pretty high frequency. You can predict their routes. There's not that many options. I'm curious to see how it plays between these two teams.
Sorry, are you saying that it's difficult to understand where players are spawning at every moment with this map? Just because
no, I'm saying that it's extremely easy to predict where everyone is. You should always know where everyone is at all times at this level, pretty much.
Is that not sort of a constant with every other map? But just maybe the size of the map makes it a little bit harder to address those spawns immediately, right? You think something like Recharge, they're farther away, so there's the time to rotate and actually capitalize. Fly, thank you for the follow, brother. W Eli Cam. Maybe because of the size of the map, right? Or
yeah, there's just, I don't know. I just feel like your options are pretty limited with how you want to move off of spawn. There's like one play that is clearly the best move off of the majority of your spawn points. Whereas on other maps, I think there's a little more flexibility with some of those decision-making moments. Plus, the hills here are like, it kind of feels like a clusterfuck at times. Like, this hill bottom C is rough, man, because while you're in it, like, if they spawn A, they can just walk through mid and shoot you from mid. Protecting it on both sides is awkward. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of running at spawners, but I guess you're right. That is the case for most maps in this game at this point.
No, and I think you're right in that it's a little bit, like with this map especially, a lot of these spawns it's more oppressive, right? Like, there's not a lot you can do if you spawn there and they know that you're there, whether you're getting shot immediately or naded immediately. I'd like to see some of the finessing, though. Like, it was a little bit earlier, Legend almost made something beautiful happen with his survival. He had sort of like walked forward and skipped past the nade, but that's old news now, right? Shopify just trying to hold an anchor here in C. Bound flying at that, though. Doing what he does best. It looks like FaZe going to earn maybe a moment to breathe inside C here as they try to keep 4 up.
I mean, you saw what Frosty did. He was the last player alive, but he still continued forward. He followed up on the damage, got a trade before dying, which actually opened the door for the spawning members of Shopify to move a little bit faster off their spawn. And as the play has developed, that has led to Shopify now having control of the map. It all started with Frosty making the decision to sacrifice his own life to gain a numbers advantage into the next play.
I don't know how Bound just got away with everything he did, right? He got distracted by Frosty, who somehow killed himself with a nade, and then he won a long-range fight with Royal 2. And now they're working their way back into C control here. We'll see if they get it. Renegade working off Legend. In the meantime, Legend a little bit of trouble out front C. Can he get into C and at least live there? Good initial checkpoint. Gonna have to break through Frosty to do it. Whole team dead.
1v1. Frosty wise to not fully chow. Renegade actually didn't expect him to re-chow the way that he did, so a little bit of mind games against each other. I like Frosty's decision to not just full chow the 5 there, though. You've got teammates around you. There's no reason to chow to the death there. So Frosty truly playing checkmate chess here, putting Renegade in positions that he has no... There was never a version of reality where Renegade wins in that situation.
Well said. I do feel like Frosty more than most has this sort of intimate understanding of timing and like spatial awareness with his team, right? He'll put himself in the perfect position to kind of force, or like you said, checkmate a player into making a decision, regardless of what they do. There's no killing Frosty, you know, or he's coming out with a trade at the very least. So it takes a lot of experience to be that type of player. Other players like Last Shot are very good at just kind of brute forcing their way through circumstances. We might see that here.
Yeah, Last Shot's gameplay is like, I will impose my will upon you, whereas Frosty is like, I'm going to play this in a way that your will is canceled out. Like,
yes, I like that.
Kind of two opposite ways, right?
And it is, I think, a characteristic that happens as you become more of a veteran in the scene. You know, Frosty getting a little bit older, obviously, I think still very much in his prime as a player, and he's always kind of been a player that's sort of had that type of play style. But I do think he's kind of formed this reality, you know, for him as he's become more seasoned as a player. Last Shot really relying on his reactions, on his youth, maybe a little bit. In the short term, I'm curious to see how he grows into a player, you know, 10 years from now, or whether or not he still maintains that.
Yeah, I think that his style is the one of the rarest. Like it requires an extreme level of confidence and an extreme level of individual talent, but he also like is somehow humble at the same time, in the sense that like he's wants to keep learning and getting better. I foresee him being one of the greatest to ever do it by the time his career is over, personally. Just
Last Shot, yeah?
Based on Last Shot, just based on like the way he carries himself, his attitude towards the game. He's got a good support structure around him, his family, you know, so
yeah,
I don't know. There's not much that's going to slow that kid down.
There's definitely a relentless hunger for the guy and the whole Shopify team, and I think it's something that's really paid off. You know, it's more unfortunate for them that they're hitting this stride during a period where Halo is struggling as much as it is in viewership. They deserve more attention than they're getting, but like you said, I think with his mentality and the sort of patience that he's displayed, I've got full faith that he's about to blow up when the next Halo comes out. He just needs to keep doing his thing.
100%.
He's shot himself into the scene at the top of the scene very quickly. So let's see what he's up to.
So Shopify's in an interesting position here in this game, to where they can start thinking about playing time on this hill. It's pretty difficult to sit in this hill for an extended period of time. And there's only a minute left on the clock. They're playing kind of two different win conditions. Like if they capture this hill, it's a guaranteed win, but they're not gonna risk giving up their positioning to sit in this hill, if that makes sense, because the white time is also playing to their favor. So they can play a fork of two different win conditions here.
Yep, and both work beautifully for them. And that is the thing about King of the Hill, is you kind of sacrifice your positioning. People know where you are. You don't have the greatest cover, especially in this specific hill. Cycle going to scoop up the camo. That was big. Looks like FaZe have sort of worked themselves into the ideal spawn area for the map. That was a huge double. I mean, Cycle completely shutting down what they had. Frosty going to find that fourth there, too. That should split their spawns out. They're worried about maybe somebody in the back of the map. Legend, I think, will secure that info for them by dying. But one more try, basically, right? 24 seconds. Whether or not they cap the hill, FaZe in trouble.
I think losing that first game made Cycle angry. He has turned into an absolute monster. He just got another double
No way!
kill
Oh, he lived.
and survives. Like, what is this guy
Что ж так близко, что ж так близко? Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй. Ай-яй-яй-яй, FaZe не успевают, FaZe не успевает. И это... Да.
Эта карта уходит в пользу Shopify. Ай-яй-яй. Неприятно.
I will say, and this is just kind of a random thing that I've noticed, Renegade, I've seen him do this a lot, where he'll have an absolutely monstrous game like he did in the last game, and then kind of put up like a bit of a mediocre presence in the next game. I don't know if it's like adjusting from map to map or what it is, but that happens with him a lot, right? Like he'll drop an generational performance type game, and then the next game he's kind of back to like a normal human being again. So we'll have to see if he can ascend once again later in the series.
I noticed that when Renegade moved over to play with Frosty, Royal 2, and Snakebite, we had this idea that this was this like dynasty roster, you know, but for some reason, you know, they had their moments, don't get me wrong, they won Worlds that year, so definitely found some success. But there was an inconsistency there and like maybe a lack of efficiency. Something about Renegade being on the team sort of positioned the roles, and even Frosty at times seemed like he didn't quite know how to fill in that gap, you know, like it almost seemed like he had a bit of an inconsistent year. I almost feel like Renegade's in that position now with Stellar now joining the team. He's, you know, at times he's in flow and it seems like things are working out. And then at times it doesn't seem like he knows what to do with himself. You know, maybe that's lending to his inconsistency.
You can also think about like the fact that in that game too on Origin, at multiple points in the game, it felt like FaZe was going to win, but then they didn't, right? Like they kind of got clutched on, and that can take the wind out of your sails no matter how good you are at the game. Like when you feel like you're going to win, but then it gets kind of ripped out from under you. It's not a great feeling. So
absolutely
could have been a little bit of that as well.
Well, hopefully we see a bounce back for Renegade. If anybody's confident in the lobby, it's him. They go 2 dead off the open though, and I made sure to swap to Cycle POV to start it out. Can we get a W from Mr. Ram in the chat, by the way, with the 5 gifted? I see you, Ram. Thank you, brother. Welcome to you subscribers.
Oh my God.
Currently, Cycle's popping off, so you picked a good time to tune in. 2-1 is the Scrim score. Shopify had a contentious previous game, but it does feel, Eli, like they're pulling away.
Cycle is doing whatever he wants right now. He is holding forward with, like, he finally slows down because his job now is to anchor this spawn and watch these players from afar. He's not concerned at all that A's being captured. He's going to stay in this spot until he gets forced off of it, as he finally does. It does look like FaZe will start.
А вот это плохо, вот это плохо.
Shopify уже контролирует шаг-лайф. Не, смотри, задоминировали.
He was kind of stuck, right? Like I can respect playing in front of the nade. If he backs up, he's going to take a lot of damage. Maybe there's an opportunity to live, but you know, just went for it all, and it didn't quite work out. Look at FaZe taking full advantage of this timing, though. This is something they'll do well. Quick 4 dead. Renegade was the first to address those spawners. He's got good info for Legend, who's baiting the trip cap here at C.
Dude, that's such a sneaky spot for Legend, but once again, the 3-shot beatdown, I think, is one of the hardest things to accomplish on high ping for some reason. Like, the timing between your 3rd shot and the melee, I think your shot doesn't come out if you melee too fast.
Oh, really?
So that play specifically on high ping isn't going to work, but I really love the idea there to just hide behind the pillar in an unpredictable manner where you know they're going to rotate through next. That could have worked.
I respect it. It's just a small freaking pillar. You know, like it's not. Yeah. There's not a lot of surface area to hide behind. There's like large outlines around the players.
If you notice, though, he's using the thinnest Spartan. Like if you look at his Spartan model, it is the actual thinnest one. So,
so this
there
is the
might
skill
be some.
gap now. You're saying, yeah?
Yeah, there might be some.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my God, he got the 5 too. Yeah, because they talk about the hitboxes don't change if you change the armor, but if the visual appearance of the Spartan is smaller, then who knows? Maybe that does have a benefit.
Yeah, just visually, there's probably some areas you could maybe hide a little bit better. So we see FaZe does take the lead. Shopify get into scoring position, but Renegade gets out with the camo. Shopify is going to know that this camo is lurking. Let's see if they can sniff him out.
Scrim score is on
Cycle
screen.
looks like he's ready for it.
Cycle, does he know? Renegade just preying on him. Oh yeah, the sticky's a good attempt. He'll jump and avoid it completely.
Sorry, I just thought of that meme. Does he know? Like, what? Somebody in chat will know what I'm talking about.
Oh, really? I'm thinking this. What did he say? It's not even related at all.
What did he say? No, it's not that one. Not that one.
No.
Does he know?
Does he know? His girlfriend is cheating on him? Is that what it is? I don't know. It's like a very
I don't even
specific...
know the origin of the meme, but somebody's
okay.
going to know what I'm talking about.
Fair enough. 106 and counting, though. Good to see FaZe in the driver's seat for once here. Trip cap and then Renegade exactly where you want to see him. Top bat ledge. Look at the stat line, by the way. We talked about his inconsistency. He had a bit of an off previous game. He's 12-1. Hit nothing but face here.
12 убийств, одна смерть.
I didn't really feel like he was doing that, but now, yeah. Look up and
3 зоны держит.
for the kid. Okay, he heard us talking smack between games. So why was he average in the 3rd game? Not average any longer. And now they've got the classic long hauls on trap that we saw Quadrant using in year 1 and 2. And yeah, what are you even supposed to do here if you're Shopify? It's so hard to break out.
Just get a kill. Valuable kills, right? That's the start of everything. If they can get rid of Renegade, who's currently finding that just unstoppable advantage there, they finally get rid of him. Earn back B. A lot of time taken, though, right? Like, working with that trip cap, earning 205. Comfortable position for FaZe to be in, so they can kind of take their time regaining access to this map and closing it out, though. I've seen things flip, for sure, with strongholds. We'll see what Cycle can do.
Game of runs. Got to find yourself a way back in if you're Shopify. Cycle does find a trade, which is valuable. And Road 2 gets that stick. See how quickly Last Shot decides to change what he's looking at as soon as that stick is on his target. Just completely forgets that player exists. Moves on to the next thing. And they should be in a position to really put the hurt on FaZe here, I think. Need to get this first slate quickly, though.
A lot of flexibility with the high sensitivity, right? Max sense at a last shot. He is negative, though, right now, trying to work his way back into this. It's bank nades, too, that I've noticed. Like, there's so much flexibility. The speed that he looks down to bank, it's practically like M and K.
Ай-яй, трое мертвы у FaZe.
We'll see him use that a lot.
Shopify преимущество, они 3 зоны держат.
Can they clap back on FaZe with this momentum? Wouldn't be surprised to see it. Oh my God, make it 2. That's a good start.
Renegade now in just a desperate position. He's just hoping to win a 1v1 to maybe capture C. In this trip cap, when you're being ran at by these spawners, you're getting split spawned away from your teammates. You have to cap not 1 but 2 zones before you can start scoring again. I mean, this could be the start of a long amount of scoring for Shopify. They get another 4 dead, and they're going to mix up the spawns once again.
Full scale comeback here. Let's see exactly where they're splitting, right? All back C here. Are they aware of it? Looks like it. Just trying to keep them contained. One of them might split out. I see 3 up right now. C is the play. All 4 stacked there. That's one way to guarantee a cap and slow the bleeding. But yeah, very quickly the momentum has changed in this.
Молодцы, вчетвером. Всей командой идут. Взяли одну зону, идут на следующую. Это я понимаю.
Dodges the sticky grenade, takes down Legends. Last Shot was kind of the tip of the spear there, just in their face, applying immediate pressure.
No way. 4 dead.
And how does Road 2 opt to play this? He's going to move forward, get in their face as well.
It's a weird bug, Chad. I don't know what it is. Because I went to third person and then first person, it like changed the reticle size. We're working with it. It wasn't 120. I don't even know. The lead's been exchanged, though, right? All that effort definitely paying off. And FaZe now in trouble. One's comfy. Now they're fighting from the back foot. Legend trying to keep Stellar alive here in B. Last Shot trying an attempt at the hill. Looks like he'll back off for now. We get Shock available here, too. So maybe Legend and team can finally start cooking. A reset on A here for Shopify. They still hold the 2 cap.
This is actually looking pretty good for FaZe to maybe get back into this, but that's a huge kill from Last Shot, shutting down Legend. That was the only player that FaZe had extended on the outside of the map. Now Renegade's in a precarious position with the shock rifle. Has to find a way to get a few heads safely.
Yeah, and Stellar also...
Royalty's ready for him.
I noticed Stellar had gone into C, right? Like, you think if with only 2 alive, you got to keep inside each other's angles. Give Renegade a way to work off Stellar's progress on the map, but they were very split in that moment. Stellar ended up dying alone. Renegade might do the same here. No opening to get out. And it was looking comfy for FaZe. SR, sorry, in one solid run.
Ай-яй-яй, ай-яй-яй, ну как?
Up on their advantage, they come out with a 250 to 207 close, insane.
Позор, FaZe, позор, ну как так можно было порой?
That all started with Last Shot just making some big brain plays to just open the door wide open, and then they set up the long haul spawn trap. I mean, they got the absolute max value out of their advantage state once they found it. And I gotta say, like, Shopify, one of the reasons why this team has not lost a tournament in the last calendar year is because they are the best team in the league at playing out of disadvantage. They were able to flip from being off the back foot to on the front foot with 4 dead on multiple cycles in a row within the snap of a finger. So
you think they're in trouble? They're really not.
Yeah.
So freaking
Somebody call an ambulance, but not for me. The classic.
Yeah, essentially. I'm seeing Legend stats in this one and starting to wonder, is that EU ping hitting them at this point, right? 3,480 damage, 6 and 12 performance. Obviously, it's Legend. The man's going to regain one way or another, but he is playing from Europe. Definitely doesn't help. SR with their composure, I'm not surprised to see him regaining, but, you know, FaZe need all hands on deck. They need everything they can get just to ensure they get some sort of an edge and at least maintain it for a win here. Listen-ins would be nice, Victorious. We got to work our way up to it, right? The fact that we're even doing this right now is a big W. I do want to say thank you guys for just hanging out watching. We got 678 people on Twitch watching right now. Keep in mind, we're doing this completely vanilla. I got no drops, nothing. This means a lot. Thank you so much if you guys are watching. Thank you, Eli, honestly, for making this as smooth as it's been. 900 on YouTube? Are we serious? Chad, are we serious? Maybe we should do this more often. That's nearly 2,000 of y'all hanging out. 1,500, yeah. I don't even know. We're so locked in. I don't even get a chance to appreciate it all, but much love, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having an excellent Wednesday. It's good to see FaZe back in the league, Eli. It's good to see high-quality competition in Halo.
I mean, honestly, the way the Pro League shook out, I love my, brothers over from the United Kingdom and Europe and all that, but for the teams that made it, this is probably the best that it could have been from like a fan viewership perspective. We got all the big names back in the mix. Like, it's an exciting time to be a Halo fan. Most certainly the most exciting it's been all year.
It is pretty beautiful that we had talked about all these potential realities, and a lot of stars had the line to make it happen. Like, Renegade had to not qual for EWC. Lucid had to find the right team after coming out from Marathon.
My God.
What the hell? How does he make that happen, bro? Getting tagged by nades, getting shots.
4-0, by the way.
Yeah, Cycle having a perfect game, too. But, I mean, what a beautiful run at a last shot, right? Everything framed perfect. Despite how weak he was, he still found it. We'll go to Cycle. Let's see what he's up to, because he is lingering in the back of their base. Relentless pressure here from Shopify on FaZe.
I'm sure you're happy to have me here. I've been playing this map since 2007.
Oh, yeah.
Halo 3, and we'll say not much has changed. What worked back then works now as well. And
were you wall kicking though? You definitely weren't doing what he just did.
We weren't doing any wall kicks. There's a little bit more movement tech than you might think though for Halo 3.
There was definitely stuff. There was stuff.
Yeah.
Это кошмар. Надо, наверное, как с Origin делать 5 флагов, потому что для Shopify это какой-то light work.
Probably better than anybody that's left still playing the game.
And a little
He's
bit
been around
fearful.
since the old days.
Yeah, just about the beginning. Seeing how quickly they capped 2 flags, though, I mean, my God. Not going to see much out of World 2 in that life, and here's a hopeful opportunity for Legend. If anybody's invented the strats to run flag on this map, it's him. Clears the plasmas. That's a big checkpoint. Straight in the long haul he goes. Wall kick to bring the flag. Not quite going to execute the kick in the way he'd hoped to, but great progress here, and I love the pivot off. An opportunity to bait this flag and hopefully give Renegade and Team Off Spawn a chance. I don't know. This might be a dead flag. Last shot on top of the return already.
This might be a counter.
Yep.
They're going to be able to force the court spawns, and these players are going to be hunted down. It's going to be very obvious that they're spawning court.
No.
World 2 shooting this player might force the next player to spawn behind him in the cuts. Yeah, he does. Okay. So they're going to be able to track each player every step of the way. Next.
Ну мы поняли, Shopify забирает эту карту. Идем дальше.
Yep. They're able to move fast enough to block it, and Cycle's got the rockets. Do they have the overshield as well? I think someone on their team must have got the last overshield, but this game might be over very soon.
For FaZe's sake, I hope not. I can do a quick sweep of POVs. I don't see it at the moment, but World 2, obviously, despite being in the center of it all, trying to navigate this. Good attempt. Renegade at least has the rocks. He'll trade it off for Snipe. Gonna need to see this man peel a couple.
Понимаешь, в чем проблема? Ишай подтвердил, Legend все еще во Франции, у него задержка, у него пинг 100 с чем-то миллисекунд. Из-за этого он как бы, он как я. Когда мне попадаются американские серваки, он, не может реализовать себя.
What did that look like? Did that look legit or what?
He got de-scoped when he was zoomed in and then pulled the trigger, and it definitely did look like a bank shot. It was probably very close to the ground or off of the plat box. I don't know. That looked very strange.
I need to clip that chat. So I looked away for a brief second. He just did something insane accidentally. That's the thing about the bank shot is like back in Halo 3, that used to be a strat, right? You would bank it off the walls, off the floor on Guardian in certain situations, and you get like pretty guaranteed damage. But with the pace of play of Infinite, I've never seen somebody intentionally bank. It's always like something accidentally beautiful. Holy, what a 5. But hopefully we see a little bit more of that.
My twin, Eli X, has a few intentional bank shot clips.
I've seen that. But he's working.
He might be
for
one of the only ones doing it. Yeah.
yeah. He's like, he'll go on the map and he's purposely trying to line them up. At the end of a play, too, I noticed that. He'll get like a kill tack and then he'll start lining up bank shots just to make the clip a little bit sweeter. I see Yaxon in the chat. He says Bound's so mushy, mushy, mushy. You see the stat lines here, Eli? Bound is 4 and 11 right now. Legends doing the Lord's work in the base for the flag, but they need slays. They need firepower. They're under constant pressure.
I mean, this is one of those maps that it's very easy to have a trash stat line if the other team gets multiple sets of items. That's such a clutch remote detonation there. That completely changes the complexion of the situation. And now got the overshield as well. But what I was trying to say is, like, there's so many weapons and items on this map that you can kind of just get cooked no matter how good you are if you just find yourself.
Да, он взял ОС, но он пошел на 4 в атаку. Куда? Зачем? Почему?
New snipers are up in 30 seconds, so if they can maintain their advantage state, get both of the next snipers, they could actually flip this game around.
Legend definitely the man to do it. Supporting Renegade on the run here, who chose to take a tower. He dies, though, leaving Legend a little bit alone here. Bouncing green, he's the last surviving opportunity. And that flag pull with the timing that it did, is World 2, who's currently running the flag. He found a way to slip through the cracks here. He's also blocking spawns. It's going to make it easy for Shopify on the attack.
Hey, World 2. Gonna be able to sneak this flag through.
I think he might have it.
When I don't even know how he got this far. Are they gonna just win the game off this?
They might. Legend dies to Frosty. And World 2 is secured. I mean, bro, they cannot breathe. On top of just the execution with the objective, and World 2, I mean, finding that sneaky opening. The slays, man. The slays are everything. Everybody on Shopify positive.
To run the flag right there. Like, that was, I would have got mixed if I was on the other team.
Well, one thing he did really well was he lived long enough for the team to hit all the spots, right? They came in through long, they came in through green. The team was there supporting. Yes, the spawns were coming up in that moment, but they were so preoccupied, right, with just killing the rest of his team. World 2 made it through just about unscathed. And it shows in the stats. Over 4K damage for Frosty in this one. If Stellar leaving the lobby, maybe a bit of a reset for a second here. Reset the app, whatever they got to do. Not the greatest damage game out of Legend is another one I'm seeing here. 44 accuracy as well. He's been the most important player when it comes to creating flag opportunities.
Да там, ну ладно, это такое уже. Там сразу же было понятно. Идем дальше.
Statistically, just firepower is what seems to be lacking for Shopify right now.
Йоу, кто это? Неужели это тот самый модератор? Гаденыш, где ты был? Я тебя спрашиваю, ты где был, а? Ты пропустил 5 игр. 5 игр, из которых вторая и третья были очень близкими для FaZe. Но, к сожалению, что-то в конце как-то куда-то, плюс Шай подтвердил, что, к сожалению, Legend... Сейчас затише. Legend до сих пор во Франции, и он играет с пингом. С типичным европейским пингом 100 с чем-то. Из-за этого он в каждой катке, ну, что-то не очень как-то играет. Ну, как бы. Бухал. Ты опять со своей Вероникой кувыркался или что? О, да, эти эмодзи. Когда будут спонсоры на канале больше, чем 0, тогда я их поменяю и обновлю. Сделаю поинтереснее. А плюс я хотел запустить конкурс для хейлогоев наших украинских, связанный с киберспортивной составляющей, именно с игроками, какими-то моментами. Но вскоре будут подробности. Дело в том, что сейчас как никогда актуально. Все-таки я каждую неделю, каждое воскресенье буду комментировать шоу-матчи. Это, бляха, не знаю, по 5-6 часов будет, наверное, да? Если там 8 команд играют, 4 шоу-матча в воскресенье. Это, да, считай, на полдня будет трансляция. Каждое воскресенье. А потом же еще и оффлайн турнир на 100 тысяч. Ну, это вообще 2 дня, там, сколько, суббота-воскресенье, да? Это вообще, ну, это кино будет. Так у нас, поскольку киберспортивная составляющая немного возвращается, да, ну я тоже буду как по максимуму продвигать эту тему, то хочу небольшую активность сделать, но об этом как-нибудь вскоре. Ну так мы ж как-то играем, Эд, ну... Да, тяжко, ну а что делать? Хотя я вот в Бельгии тут, ну на 10 миллисекунд лучше.
Или на 20 бывает даже. То есть, если у меня стандартно было 40 всегда в Украине, то сейчас у меня 20. Бывает 30 или 25. А когда я в Америке, ну вот сравним, в Украине было 110-120. Потом, если это какая-то там Америка, вот этот какой-то West Coast, там вообще 140-150 было. Сейчас где-то 90, это там, где Вашингтон, и 110-120 это где-то у меня West Coast получается сейчас, в Бельгии. То есть на 10-20 миллисекунд лучше ситуация. Примерно. Если честно, оно не сильно ощущается, что-то поменялось, но циферка меньше стала, оно уже не так сильно парит. Но все равно заметно, очень сильно заметно. Европа и Америка, заметно сразу. Даже вот Англия там, ну там в среднем на 20 миллисекунд больше, типа, чем Европа, но все равно не так плохо. Да вообще оно не замечаешь вообще, когда играешь. Англия с Америкой-то ну, просто небо и земля. Опа! Первую гору забирают FaZe. Вот это я понимаю уже. Вот это разговор. А когда в Исландии было одинаково, что до Америки, что до Европы. Понимаешь, потому что ты не совсем в Европе был. Ты был слишком сильно... Не так. Короче, ты был на севере, грубо говоря. Это не спасало никак ситуацию, но и не усугубляло. Поэтому, да, получилось так, что одинаково херово, короче. Что, Женя, ты за кого? Видишь, мы... Ну, вот это я. Понятно. Ну, бляха, понятно, как за кого. Я все-таки, бляха, сколько можно уже на этих Shopify смотреть, блин, доминируют всеми. Ну, как же ж так? Да, я понимаю, что у них лучшие пинги, лучшие компы. Контроллеры Razer, кроме Royal 2, у него же этот... GameSor у него, он же типа амбассадор GameSor. У всех остальных вот эти вот Razer'ы навороченные. Только у них еще и беспроводные. Хотя они все и так на проводах играют, так что какая разница. И... Чё у меня запачкался так? Что это такое вообще? Короче, да, лучшая техника, все. Можно приехать на базу Shopify, у них там, бляха, 1000 Гц экраны, 1000 FPS. Ну, понятно, короче, все. Heresy. Ты что? Ну ладно, ты как Илай сегодня. Там прикол в том, что Шай слева, а Илай справа, но Шай сказал типа, ну потому что изначально было FaZe слева, графа, счет. Shopify справа, и Шай сказал, типа, ну вот я за FaZe, а ты типа за Shopify, да? Ну, правда, он потом напортачил в лобби, и получилось так, что Shopify слева, FaZe справа, поэтому получается наоборот. Ну да, сегодня у нас Шай, я и Эд за FaZe. Ну, конечно, ну как бы, уже кто угодно, только не Shopify. Тогда, конечно, есть, но... Вообще не знаю, я не доверяю беспроводным контроллерам. Я думаю, вы заметили, у меня все контроллеры сейчас проводные. Кстати, Женя пропустил. Это было на... Пока я играл еще в... или Женя тогда был. Был тогда или нет? Часа 2 назад, наверное. Или 2,5. Мне привезли контроллер. Я его еще не вскрывал. Ну, на это самое, на видео запишу. Для будущего улова. Привезли контроллер наконец-то. Что за контроллер, узнаете скоро. По идее, очень классный. От Hyperkin. Тоже белый.
И, наверное, завтра мы начнем проходить новую игру. Либо я буду добивать... Я буду добивать Shredders на 100%. В принципе, там немного осталось. Я уже чувствую. Вот эту 100% платину. Кстати, 2-0. Shopify... Что-то им тяжко взять третью гору. В Shredders я уже чувствую вкус победы. Этих 100%. На самом деле там оказалось не так уж и сложно. Вот, и потом, я не знаю, это будет либо завтра вечером, либо уже послезавтра. Начну проходить кое-какую ретро-игру.
And this does seem to be very commonplace, I think, with this map is, how quickly teams can regain momentum when they look like they're on their backs. Glory, thank you for the follow, by the way, brother. I see you. Good to see some pros hanging out in the chat. Hopefully you guys are enjoying.
Короче, Shopify все-таки взяли третью гору. Но с FaZe им сразу дали знать, с кем они связались. Или нет, я не знаю, посмотрим.
The better side to hold for 4 out of the 5 hills on this map, so if you just make it your game plan to always have these spawns, that's a good thing, and FaZe have had that this whole game.
The hill's not working out, just make sure you're ready for the next one. Legend doing exactly that. Well-timed slide out, quick and effective, delete slash shot, right back to the hill he goes. They're stacked here too. Can you work with Bound to find some defense here at tower? Things looking pretty comfortable for FaZe as long as Legend's staying alive. Bound found his pick too in tower. Bound cooking. Hold on.
Баунд красавчик, обошел, поднялся на башню, убрал Сайкела. Все, да, они все, FaZe забирают третью гору. Ну здесь без шансов. Я думаю, здесь без шансов для Shopify. Какая-то неудачная граната была в свою. И сразу идут на пятую. Для себя четвертую.
They sussed out Frosty pretty quick there too, trying to figure out where that fourth was. You could tell Bound checking every corner where is Frosty. Now that they've secured him, they got tower anchored. Some good hill progress off the rip. Shopify backs against the wall here. Let's see their ability.
Единственный, кто тут красавчик в лобби, это Legend, потому что он умудряется с пингом 100 брать 12 убийств, 7 ассистов. Помогает еще держать гору. Ну просто не очень неудобно, непонятно. Лучше в графе статистики писали, сколько секунд кто стоял в горе. Тут, к сожалению, просто типа OBJ. Но что он значит? Что такое дело? Типа 1-2, что это значит? Типа стоял просто в горе?
Maybe off stream he's watching, maybe not on stream. But yeah, I think it's a long shot for Optic to come back. Unfortunately, I know that makes you feel sad to hear, but I don't see it happening.
No, I hear you. I think if it happened in any capacity, it would be like somehow at Halo Fest they gave him a bag or something to like.
А вот здесь неприятно. Осталось буквально половина горы для FaZe. Ну же, ребята, давайте. Им нужно сейчас оправиться.
We're going to have to hold on. And that's why this exists, right? Like, what can we do as a community to make Halo as exciting as possible with the talent that we have? I think that this talent is very comparable, and in some cases, even more exciting than what we had last year.
Oh, I agree.
Ай-яй-яй.
Teams right now, all 8 of the teams in the Pro League are extremely competitive. I kept seeing the posts on the Reddit of people predicting, like, most people are saying AB and Cloud9 were like, oh, they're definitely the bottom 2. I disagree. I don't think that it's that clear cut, guys. I think that all these teams are capable of making it to the land.
I think especially this year when the consistency and practice between players and teams has been kind of up in the air. Like obviously Shopify have a huge edge, and we've been seeing a lot of that. Hopefully that gap continues to close. But outside of that, a lot of teams.
Что-то у Ренегада какой-то тильт начался, что-то стреляет по сторонам, что-то. Нет бы дать инфу и уйти своим ребятам, перегруппироваться. Ага, он все еще остался здесь. Ну и к чему это привело? Ну.
Along with Renegade, Legend, and more. So it's good to see.
Yeah. By the way, Shopify have come all the way.
Потеряли они 3-3. Все. Последняя гора.
I don't think they burned any neutral time off the clock for that hill. The bad news for them is that FaZe do have control of C, and they were 2 dead during the transition, and some early hill time for this final hill can go a long way, but not when Frosty is getting 5 shots like that. He's actually still able to advance forward. They should be able to secure this camo. They've got a lot of good spacing for it.
Двое мертвые у Shopify, двое мертвые у FaZe.
FaZe got to watch out for Frosty. Stellar might be the one to stop him. Finally, right? 24 and 14.
Опа.
You can tell from the stat line that Frosty's starting to cook.
Опа.
Stellar, maybe he
Снайперка у
can,
Стеллара.
answer. 2 bullets in the snipe here.
Может
A little
к
bit of
чему-то
health progress
привести.
as well. This is their last effort. And I'm not surprised to see Shopify regaining as well as they did. How do they break this is the question, right? You can see them hitting out low here. Royal 2 has the camo as well. Pops a body in the... wait, I think he hit him, right? Legend cleaned it up. Frosty definitely...
Неужели, а ну?
I think this might be the game.
Двое мертвых у Shopify,
It's gonna be extremely difficult for
один на горе,
this. Yeah, I don't think
двое обороняют.
You see a stack in the hill. We're
Нам
gonna go.
показывают Стеллара,
Royal 2 gonna
ходит,
try it.
дает информацию.
One last ditch effort.
Давай, ну же.
From behind.
Совсем чуть-чуть осталось.
Break, wait.
Двое, трое мертвые были у FaZe.
Sliver away from a cap and Shopify.
Остался один баунд для Legend. Баунд возле горы.
no way they are
Каким-то образом избежал смерти.
She managed to live a bullet from death. Like,
Совсем чуть-чуть, буквально 3 секунды на горе постоять.
face. Dead. Down from behind for 2.
Ну же. Ай, какой бы даблкил был. Ну же.
Bro 2 got a sticky. 28 seconds on the clock here.
Ай-яй-яй, каким образом
Oh
сайкл?
no.
No, this is crazy. Okay, last shot's gonna extend out to green. He knows that this is their next push. He's gonna try to slow them down. He couldn't get here in time to force the spawn to back A, but he's able to stay alive for now. Takes 3 members of FaZe to take their time.
Парням нужно спешить.
In the meantime.
Спешить.
Double hit out, clean up last shot at the very least.
Считанные секунды остались для FaZe.
Renegades in the hill.
Есть! Есть!
That'll be it.
А кто, подожди, кто? Баун забежал? Да, Баун забежал. Воспользовался моментом. Вот это я понимаю.
FaZe were up 3-1, right?
Yep, they were up
And then
3-1.
Shopify win 2 in a row, quite dominant while we were just yapping about the general state of the teams. And then
Yeah, you're right. Of course
And
they
then-
regained.
FaZe are at 95%, and then it's still that hard for them to close it out. I mean, I was calling game before the break, so I mean, Shopify are just making them work for it.
Kind of sweaty,
Impressive play
Chad.
from FaZe, though.
Yeah, kind of sweaty. Good to see FaZe get a dub, even up the scrim just a little bit. Now, keep in mind, the only wins they've had are on live fire. Only on live fire so far. So they're going to have to do a little bit better than that. 72 accuracy at a last shot is an insane stat to witness. It's just good to see some contention, Eli. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the practice. Yeah, good practice. Anything
We
you're
talking about practice?
talk about practice, Eli? You noticing anything on the board that you like to see? Looks like Stellar picked it up in the damage category.
Yeah, Stellar popping off. That's my guy right there. The guy has been playing
wow.
so good lately. And yeah, Bound bouncing back, plus 10 performance as well.
It looks out of bound. 1K on the YouTube. W YouTube. 1,000 viewers on the YouTube. 1,032. 600, nearly 700 on the Twitch, man. Y'all going insane. Means a lot.
We climbing.
Gonna have to do this a little bit more often, huh? We got a lot
Somebody
that
in
we're
chat
sort of,
said-
what's that?
Sparkle says Eli clearly doesn't like FaZe. What gives that impression? Curious.
I think he's capping. We get a
I'm
couple of
capping.
the occasional rage bait troll, you know, just to stir the pot a little
course.
bit.
I mean, I just want to hear his
Let me-
explanation.
yeah, what do you got?
What you got for me, man?
He's gonna write a paragraph. Prepare yourself.
А ну-ка, сейчас я комара убью прям.
Because remember how on CTF I was talking about the opening strat change. Like Shopify are definitely not just doing the same
Бляха,
thing every
муха,
time. It feels like they have a deep playbook of opening strats and they're kind of cycling through
Плохо,
them to stay
плохо, плохо,
unpredictable.
плохо, плохо.
Maybe they're adjusting based off of what they saw last time with the
Плохо,
opening from
плохо,
FaZe. Maybe
плохо. Ну ладно.
it's just a difference because it's Slayer instead of CTF. I'm not sure, but they clearly have a lot of unpredictability at the beginning of these games.
A couple of icy looking kills at a last shot there too before he dropped. We got a little $2 donation in the chat that says, "I'm here for Eli's gorgeous looks."
What did he say?
Damn. No, I agree. Very gorgeous. There you go, Eli. In case you didn't get enough from the
That was
chat today.
perfect.
Yeah. There was something else I meant to say, but I missed. But we'll keep it going. Renegade on screen here. Looks
this
like they do
guy-
contest. We're in Slayer, by the way. We're playing a Slayer here midway through the scrim.
he did answer. He said they pulled out the game in the end, and all we focused on was how hard it was for FaZe to do. I mean, were you watching the same game that we were? Like, we were talking about how dominant they were, and then Shopify made it very interesting by bringing it all the way back, tying it up, and almost stole it in the end. So I'm just talking about what's happening on my, like, in front of my eyeballs, bro.
I agree. Now, chat's saying that you have to cancel out my FaZe bias. So, if anything, you're helping me. Because apparently I got an auto FaZe bias. We're carrying it over from Optic, essentially. This is the,
Yeah, we know you
Revenge
love some
Squad.
Down and Renegade. Yeah.
Преимущество за Shopify, снайперка, фрастинг, no scope.
Taking a body shot on Legend here, too.
Двойное убийство, тройное убийство.
4 dead, 17 to 9,
Ёж.
by the way, as they are dominating Slayer. And it's currently 8-1.
And look at this. They force the spawns on the elbow here. Flash shot immediately gets a double kill somehow. I don't even know how he got the double kill that quickly off them coming off spawn. And they know there's a fourth guy, but they just turn around and worry about the next spawner instead. I like that. Flash shot able to get the rockets as well, but Legend takes him down. We still got ourselves a 9-kill lead for Shopify.
You got to think if you're bound Legend and Renegade, you're starting to get some flashbacks at this point. You left the scene, you went to COD, spent some time away, and then here you are back in this sim where you're losing Slayer on Kali, right? The amount of tournaments I've seen that have gone Shopify's way as a result.
Ну
of
вот,
losing
привет,
Kali
пин.
Slayer. Oh,
Европейский пин. Ну,
starting to feel it
ну
here.
что это
25 to
сейчас
14
было?
already, and Sniper's available. Can Stellar get to it first? Not looking likely. Good 5 out of him, though, right? Late jump, Gandhi hop, turns the
Yeah,
fight
that
into
was
a
insane.
trade. And that gave Legend access to the gun.
This is exactly what they need if they're going to make a comeback. You've got to hit some headshots here, though, if you're Legends. Wonder if his confidence is shot from playing on the higher ping. Especially with this weapon, but he does at least throw it off the map. He denies the resource to Frosty, but you got to feel if the comeback was going to happen, it was probably off of a spree there.
11-3 for Frosty. You can't ask for a better looking stat line in a game like this. They get tagged up from bottom mid. That's some good info he'll relay to the team. We'll see what he can do to finesse Stellar here too.
Да, но ты понимаешь, никого же это не волнует. Это его проблемы. То, что он не в Америке. Это то же самое, что я возмущаюсь во время соревновательной катки, что вот у меня там пинг высокий. Ну, всем все равно. Знаешь, проблема в том, что американцы этого не понимают и, наверное, никогда не поймут, потому что американских игроков подавляющее количество. И, естественно, им подбирают Оу, 360, двойное убийство, Ренегат, давайте, ребята. Ну, проблема в том, что у них отставание на 11. Им что-то тяжко будет. Сейчас, если еще и Shopify будут забирать спенкеры и снайпу, то, скорее всего, это слив. На листе слив. Скорее всего, это слив для FaZe. Но да. О, выпал! Ха-ха! Засчитали как убийство. Ага, у него типа 1,5 убийства получилось. Неплохо, отстают на 9. Неплохо. В общем, американцам максимально пофиг на вот этот пин. Они даже не обращают на него внимания. Никогда.
God, Andre, welcome on the YouTube. Whoa, we got gifteds on the YouTube. It's about to get crazy. 20 gifted bomb. TYM UFU, bro. Thank you for the 20 gift bomb. I'm gonna lower down the alert sound.
You. I was trying to come up with what that acronym was.
TY Mufu is Mufu. Mr. Mufu, you're a go, bro. Let's see. We're gonna lower down the alert though. He's gonna play 20 times. Eli.
All right. 3 more kills. Make it 2, and yeah, this is GG. Not quite as spectacular, but it was close.
Man, the Slayers are ugly. I mean, it's only been one, right? But I feel especially in Slayer, the moment that Shopify get the edge and their ability to just kind of snowball it into more, it's going to look bad for FaZe. They had a moment. They had a 4 dead in the middle of the game, and it looked like something was cooking there. But, you know, already down 10 when that started happening. Take a look at the damage and see if that tells us more. But that's currently 5 now.
4,500.
4,500. Holy, yeah. 5-2, chat. $100 per win. So Shopify have now made $500 1,500 pod, right? So 500 for Shopify, 200 for FaZe. Here's still plenty more games to play. We're just about halfway through. Lil Johnson, I see you, brother. Thank you for the $20. Bicep tendon surgery complete. No gaming for 3-4 weeks. Glad you always have these streams going. No problem, Johnson. Hopefully it was successful. Sounds like things went as they should, man. Get well. Thank you for the 20. It's good to have you guys hanging out, watching some scrims with us.
What's up, Dav? Dav asked me at Eli, thoughts on Frosty? What do you want me to say, Dav? He's one of the best to ever do it. He just popped off on his best
Ну
match.
погнали, гифтит. Сейчас устроим раздачу
Those are my thoughts on Frosty.
в лобби.
Especially on Kali. It looks like he's at home, right? It's his playground. 68 stat line. Not quite the assist work at a cycle, or that cycle put down.
Всё?
Definitely tell he was
Только трое? Ну ладно.
helping with that. But Frosty just
Okay.
seems to know how to perfectly position himself on Kali.
Окей, whatever.
Sometimes. And I think we saw that. Hopefully it doesn't continue if you're FaZe.
А, оно мне сейчас будет приходить, вот эти alerts.
Place to do it. What do you think, Eli? Lattice oddball. They
Ага.
did have some excellent oddball statistics when they were optic. And that looked good in Lattice.
Alerts. Подписался кто-то там за $0 0 центов.
From what I remember, I could be wrong. I mean, obviously they were one of the best, so they beat most of the teams. But I think in the head-to-head against Shopify specifically, this trio struggled on Lattice. I mean, I'm just recalling at the World Championship when Shopify absolutely decimated them on this mode. I think Royal 2 was on a, or no, Last Shot was on a killing frenzy with like 2 triple kills in the same spree, and it felt like they were doing whatever they wanted. So I think FaZe are going to definitely be playing an uphill battle. This is a mode that requires a lot of coordination and teamwork that like you may
Сейчас,
not realize
вот
at
на
first
этой
glance,
карте,
but
с этим режимом,
gameplay
Face.
for a lot of scenarios, and a team
Мой
that's been
прогноз.
together a lot longer is just going to have that game plan advantage.
Это ж та самая карта, на которой команда Trippy Snakebite боролась против Shopify 27 минут, вот эти рекордные.
Sort of split and locked down
26-27
spawn
минут.
regardless of the positions that they're in. And expect to see a lot of that in this map, especially when you're spawning tower and it's on purpose. They'll be preying on you. Last shot are going to find Legend with the peaks. Looks like Snipe was secured by, I believe, Frosty, looking to carry his momentum from the Slayer into this one.
Yeah, Frosty going to be quite aware of a potential blue spawn here. Looks like he thought about rotating backwards. Now probably a bit more confident the next player should be spawning in blue. They're going to actually move forward towards these players away from the blue spawners and then turn around and deal with them thereafter. So just, I mean, perfect execution of that push there.
Cozy door just
Ну не переживай, в следующий раз тебе тоже выпадет. Там, может быть, тебе надо, может быть, тебе надо разрешить, там, вот даже я вот сейчас зашел с другого аккаунта, allow gift memberships. Что такое дело?
Welcome new subscribers on YouTube. Good to see 1,000 of you guys hanging out. Honestly, insane. Enjoy some damn good Halo.
Охренеть, 1000 человек
On a show. I know they're
на
in
YouTube у
trouble.
него
They've got
смотрит,
plenty of games
где-то
to play.
700 на
A
Twitch.
bit of all time here for Renegade, trying to
Это я уже
navigate.
молчу про игроков, которые тоже проводят
Did
трансляции.
break through the red side. Frosty
По идее,
Live is actually the first
вроде бы
spawner
Шай разрешил.
Thank you, Cozy.
over, and he's already made his way into the screens. Frosty getting a kill onto Legend is actually massive. The rest of the team is going to move very quick now off of the spawn point. Renegade cannot feel very comfortable here, now just alone with Stellar. Michael's going to be the opening point of entry through the ice, but there's going to be more members of Shopify flooding in through other entries. And it looks like the push is successful as 3 fall for FaZe. The execution has been on point from Shop this game.
Yeah, to pinch and to not have a single trade in that scenario is typical. They all come in, clean up the damage they needed, and they come out with their shields and positioning. We saw Frosty, who was already ready to influence those spawns. He did manage to get a kill, but while that, pinch went down, you could see the space that they had already taken and just how oppressive that is in their spawn. So hopefully Stellar finds an opportunity to break out here. He does have Thrust in the back pocket. He's alone for now. Maybe Legend can assist him out through screens. Yeah, they get tapped in the back here, too. That might have encouraged him to play forward a little bit quicker. Well, Stellar makes the rotate.
Legends last alive. Last shot knows better than to fight him one-on-one. And with the help of the team, able to clear that out. Bound gets a close spawn on the tower. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Royal 2 with the thrust. Clamber to stay alive. This guy is so crafty with it.
Кузница.
And he's turning
Карты
режимы, кузница. Кузница это, я же тебе говорю, не раскрыт потенциал Infinite. Кузница. Самая лучшая кузница, которая когда-либо была в Halo. Столько всего можно с помощью нее делать. Вот эта карта, на которой они сейчас играют, ее сделал бывший проигрок в кузнице. Вот эта карта. Эта карта сделана была в кузнице. На минуточку. И HCS пошли навстречу, такие, да, мы ее добавляем в плейлист, и она... С прошлого года она была еще и... Ну, как бы, скажем так, дебютировала на турнирах.
And now just nading the chase, find themselves in a weird spot bottom middle, but it doesn't matter. This round has been all Shopify so far.
Oh yeah. I noticed Jump and Strafe in the chat said, what can FaZe do? Is there anything FaZe need to do to sort of figure this out and contest Shopify? I don't know if there's any easy answer for a question like that, Eli. What do you think?
Ну, может быть. Ты имеешь в виду моды? Кстати, да. Жалко, что моды до сих пор не появились на Xbox. Вот тот же Fallout, там есть моды на Xbox. В чем проблема добавить такое же для Halo?
To solve it in the moment, I think is almost impossible. I'm not saying like there's no way they can win this game, but it's almost like there's no way they can win this game. They're going to need reps to talk about scenarios. When I'm here, when we're spawning in this situation, this is what we want to do. I think the first guy should go to this spot, second guy should go to this spot. Like Shopify have already done all that work, right? They've already got these game plans set in
Вроде
stone.
пока только один
Don't
комар.
have to say many words to execute
Гад
on them.
летает.
But right
Самое
now,
что
for FaZe to
страшное,
execute
он
at
не
this
издает
similar level, they'd
звука.
have to say so many words,
Он большой,
and they
ну
don't have enough
прям...
time to say that many
Ну,
words. Like,
окей,
you can't
небольшой, не
talk your way into
москито,
a victory
москито,
here.
но
I
такое,
think it's
что
just gonna
бляха
be
как
kind of a learning
сядет, так
experience for FaZe, to be honest.
кровосос
You
настоящий.
know, just
знаете.
put a little bit of money on it to make it sweeter. But yeah, good
Это...
point.
Отсосет у
Do you
меня
think that
крови,
FaZe
я
is the
точно
type of
уверен в
team
этом.
to go back and review and chat about
Самое
that stuff,
еще
right?
что
Where they
грустное,
just
у
like
меня
go back,
в
I feel like they just
комнате
gotta keep playing,
потолки
so they sort
где-то
of intrinsically
4 метра. И
get
как бы
that
я,
feel of how to work
как бы
around
я
each
не
other
хотел,
versus the
со своим
conversation
ростом, со
splits
своими,
above.
с длиной моих рук, я физически никак не могу достать потолка. Даже если я возьму тряпку, все равно я не достану. Да, если я поднимусь на второй, типа второй этаж, полтора, у меня просто в комнате, типа как есть подъем над ванной комнатой, и подъем, там у меня кровать. Да, там вот эта зона, там я могу как бы касаться потолка, но они же там не тусуются, они тусуются возле окна. А окно-то не там, где моя кровать. И это все усложняет.
Puts a lot of weight on Legend's shoulders, who I see as sort of a primary leader on this team. Like,
Ага, там лимит. Ты говоришь, там лимит в 2 гига, я понял. Ага. С Майнкрафта не знаю. Ага. Ну, конечно. А у меня третий отрицательный. Подожди, а что произошло сейчас? Что-то я... Дело в том, что мне не очень удобно сидеть. Перед трансляцией я пытался, у меня почему-то не выдавало экран. Не дублировало и не делало второй экран на мониторе. И я сейчас смотрю с ноута. Из-за этого вот эти все действия, они вам видны. То есть я даже чат читаю с телефона. Так бы я себе сделал, все настроил, было удобно, у меня было все на ноуте, экран ноута. И я бы все вывел на монитор. Я бы смотрел вот так вот сейчас. И как бы, я как будто бы на вас бы смотрел, но как обычно, когда играю. Но, к сожалению, я типа смотрю вниз. Потому что я не успел включить монитор. Я пытался, но почему-то он не подружился. Хотя раньше все было нормально. Ну я не знаю, в чем проблема, но тут действительно чистый игровой процесс. Чистый такой мягкий, за счет скольжений, за счет крюка, вот этих всех моментов. G-слайд тот же. Если овладеть им, совладать им, это можно уже вся масса называть. Как я, например. 4K еще и на Xbox. 120 кадров с задержкой. Вот это визуальная синхронизация. Ну, нормально. А что-то у Стеллара не очень получается сегодня, я смотрю, на этой карте. 9-15, 6 ассистов, что-то слабенько. Как для снайпера очень слабенько. Да, вот тут Илай вспоминает и говорит, что Баунд, что ли, мечтает победить Shopify. Ну, частично он победил со Стелларом в турнире 2 на 2 от FaZe. Но это ж типа не считается. 2 на 2.
$100 dono. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, 100. I don't even know. That'll go to the fund, man. If they play more games, I'll throw the money at them. You know. Hey, W Sticky, man. He's been a goat for what?
Опа, подожди, что будет 16-я карта? Уже там сотку закинули. А ну посмотрим. FaZe, давайте, вон вам это. Как бы знак судьбы, не сдаваться.
Did you see the Renegade clip talking about Best Man by any chat? Because he said he's coming for Best Man. He said some choice words.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming for Best Man. He wants to do Verb Maker proud, right? They want this win. If anything, there's a pride component almost more than the money.
And I do want to just correct. King in chat says, wait, you're saying the Scrim settles the SSG versus SR debates. It's online, LOL. I'm not saying this specific Scrim. I'm saying, like, this is practice for the Pro League, right? Like, and I think that this FaZe team really wants to beat Shopify in the Pro League. So as a part of that, they're going to be trying to improve in some way, shape, or form over the course of the next 7 weeks, right? So that's all I was trying to say.
I think David's telling me that Sticky gave the dono for you, Eli. You want an extra $100, bro?
What?
I don't know. I think Sticky wanted to give it to you.
I mean, that's way too kind, but sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I'll give you $100.
Okay,
bro.
thank you, Sticky.
Короче, не, $100 уходит Илаю, ну ладно.
That's wow. Okay.
Y'all gonna get me emotional in here, man. I can't believe it, honestly. It's crazy. Like, we just put this shit together in what, the last 12 hours out of nowhere. So very grateful.
Yeah,
chat.
literally.
Very grateful, honestly. This is fun.
Okay. All right, let me lock back in. I was not expecting that.
No problem, bro.
FaZe are looking much better in this round. They're trying to shut me up and say, of course, we have a chance to win this, Eli.
Oh my.
And they're actually in the lead. I like the thought process there from Renegade. Gets the Sticky, almost turns it into a remote dead. But it looks like Last Shot was able to break through and has the oddball for now.
Slow and steady FaZe trying to work their way into this. I noticed Frosty's got a snipe, so we'll see if he does something with it before he drops. Last Shot with the perfect bait and switch to keep him alive. He got an opportunity for another shot. He hit it. Observer didn't track it, but he hit it.
Кстати, возможно, мне показалось, но там в моменте было 8 зрителей. Если да, то окей, круто, спасибо. Я так понимаю, алгоритм в коем-то веке заработал. Не знаю, конечно, кто-то подписался или нет. Вообще, по идее, уведомления пришло бы. Эти alerts у меня же не подключены от YouTube.
A little bit of progress here for FaZe. Let's see what Renegade can do as a defender. He a little bit far forward, maybe trying to work off Bound, who's definitely taking space, making 2, looking for 3.
Давай, трипл килл. Ой, хорош. Вот это мой мальчик Баунти. Давай. И мяч сразу. Да ты шо. Сейчас сравняет 1-1. Если, конечно, команда придет поддержать его. Она же придет. Вроде как-то, да, отбивают атаку. Что-то, ну, такое что-то. Slippery sloppy, так сказать.
In the blink of an eye, Shopify get 4 dead, and Legends already getting ran at on spawn.
Very quickly changed the entire impact on the game. They did get some kills, I think, over to Red, which does slow down and leave ball available for Renegade. I think we just got the retrieval. Last shot looking for a pick in blue and also access to Snipe. Snipe, I think, is just spawned. If anything, maybe creating space, so Frosty gets access. Can he break the setup with this?
Nobody really even looking at him as he grabs it. They're all occupied by Last Shot, who's getting a double kill.
From the hip?
And that's a 4 dead. So despite being down by 30 points, Shopify with a chance to run this setup. I'm very curious to see how they play this. Typically, they would send a guy through cargo to start flanking the blue players in advance, force the blue spawn, and then already have the L-shaped setup around them. Didn't look like they had the timing to do so, so they're taking a little bit more of a defensive approach here.
Hit it. Nice. Little nade shot combo with the snipe. Man's got the eagle eye, though, right? He was lining up no scopes. He's not even using the scope across the entire map to line these shots up. Comes out and cooks Legend there, too. So beautiful work out of Frosty. But FaZe still on the attack. We'll see what they can do. 82-79, very narrow game at this point. Bounce got an excellent flank on Cycle here. I like what I see. As they two-stack their way back to ball with 42 seconds on the clock. Shit getting chaotic here, Eli.
Oh my god, Royal 2 does a good job to try to stay alive, but it's not enough. This is looking like a... Could be a
Осталось совсем чуть-чуть. Ну уже. Зачем он туда пошел? Почему он не пошел в противоположную сторону, в угол? Чтобы укрыться и максимально больше времени накопить. Вот что они теперь? Лидируют на 6 секунд всего. Ну все уже.
Attempt at a trade. Final 10 seconds here. Frosty with the ball. It's up to Legend. Bound found one on the feed. And they have a chance to attack it. There's 17 on the clock.
О, Стеллар, Баунд. Ай, Баунд умер. Ай, Ренегат красавчик. Неужели? Нет, против... Куда ты пошел? Куда ты пошел? Зачем ты пошел туда с мячом? Баунд, давай навстречу. О, нет. 2 секунды, подберите мяч! Там было 90 и 91 секунда. А, нет. Серьезно? Ай-яй-яй. Да.
If the ball went out front red in a baitable location, Cycle might not have been able to swerve that around the corner, but it was in the perfect location, right on top of that box. Quick little jump backwards, clamber, and he's out to fight entirely. Drops it immediately. Hate to say it's surprising, it definitely isn't, but the way they do it always catches you off guard. Shopify, icy as hell.
Last Shot might be the best Lattice player. I don't know why this guy just feels comfortable on that map.
Look at the damage,
I feel like he's thought about it maybe more than other players. Embraces it as a map. And I gotta admit something, Alex. Throughout my experience playing Halo, I think that players have got a running riot on me maybe less than 5 times. Like it's a running riot 15 kills in a row without dying. But Last Shot, when I played against Shopify in the first online qualifier, this guy got a running riot on us in
he got a rampage.
The hill.
You got a rampage.
Was it? Oh, it was a.
He got a
rampage?
20 kill spree, Chad. Not
I
to
think
expose
that's the only
Eli.
one.
Eli and the young
that's
squad.
the only one anyone's ever got on me, bro. Like that's crazy.
And did he post it on YouTube? I think he said he might. He was trying to put it together, but Last Shot, literally pure finesse. And we watched it on Mailmain's POV. I'm sorry, Mailmain. On the receiving end of a 20 kill spree, at a Last Shot hitting a rampage. I mean, as if. You know, you're trying to come back in.
Так, ребят, я вспомнил про кое-какую настройку. Сейчас я попробую. Может быть, мы чуть-чуть пропустим эту игру. Но, возможно, у меня получится подключить второй монитор. Сейчас я попробую. Я вспомнил, как я делал раньше. Сейчас я попробую. По идее, должно сработать. Я что вообще забыл. Я так давно не комментировал какие-то игры. Вот так вот, серьезно. Не подключал монитор. Сейчас я попробую.
Trying, man.
Admirable, man. You've been killing it.
Appreciate it, but let's talk about the actual good players on the screen right now. Because, we got a camo.
Да, подтверждаю, получилось. Получилось. Сейчас я кое-что сделаю, короче. Сейчас. Мне надо... Да, extend.
Looking for an opportunity. There goes Camo. Thankfully, the teammates are inside the lock. He's down for a cycle. Oh my God, almost got that. Making Stellar work
Main
very
desktop,
hard.
я выбираю
Literally twerking in the corner, like, bro,
Literally
please
twerking.
relax.
Все, я кидаю.
Yeah, like he's
Я
throwing it in a
кидаю.
circle. Like if you were to go back
Раз.
and watch that in theater, he was
Всё,
literally
есть.
throwing it in a circle.
He was throwing it in a
Like,
circle.
Есть?
Yeah. And it was hot.
У меня уже
Flag out
шарик.
though. They're not going to get a touch.
Все, есть.
FaZe are in trouble. Frosty cooking it at 1v1.
Оно?
Opens up space. Hold
Да,
on. They
нет.
get a double. He's still going. Triple? No. Renegade get it back off. Stellar finally finds him, but that's the first flag already. Relentless pressure out of Shopify.
both the kills that he shot got cleaned up as well. Legend in a 1v1 against Last Shot, and Last Shot is just making it hurt right now. Gonna get to top center. And this is not where you want to be if you're FaZe. You don't want Last Shot to be on the top of the map, raining gunfire on you, doing whatever he wants. They're gonna have to send somebody to P2 to deal with this man.
I see Jelly in the chat saying, I don't think FaZe takes another
Всё,
map.
ну.
Not gonna lie. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news on that. It does feel like Shopify have gotten cooking, and they look like an unstoppable force right now. Hoping FaZe can switch gears and find some motivation and give us a bit of a show. But man, are they unstoppable. Cycle still alive on car side, taking space for the third. Wait, did another one
mean,
happen to me?
In the last year, the only team that's really given
Ну что ж такое, ну куда это, ну
these
как
guys,
это вообще? Ну,
like pseudo retired, what has been four of a kind. It's the only team that's like beat them in a series.
два флага уже отдали.
Or been very close with them most of the times that they play. So
Так, а ну стоп, сейчас
it's
я
not
попробую.
uncommon for them to destroy teams.
вот так вот.
But I think that once FaZe has some more reps and they can talk through these situations and have maybe a
Просто
little
я
bit better game
пытаюсь
plans, maybe come up
частоту
with some
уменьшить,
counter
чтобы
strategies.
Микрофон не
What
улавливал.
Shopify like to do, then we'll see these be a
Потому
bit
что
more
я
competitive. It's
слушаю
probably
не
just a little bit too early.
Вот так
Chat,
вот, наверное.
you know what? I have the alert very low,
вот
so I'm
так.
not hearing
О,
it. But I
ну,
just
короче,
turned
типа
it back up, so I make sure I don't hear or don't miss any of the donations. Did we get another $100 dono?
Вот
Is that
такого
correct?
плана будем.
And is it for Eli? Can I get the update, chat? You might have just got another big dono.
Не, ну
Okay.
в Infinite, конечно.
I mean, it's
Я даже
deserved,
не
bro.
знаю,
Come
дело в
on.
том, что в последнее время я на деке играл в Рич.
Check the
Ну, это
donut.
просто
How
кайф,
How do we
такой
check
кайф,
it,
я
though?
не знаю.
No, I'm big, bro. I'm good, bro.
С
Don't
другой
worry
стороны,
about
в
it.
троке вот что-то есть.
I'm happy to
Что-то
have you.
есть такое вот особенное, чего нет в
guys.
других частях. Не, возможно,
Thank you
это
so
есть
much.
в Infinite.
DJ donated 100. Oh, he said split it
В Рич
50-50.
этого
He
нет.
said
Я не
split
знаю,
it. There
что,
we go.
но
Hey,
вот что-то
50
вот
apiece,
какой-то
bro.
шарм есть у
Let's
тройки.
go. W
И
back
в каком-то смысле я это еще... Иногда мне удается это
See if I
прочувствовать
can-
в Infinite.
Thank you.
Но
We'll
что
lock
это
it, my
такое,
bad.
я
Too
описать
low
не
right
могу. По крайней мере, словами я точно не могу
Thank
это
you guys,
описать.
seriously.
Sweet.
Duo is the lead
Без
for
предметных,
Shopify.
да,
Trade
может
out.
быть вот
Cycle
это,
be
да.
Legends, 1v1 on the map,
Баланс,
and it's Cycle
не,
advancing forwards.
Тут песочницы как бы
Ecstasy
совершенно
for Frost is
разные,
up. I feel like
соответственно, и
members of
баланс другой.
Shopify are so good at that. They're always checking to see if items are on the maps. They can siphon,
Как
as
по мне
many
вообще
things
баланс
as
самый
they
лучший
can.
именно в Infinite.
make sure they have the upper hand into the next engagement. That's why they often do have the upper hand in these engagements, and they get 4 dead again.
Но мне не нравится то,
As they
что у
return
нас
the flag.
Bandit Starts.
Looks like they might be intentionally spawning them car side. They're gonna
Вот
actually blend the spawns.
я
They know that they're
либо
moving.
давайте
Gonna
пистолеты
move the
как
next
Хейл
spawns
опять.
to fridge side.
Это было,
This
это
was
было, ну,
back-to-back intentional spawns, by the
это был
way.
интересный
And now
эксперимент,
look at this,
скажем
he's
так.
pre-nading the
Yes.
car spawn because they know the next one split onto this side. That's incredible.
Oh my
Ну
god.
это что, это опять,
Please, and he
да
traded
ну,
Legend. Holy shit, what a
в
life.
конце концов,
14
и тут
and 8
такой
at a
раз,
cycle. Reading every
So
split spawn, like
fuck.
you said, as it was happening.
Royal
They're pushing
2.
into the base. They know they're splitting them both. Fridge
Perfect
and util.
deal.
As they open
Oh.
util, he's there like clockwork, pre-nading, winning 1v1 fights. Insane 1v1s. Yeah, back-to-back fives. A trade at the tail end, and then Royal 2 back into util for a 4th flag. Insult to injury at this point. They're trying to do anything they can.
Insult to
Verb,
injury.
thank you for the
В
5.
Infinite нету такого масштаба,
I
как
have.
в тройке, по
It's
ощущениям.
more than enough.
На
Verb, I
больших
appreciate
картах
it, bro.
Infinite
Verb, let's go.
тускло, непонятно.
This is definitely
Infinite
like
прикольно играется, а вот
the
большие карты.
situation that you mentioned earlier that you feared.
Да
Like, I
ну,
hope this, they're not just
но ведь в
getting checked
Infinite
out.
самая
I hope so, too.
интересная,
Just like
самая
the
богатая
level of
песочница.
dominance that they just
Столько
experienced in the last,
снаряжения.
like, couple minutes.
Вроде бы
And as it
самый
continues, like,
богатый выбор
It's,
пушек.
it's hard to maintain the
Вроде бы
mental
да.
resilience to think that you can come back in this situation. You've lost
Вроде бы это в Infinite.
like the last
Ну,
four games in
и
a row.
вертикальности
You're
хватает
getting
на карту.
absolutely
Да, не
blundered
на
off
всех,
spawn.
конечно,
Like you
но
have to
на
have a
более
different
новых,
type
да.
of mental resilience.
Yeah.
To, like,
Это не,
keep trying your
на одной
hardest
из
and
первых
calling out with the
точно
same
была
enthusiasm,
вертикальность, я помню,
and like
такая
continually try to come up with plays to get out of the
лесистая,
blender.
это была
It
там, где
takes
еще дырка
like
большая
a
была.
special type of personality to do that.
Вот там.
It definitely does, bro.
Ну
and
и
their
так в основном
alley-oop
более
and
новые.
fourth
Но и
flag
то
in it, dude.
не
Norm just
разраб.
dropped
Ну все, это, короче,
25.
слив, 7-2, я понял. я думаю.
Norm's dub.
Да.
Love you, Norm. W,
Oh my
Norm.
God.
Yeah, I mean, we're going crazy. So is Shopify. And you're right, man. Like,
А если хотите, я
it's
могу
tough, right?
себя
Like, FaZe are
сделать
getting their
меньше.
first opportunity at high
Сейчас я
level
только
practice, and this
запомню
is their reality.
значение.
We put them on blast here. Like, obviously, they were
А,
excited
так
about the
дело в том,
prospect of
что
maybe
я
making some
опускал.
money. Well, they scrim.
Ладно, я
But
хотя
when
бы
things get
сфотографирую
impressive
вот.
like this, and you got
Ну, ладно,
1,000
что
plus people watching, how many? You're right, like
Ну ладно,
728 on the
потом
Twitch, over
поправлю,
1,000.
какая
I mean, it's
разница,
a lot
что
of.
такое.
Not that they care about the viewers at the end of the day, right? They're here to just practice, but we're putting the spotlight on FaZe with no opportunity to figure shit out. And they got to do it right here, right now.
Yeah, the reality is every member of FaZe is an MVP
давайте,
caliber
вам
player. Like, don't they
They
all
are,
have
yeah.
MVP wins? They all have tournament wins. Like these are literally four of the
них нету
greatest
детей ни у
Infinite
кого.
players of all time.
И то
But
девка,
they just
оказывается, только
formed
у
as a
Баунда
duo.
есть. И то
Two of
она
them
в
haven't even really
Италии.
been playing Halo for real like that. Like it's gonna take them a little while, and this is a great introduction. So like anyone that's watching that was maybe expecting more from them, you have to understand the situation they find themselves in. Like they're not gonna just fry instantly. We know they have
Especially-
the ability though.
Especially against Shopify. They did fry low key instantly last weekend. They found their stride towards the end of the tournament in lower bracket and put on a show. I mean, here's some finesse in a 2v1 here, finally navigating Frosty. Frosty was cooking with that commando. They get the re. They have a cap. There's
я
4
думаю,
minutes on
так
the clock,
нормально.
and it's very much an uphill battle, but not impossible at this point.
Красивенько.
Hopefully, FaZe finds something here.
4 minutes left. They look like they're staying
Вот такая,
resilient.
типа, тусовка.
That line is
Правда, я не
rough right now.
приглашенный гость. но
We'll
Это
take a look at him. We'll take a look at Mr.
тоже
Brown.
совсем другая история.
Chat's calling chirping bound right now. I see it. 7 and 9.
Четвертого не хватит. Вообще четвертый не нужен, потому что мы же
Thank you, Nami.
вот здесь мы
Dual cam,
смотрим.
very profesh. W
Кто
stream with
кого
Eli. I
убил
agree. Nami, thank you for the 5, bro.
и как.
We tried something new, and I think it's a W. What could Bound do, though, right? Center of
Ну
the,
да,
of the map.
четвертому, к сожалению, места не нашлось.
Okay. It does feel like Bound is
О,
struggling
они
to,
что-то
like,
пытаются
find his
показать,
efficacy
кому-то
in his
доказать, что это
timings,
4-1.
this
А
entire
есть
time we've
смысл?
been on his screen, he did end up getting, I think, 2 more
Хиба
kills,
есть
or no, 1 more kill. But there was a lot of downtime on his
Хиба
screen, which we're
есть?
not used to seeing from Bound, right? We're used to seeing him in the mix and always shooting his gun and having an impact at all times. But it does feel like the way Shopify are moving around the map is kind of thwarted Bound's normal, like, comfort zone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, in that scenario there, too, like, he spawned when his team had just gone 3 dead. So he's out P1, navigating fights, trying to take space and then live by the time his team spawns up. It's a tricky role to occupy. Oftentimes, players just kind of hide and wait for the team to spawn. He's going in and
Не
gunning.
вижу
So
гадов
here he
мелких.
is again off spawn, trying to get a cut off on the flag. And it just puts you on a bit of a cycle where your team's already in their fights, dying by the time you're back on the map. Here's some damage Stella can actually pick up off of, though. He'll get a clean up, maybe an opportunity for a
Loha.
return. But you can see Royal 2 already in position for another pull, already occupying attention, forcing them to turn back.
Yeah, I fear Bound might be just tilting a little bit here.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
2 minutes left. New camo is going to be coming up here in 5 seconds. And yeah, it's 2 dead. Last shot's in your base, pulling your flag. A Legend looks at last shot. Last shot just waits a moment for his team to kill him and then
Yep.
moves.
Ну,
So there's
всё,
guys out
пятый
middle.
класс.
Like, I mean,
Вот
and when you
оно.
listen to their communication, it's so fast paced. These guys
So
are
fast.
borderline auctioneers with the comms.
Oh my
and I
God.
mean, it's so efficient. Like, yeah, I cannot understate how impressive their communication is. Of course, we're not listening to it right now, but if you guys ever have the opportunity to listen, they are the most efficient team communication wise. And I think that is probably one of their strongest, like, qualities as a team and what makes them so difficult to overcome.
Well said. in every category, Eli, in every category.
Опа,
we're
опять
talking
комар.
about their
Причем
communication.
Maxed out, bro.
Stats are maxed out, but I mean, even that flag run, bro, like he clipped the side of the edge for the car one portion of the run and hit like this frame perfect G slide down the stairs. A lot more than meets the eye, I think, with like the way that he just ran that flag in the tail end. Well shooting 71.85, I'll add. This guy can shoot. Not the most damage in the lobby, though. Cycle had some beautiful moments. Okay, Dave, I see you, brother. I've seen enough. FaZe is so back. Is that like oxymoronic or like sarcastic or what? I'll take the $2. Thank you, Dave. FaZe are back in the scene. They're doing what they can. But yeah, the question that you brought up, I think, is a valuable one. Is how's the composure at this point? How's the composure? Can we reset the vibes and the mental, or do we just keep running it down? Do we just keep running game to game? Is this a 5-minute opportunity to just, you know, take a second to breathe, get some water?
I do need to grab a beverage. I'll be right back. Thank you so
Sounds
much,
good.
chat. Once again, you guys are saying so many nice things. Please give Alex more money.
Nah, bro.
Be right back.
Thank you, Eli.
Please give Alex my money.
W chat. W chat. Hey guys, it's been fun. Make sure that you go to the other live streams, right? At some point, I think it'd be a good idea to co-stream with the pros, but I think the more the merrier with this stuff. We got a lot of other pros with their individual POVs. If you're not supporting them, you should be supporting them too, right? Like I wouldn't even have a role in the community if it wasn't for the guys, you know, in the lobby streaming the game, putting on a show for us. So if you're watching me and you're new to Halo, make sure you're following and watching everybody else at the same time. Open up a tab. It's just been a pleasure. Chairway? No, it's somebody. We got Eli Chairway. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Right on time. I know we got
I'm
an
so glad this game
SSG.
type is back, by the way.
Oh yeah, low key the best King of the Hill map for the
Что он
record.
такой
King of the Hill
красный?
Church.
Красный
Maps
как
and W.
I
помидор.
agree.
I heard, yeah, is Lucid having a hell of a scrim right now? Can we get an update on SSG versus Snakebite? Because that's a, I think, a big one that a lot of people were anticipating. How is
сейчас еще и
Lucid
параллельно
looking
с-
with this new team? He had
Ё-моё,
trouble
SSG
versus C9
против-
yesterday.
Охренеть, это
maybe
тоже
he's regaining
достаточно
today.
таки
Anybody know the
интересная
score?
схватка. Два моих фаворита, ё-моё.
And it's 4 dead for FaZe.
Команда
I
Lucid
mean, what
против
the
команды
average
Triple.
dropped.
Yikes.
It's 0-5. Oh, they're losing 5-0. Wait, what the hell? 1,000 biddies.
Great vibes from 2 community leaders.
Yo,
Love Yoshi
Kanik.
Ball in the cast
That guy
on the
runs,
game and keeping Halo on the main
Halo
screen.
Div Championship.
Right. I've seen him in the channel for that too. Yo, Canning, thank you so much, brother, for the 1,000 biddies. Very kind words, man. Yeah, is that a recent initiative, right? I noticed if you guys aren't aware, they run a European Halo League on Halo Div Championship. Feel free to drop the link, honestly, Canning, if you want. But they have a little league going, which is good to see. There's not too much of that in the space, especially for the other regions. So anything we could do to bring some more spotlight to them too. I think it was
A lot
W.
of European 8s, I want to say, on that
U8s,
stream.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Canning.
So I like the way Shopify plays this first hill, by the way. They are like simultaneously holding they're basically holding like the AB setup as would be traditional for like strongholds, where they're watching the crosses, forcing the C spawns, and just making it impossible for FaZe to even get out of there. But now, how do you push from here? Like, what does your push look like from A to C? You usually want to push both long haul and into tower simultaneously from both sides. Last shot going to be the first point of entry, but doesn't have help on the other side, and that's why this one doesn't quite work out.
Yeah, you could tell he was unsure if somebody was behind him in that moment, right? Trying to stick the exit in the way in. And a lot he can micromanage with his sensitivity, but Legend's still going to find the best of him. Hopefully giving setup advantage here to FaZe. An anchor at back silo and some gold control would be ideal. And they might actually be working their way into it with their spawns over in longs. Let's see what Bound can do just to hold the hill for now. Camo coming up here too.
Yeah, actually, I'm seeing some like less discipline than usual so far from Shopify. They got the first hill, but like since then have kind of been just running it down, if I'm being completely honest. Like that play, I really did not like that play from last shot. The way he pushed from A to tower, he should have just chilled and waited for some help and pressure from the opposite side before he continued to advance. And because of those mistakes, FaZe have kind of taken control of the map since then.
Makes you wonder if Shopify are a little bit more susceptible to making mistakes when they go up 7-2 in the scrim. Do they get a little bit complacent at times? thinking like, oh, we're kind of running FaZe over. Let me just go ahead and solo push tower and, see what I come away with. It might give FaZe a chance to regain, and that's the hope here. Can they get their composure back, do something wise with this camo? Nice fight at a legend.
Huge. Now. Playing on the silo here. Hits the curb slide with the camo. A lot of people opt to just bot walk the entire time they have camo. They're like, why would I curb slide that it's going to reveal myself? But Legend understanding the only way to survive in that situation, so I like that flexibility.
Joker, top center of the screen, Joker. He says it was a quick, spontaneous thing. It'd be cool if you had someone adding the player name instead of having to use the scoreboard. Top center of the screen, brother. It is weird, though. I think at some point, if we can add overlay or something to advance the production, and I hear you, bro, so it's a little bit easier to see the names. But in case you guys are having trouble, it's top center in the screen, built into the observer. Hey, there's a shout out to Halo.
Sure there's like an app or something that pulls.
Yeah, there might be whatever
top of
LBT
the
is doing.
screen or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, well, a bit of a flip
I
on
don't
the
know how
setup.
that works.
Yeah, no,
That's
this,
beyond my.
У меня
this
вопрос.
is all me learn on the fly, right? Like I put the music on,
Вопрос
switching to
личного
POVs, right? Like throwing Eli's camera in the mix. We're learning a lot in a short period of time here. I think it's been going well, though. Bound going to try to find his way into this with the help of Stellar. And a little bit of contention here. Look at the time on the clock burning off here, too. 2 minutes left. It's definitely going to come to bite them later in this game.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I mean, this is one of those hills that it's hard to find meaningful impact in the fight from inside the hill. So oftentimes the teams are just fighting for this silo space before they opt to step inside it. A lot more important to just occupy the space around the hill than it is to accumulate hill time right now. Especially if you're FaZe, like you're pretty close to tying this one up.
Вопрос личного характера, но перед этим я задам еще один вопрос.
So Shopify playing very patiently now. I called them out for being undisciplined in the rotation, but ever since then they're not like desperate for hill time. Just making sure they have the space around the hill before they get into it. And now that they have full control, they actually have a good chance to capture this hill.
Yeah, the worry is the snowball they can create with it. That positioning in hill opened up an opportunity for last shot, but Legend was pretty freaking quick to snuff it out.
Оба, как они
Those
вошли.
nades will shut him down,
Ой,
burn the camo
красавчик.
immediately, and maybe
Вдвоем
Renegade and
залетели.
team have a chance. He's very split from Bound right now.
Ренегат
Stellar might be
добил.
supporting up above. Stellar's
Мне
in
кажется,
tower,
его
navigating
душить
defense
сейчас
here.
будут
Big kill on
выкидывать.
Frosty.
Посмотрим, смогут ли они.
Pinch coming in from Bound through tower. And he'll stay
Да,
alive
да,
long
да,
enough for them to
сравняли.
cap the
Хорошо,
hill and come up
1-1.
with something. A little bit of progress for FaZe. Nice
Game,
fight.
still
That
2
was 4
minutes on the
dead.
clock. Momentary 4 dead. Frosty first spawner. And it looks like he spawned in A. I'm not sure if they're
в
going to
общем,
predict that. I think Frosty might be being sneaky here. Okay.
В Европе
suss him out,
перестали
I was a little
давать
bit concerned because from
защиту
Legends POV, it felt like they should have spawned
тем,
glass.
у кого
But
статус
Frosty got an unpredictable spawn. They were able to suss it out.
військово
And now
зобов'язаний. Резерв плюс.
looks like they have momentary control of that half of the map.
I like Legend's decision making a lot. It just didn't work out. Right, the
Даже
moment his
вот
teammates
для
died, he
тех,
quickly
кто
repositioned over to A
официально
and tried to
выиграл.
work off Stellar, who was still alive on the map. But ideally, you have some sort of an anchor on that A spawn. Stellar
Да.
somehow pops up there, whether he lived from
Вот,
earlier and
мне
made his way
просто
to
было
A, but he's the most
интересно,
important
ну,
player, I think, on the
во-первых,
map
знаешь
right
ли
now.
ты об этом?
To both
Во-вторых,
influence spawns and keep some sort of
что ты
control over
будешь
this hill.
делать?
He'll have to navigate through last shot for it.
И как-то влияет ли это на
You saw the way
твое
Legend
будущее?
completely left. Like he was in
He
the
left the whole
area
thing.
of the
Что-то
hill.
ты
There
мне
was an
рассказывал
elevator.
про вот эти
But
твои
he fully
схемы,
left because
и
he knew the
вот
pressure was coming in from
вспомнил, что
from the pipe side.
ну, я
And he
подумал,
just
это
needed to
может и
rotate
тебя
away from it. I feel
коснуться.
like a lot of players would just stay there and die.
Stay A
Like they
and
wouldn't,
die, yeah.
they wouldn't think to just fully reposition to maintain their life and
Куда
be
вернуться?
able to fight for next. But it doesn't work out. Shopify have control once again.
Thing is
Куда
like, I probably
вернуться?
would have done it too, because I'm thinking like we need the A anchor. If I can live in A, maybe I'll team
Yeah,
spawn somebody
в эту,
nearby.
в
But yeah, the
Исландию?
Shopify's going to push you out. They're going to block that spawn no matter what. So you have to leave. You know, you got no choice. If you leave, you might be able to subvert expectations, pop up somewhere they're not expecting, and earn a
об этом?
kill that'll lead to control later. And Bound's going to need that. He won't
Нет,
find it.
Исландия,
Trying
ну
to stick
да,
up over
это
some of
не
the FaZe
Европа.
guys as
Я
they
ж
regain. But really, it's
про
turning into the
Молдавию как
Shopify
раз
show
таки. Я
yet
ж за
again
вот
here,
это вот...
Eli. Notice Royal 2 is 18.
Я ж об этом.
Frosty Shopify
Ой,
looking like
чуть-чуть, да? Гранаты.
Like some overzealous landlords
Да-да-да, я же как раз
Forcing
таки
me
за
out of the-
Молдавию имею в виду.
forcing the vacancy,
Молдавия
bro.
это
Like,
Европа.
just get out, man.
Понимаешь?
You gotta get out.
Don't say vacancy. I've still got some trauma from.
Понимаешь, в чем проблема?
Can't say that.
Thank God we're not playing it anymore.
It's not that bad, but it's kind of bad.
No, it's real bad, bro.
I like that. If you guys haven't seen the video on the competitive Halo subreddit, I think it was Crispy Corn Pops who put it together. He had a montage of people talking about the vacancy map and how like bad the vacancy map. Vacancy goated. What? It's funny, man.
And then it ends with
Snipe Down
going, I kind of like this map.
I like this map. Yeah, that was actually great, bro. That's because he hasn't played on it more than like 3 times, but yeah.
Нет?
Snipe Down was streaming yesterday too. I think he'd be a good inclusion in one of these, man. We got to find a way to get Snipe Down broadcasting, you know, a little bit of analytics on scrims from Snipe Down. I think would be a W.
I still keep in touch with him a little bit here and there. We've actually played Halo together a few times the past couple months.
Окей, то есть, в принципе,
maybe,
тебя это не касается, хорошо.
I could talk to him.
Бляха, жалко
I was
вот
his
за
first teammate on land.
Женю, например.
That's a good fact for the chat. And did he win that land, or what was his
Женя
first
не
land
успел.
performance? He
Хотя
shot up
Женя
into the win
выезжал
position
до
very
этого, но
quickly.
вернулся и не успел.
No, we actually got 7th, and then he got poached by
Ну
Instincts.
да, это ж получается его
Got
касается.
second
Тоже
with
он ж
them.
такого
That was
возраста,
Roy
как
Lunchbox
ты.
and Macchio, I believe. And then left them to join Triggers Down,
Да
one with
Украина
them,
не
and then
такая,
left
точнее,
them to join
Молдова не
Straight
такая же,
Ribbon,
как
and one with
Украина.
them, and then won the national
Молдова
championship.
это
That happened
там,
freaking
вопрос
quickly.
времени, а Украина это,
Yeah,
скорее
his
всего,
first year on
никогда.
the tour, 7th with me, then
Пока мы не
second, first,
избавимся от
first.
Holy
коррупции,
shit.
от
Must have been wild
It's
to
like the
like,
best rookie year ever,
непонятных
yeah.
to
связей,
witness that, bro. And they whittled him down with the clock.
не
Pretty crazy.
очистимся от
I
прошлого.
know we
Они
took a
опять
little bit of a
проявили.
tangent in the conversation.
Короче, ни к чему это не приведет. Это
a
просто
moment of grace with the
этот,
defense with Shopify.
глухарь,
Timer,
знаешь,
and I
ДД.
knew it would come back to bite him, right? There was 2 minutes left in the second hill. They will work down the clock at the tail end to force yet another win. And now with 8-2, I mean,
Так что
Eli,
такое дело.
if you're FaZe, hopefully you're
Хорошо
just
хоть
trapped in the present. You're not thinking about the score.
Батя
Not thinking about
Марк
who might be
забрал.
watching, Shyway being an observer, all that. Just focus on the next game and play your damn hearts out.
Хоть что-то.
Because Shopify pulling away. That's $800, by the way, Chad. 800
Да,
for
это
Shopify,
выходит.
200 for FaZe right now in earnings.
Деда. Да
One
просто,
thing that I
ну,
have
в
noticed
Украине,
is
ну,
the majority
нечего
of these
делать.
games, Last Shot is the party leader, right? And he has restarted the next game
А
extremely
если ты
fast
хочешь
almost
чем-то
every
заниматься,
time,
там,
which
ты
means that
элементарно
FaZe
даже не
hasn't
можешь
really
по
had
почте
time to
отправить.
have
У тебя
those
посылка
conversations we talked about, like
They go right into the next one.
самоуничтожится, понимаешь?
that FaZe kind of needs to like actually get some value from this scrim, unless they
Продажами
will go back and
заниматься
watch
ты не
it.
можешь, покупать
talk
ты не
about
можешь.
things.
Выйдешь на
Like, you
улицу,
kind of
тебя
need a
тут
little bit
цикаешь и
of,
покажут. Ну,
What's
если,
the word?
конечно,
Like
может.
debriefing after the game to
Debrief is
talk
great,
about what
yeah.
they could
Ну,
have
зарплаты
done differently.
ничтожные.
And
Ну, это ж,
now there's a
ну,
bit of
это
a pause.
просто.
This is the longest pause we've had between games.
Работы много, а зарплата
Maybe someone's
маленькая.
going to the bathroom.
Цены
I know,
Looks
it's
высокие.
like Last Shot himself
делать?
is probably going to the bathroom. So
I might do the same if you want to hold down the fort here,
К
Eli.
сожалению, вот я сейчас
Sure.
братья помогаю.
this is now an
Я
AMA. Ask me anything.
AMA!
chat.
Ну, конечно.
Hit Eli up with any
ну,
question you got, Chad. I'll be right back.
Обязательно, обязательно надо. В шортах? Конечно,
Let me
родным,
scroll back
близким.
up here.
Обязательно.
We said BTH. I was actually part of BTH in Halo 2. Fun fact. What's your sushi
А я
order?
с
We literally
бабушкой
just got
тоже.
sushi.
Ну, она тут через...
My girlfriend and I
два
just ordered
дома,
her some
получается.
while I was at work, and then had some when I
У
got
нее
home.
90, адрес у меня 96.
I like a lot of different things in sushi. I get
На
rolls
одной стороне
sometimes.
всё
I
дело.
do love just
Тоже
salmon sushi
постоянно
is so
с
good
ней,
to
бо
me.
никто же не хочет к ней
I love
приезжать,
eel
и
as
это
well.
помогать и
But
навещать.
usually I get some special
Ну и
rolls and maybe
проблема
like
еще в
a,
том, что не все
like a
родственники.
fatty tuna
здесь,
hand roll or
понимаешь.
something like that.
Часть же осталась в Украине.
Have you ever won a world championship? Absolutely not. I was an average player at best when I competed. I was often around like top 8, top 12, top 16, that kind of range. In Halo 2 and Halo 3 specifically. Will you marry me? David, I'm refiling the restraining order. Biggest takeaway from the scrim, Shopify is still incredible and FaZe has a lot to work on.
О, божечки.
What's your dream squad?
И вы как-то
I feel like
хотя
that
бы
depends on the
занимаетесь?
parameters. Are we talking like all time? Are we talking currently? Give me some more parameters. Is Shyway
Что-то
a
холодненькое
secret
себе
twin brother to
наливает в
Gandhi?
бутылку.
No, definitely not. I don't think he even looks like Gandhi at all.
Какой-то там, наверное, молочный, что-то там, шейк или что такое. Протеинчик.
How am I today? I'm great. You guys are making this more fun. I'm having a good day, guys. Can you do a one-armed push-up? I can probably do
the beat
one, and then I might collapse. I'm not sure. I haven't haven't tried that. I do regular push-ups quite a bit.
По
I
своим
haven't tried the one-arm.
ребятам еще сейчас.
How did
Ну,
you
такое,
VOD
если
before
честно,
theater?
постоянно
That's a
вот
good
это вот
question,
что-то
actually.
туда-сюда, приди, это там, это,
But
она
to be
тоже ж
completely
плохо
honest
видит.
with you, back then I was recording my
Ну, как бы,
screen
сама
mostly
по себе
for
старая, там,
montage
сколько
clips
ей,
because I was a
70?
montage kid. So during scrims, I would actually record with a program
77
called
ей
VLC. It's still
получается.
around today. I think
Да.
people use it. But I was recording with like a
Добавить
capture
что-то,
card and a
то
Dazzle
сделай
90
массаж, то это.
to make montages.
Ну, это
But
не то, это
we
скорее
would
я
then
сам
use
по
that footage
инициативе.
to
Очень, ну, не то,
review
что
the scrim
редко
thereafter.
там она что-то сама, разве
back
что
in
что-то
2
там прям
days.
уже накипело или там
Talking about
чрезвычайно, да.
scrims?
ну,
OG scrims.
А так, ну, как
Yeah,
бы,
Relentless asked me,
сам проявляю
how did you
инициативу.
VOD
Ну, а
before
как
theater?
иначе? Просто что
do
никого
you have the
нету,
YouTube
брата
channel, by the way?
нету. Он же
I
слинял к
Okay,
подружке
okay.
в Италию.
Yeah,
Он
there's a
сегодня
lot to kinda
вроде
navigate. We do have a
приехал.
YouTube chat here too. They
Ни
might have been asking
ни
you
привета,
questions
ни
as well. I see
ответа, ни
somebody asking
звонка,
about
ничего,
the
блин.
format. Timmy, thank you for
Хата
the
у него
command.
вот
That's
там,
helpful.
через этаж.
But yeah,
на
we have a
втором этаже. У меня на
$1,500
нулевом, у него на
pot.
втором
If they
этаже
play
хата,
15
в том
games,
же
the
доме.
winner gets $100 per win.
Там вообще никогда не
throughout the
бывает.
scrim.
То на
Because I
тренировках, то
figured
на
if we
играх,
do it
то
like a
еще
winner
что-то.
take all,
То у
there's going to be
своих
a point in the
родителей
scrim
там
where one
в
team has
селе
already
тут,
won.
типа,
Like right now,
ехать 20 минут
Shopify
на
have
машине.
effectively won the scrim by winning 8 games,
Конечно, что
regardless
ему
of
тут
whether or
делать?
not FaZe
Бабушка
starts
и
winning
я.
now, right? But this way, they
Там у
earn some
него
money
в
for every single
окрестностях
win that they get.
кенты, его
If they
ребята.
play more than 15, we'll cover the rest
Ну,
of it. The
потому что он
max they
где-то
can
в той
play is
стороне в
18. I
школу
think the
ходит.
total of the Slayer maps plus the
Что ему тут нечего
OBJ
делать,
maps. So a little bit of incentive for the pros and, you know, a
Кажется,
reason I think for
покупаем,
people to tune in
капаем,
and watch
мажем,
and
для
see
него.
the progress of FaZe, right? It's good to see
А, я
a
понял.
team of this
Блин, это
caliber get
хреново.
back together, even if the start is a little slow versus
Это
somebody like
реально хреново.
Shopify. I think it's to be expected. Shopify, an elite team in form right now.
Ой.
All right, there. I feel like there's so many more questions that I did
У
not
меня
get
у
to get
бабушки
to. I'm sorry,
зрение
guys.
плохое, у
We're
прабабушки
back into the
по
game
папиной
now.
линии.
Sure you
There was
held it down.
one
И
I
по
was
маминой
gonna
линии у
try to
дедушки.
answer.
Тоже не очень. было.
Wait.
Eli the goat. He left
Ну
work
там у
to
него
be
скорее
left
просто
what did
потому,
you
что
say?
он
Oh my
много
God.
работал.
Sticky just dropped 100 for Eli the GOAT. He left work early. What a beast. Sticky.
Ничего себе.
Yeah, another 100, bro.
What are you guys doing?
He's
man?
had
I'm just here to
250 on
nerd
the
out
day.
about Halo, man.
But that's what I do every day, bro. That's the beautiful thing about it is follow your highest joy, man. Nerd out about Halo. If I'm helping you out, then that's amazing, man.
That's
Eli
what you
getting
get
paid
for
that.
loving Halo.
It's a
Guys,
big
thank
W.
you so
W
much,
Sticky,
man.
man.
Too much.
Да.
Too much. I'm definitely spoiling the girlfriend. With
Oh,
this video.
yes. Taking her out for dinner. Let's go.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've won almost 3 games of the series apparently by myself. 1v4. Let's go.
He's made more money than FaZe as a team. That's, yo.
Oh
А,
no.
Я тебе
Don't say
скину
that, don't
как-то
say that,
пару
don't say that.
фоток, или просто почаще заходи на мою инсту.
No comment. No comment.
Очки
Okay,
мне...
okay. Let's lock in. Let's lock in.
И что с ними, что без...
We got
Короче,
hot
ауры
on
такие. А это,
streets.
кстати,
I feel like
глиняные
if
очки,
there's
это мои
any
первые
mode
очки
that
васянские. Очень похожи
FaZe
на
could
те, что
actually
у
win here,
Айтипедии, я
I
потом
actually
понял.
like Streets Ball as one
Или,
of them.
не, он купил, как у
There's
меня.
not a ton
У
of
меня
like
есть другие, более
advantage the same way that you
профессиональные,
would see on
скажем
like a
так,
Lattice.
айтишные, но они сломаны.
As far as
Мне...
like having a game plan going
Наверное,
into the
надо
map,
будет
like Streets has
подклеить.
been played almost the same since year 2 basically, or
У меня-
whenever they changed the
Короче,
sandbox.
просто надо будет пойти в суперплей, купить и
I
там
think this is just
провести
kind of like a
небольшие
square up kind of
махинации,
map. Like
операцию
you win your
провести.
fights or you don't. And
Там типа винтик
this is
открыть.
exactly the type of
Во-первых, я
map
на
FaZe
них
could
сел,
I agree.
понял, короче, а право от
Speak
этих
easy.
лямдок от,
I see you,
ты
brother
понял,
W.
короче,
Thank you for the
оторвалась.
5
Не то, что
gifted.
оторвалась, прогнулась.
And again, Sticky,
А потом
Maverick
еще
in
и
the chat,
винтик
Eli
один,
said that
болтик
you
открутил.
deserve it for carrying Mikowski
Как бы
for
и то, и
20 years,
другое
apparently.
наложилось, и, ну, в общем, носить
Thought that was
невозможно.
funny.
oh, I love Mikowski.
Вот такая
man.
херня.
Yeah, W.
Поэтому...
He
Да.
actually he pulled his weight. I
Они
gotta
мне больше нравятся. Они
stick up
такие
for my boy
прям,
Mikowski real
ну,
quick. He
шире.
dropped,
И оправа,
I think it was
рамки
18 kills in a
вокруг
game
стеклышек,
5
они еще
for
с
top 16
ним. Ну,
when I
больше,
teamed with him.
более,
So
не знаю, грациозный.
he clutched
Ну и
up
они
one in
черные.
I will
А
say, if you guys
здесь
haven't seen Mikowski's Destiny clips, you should check
оправа
out the guy's Destiny clips. He's actually
черная,
kind of
немного
frying in that game,
прозрачного
man. Like, I
синего,
don't know about his aim, he's
немного
like, He's pretty
металлик
nasty at Destiny, dude.
темно-серого. Но это пума, а
Speaking
те
of
у
dead
меня
games,
нормально.
he's
Вот те намного
Destiny
более
not exactly
такие
thriving either.
престижные.
Razor Lord, I see you, brother. Welcome. And I agree with what you were saying about
Но, к
sort of
сожалению,
like setting up
именно
this
те-
map game type. I do think this is an
Именно на
excellent
те я
renegade
случайно
opportunity.
сел.
It's something that Optic played very
У
well.
меня такое часто бывает, я
Oddball,
положил на
Streets,
диване,
live fire, two
Что-то
of
лежу,
their
кручусь.
best
повернулся и
types.
ховаю, и слышу.
So yeah, hopefully we see
Пират
that here. You
какой-то,
definitely don't
слышишь,
want
думаю,
SR to
ё-моё.
continue their momentum on a map like this.
Пума пасхал.
Yeah, Renegade
кстати,
should,
да,
I
да.
think, come to life here. This is a
Да.
map that I think he's
Не
very
вепрь,
good
а
at.
пума.
We've seen him absolutely pop off. Legend is
Женя, я так понял,
also
спать
quite good at
пошел, ну
directing
ладно.
traffic on this
Ну,
map,
понятно,
especially
он
as the
что-то
oddball carrier,
темнит.
carrier. He can kind
Что-то
of
там
say,
про
like, hey,
какую-то
somebody watch
работу,
mid,
что-то
somebody,
там ляпал,
you know,
про
do this,
какую-то
make sure that all the
подружку
different
уже
bases
что-то
are
нашел.
covered.
Я запутался.
And
Что-то
so
мне
far,
на работу вставать.
it's
Какую
everybody
работу,
dies on the
бляха?
map
Ты
except
типа
for Renegade,
студент
so now he
учишься.
has the freedom. He's going
У
to wait to
тебя
see
уже
where his
это с
teammates
сентября
spawn.
пары очные
Throws the ball
начинаются.
towards them,
Какая
turns around to
работа,
try to
что?
get a kill.
Я ему говорю, типа, пойди на
Very
новую
likely
почту,
not
там, где я
crossing
был.
this
Типа, там,
window
классные
right away.
условия,
I think he
все.
was concerned
Я ему
about getting
рассказал
shot
все
from
схемы,
arcade
это.
there. He's
Ну, это
actually done
идеальная
quite a bit
работа
of
для
damage to,
студента.
like, maintain
4
some
часа
level of
работать,
control
и
for FaZe
остальное
here.
время
Rotated
4
so
часа, ну,
effective from
типа,
exactly
5 дней
where
в
he's
неделю,
standing,
4
straight
часа,
into
и
ATM with a little G
остальное
slide
ты
off
можешь
that low
выходить в
ramp.
переработку,
You
там,
might use it
2,
again.
2 и
There's just such
5
a great
умножить.
exit from a fight, and then you're
Ну, не во
completely
все
out,
дни,
you
ну, типа,
reset,
надо знать, когда
and
просто,
find
и
another
все.
kill. I see the prime. Thank you,
Ну,
Jake.
это, ну, деньги, конечно,
Spleen,
небольшие, но
Jake
там и
Spleen,
работа
double Jake
легкая.
Spleen. Thank you, brother. I think we passed our, or we're
Понимаешь,
not quite
закладки
there. We're
делать.
almost at 13 hundo, chat. Thank you so much. Back to Renegade.
Ага, ну, давай.
By the way, Cycle has been absolutely frying in
Да,
all
и
the
это,
situations that it looks like
собственно.
FaZe
Надо поддерживать
could,
жизнь там
like,
хоть
hold
как-то.
on to a lead. Cycle has kind of like thwarted
Ай-яй-яй,
all of
что
the pressure
творят.
that they had.
Не, ну тут, в принципе, еще
I-
как-то
I'm pretty
близко.
sure right
Может быть,
now, if
FaZe
we were to
даже и
stop the
выиграет эту
Scrim,
карту.
Cycle would have the most damage
Посмотрим,
in
это
the entire
10, еще
Scrim.
еще
by, I think, a
4.
pretty
Вот это и
significant
еще
margin.
4
If you want to stick
получается.
around after and look at
Если
the
он не
stats, I
добавит
think that
еще
might
одну
be fun
16.
to entertain
Я
as
просто не
well,
понял,
right?
там же ж
To
донаты
confirm
кидали
whether or
по
not you're
100
correct
долларов.
there, 'cause, yeah, Cycle
А
has
может
been
быть,
looking
он
excellent.
какую-то
Renegade does
сотку
shut him
там
down, though. Bound
добавит.
opening up the map
Опа,
with a
сейчас
double
кэмо
as
возьму.
well.
А
And that
борьба...
should
Не,
lead to
борьбы за
camo
кэмо
and
не
ball
было.
control. I like what I'm seeing.
Фрасти
C
помог.
spawns guaranteed.
Фрасти...
Red room, though.
Стоп, нет,
Royalty
что?
first spawn in red
А,
room.
нет,
Not
что, это
participating.
Ренегадзе. А, о,
That's gonna give them
прикол.
B access, so hopefully they
Да,
can-
это Ренегад. Я думал,
It's
это
so
Файзер.
quickly
Нет,
he
это
spotted
Ренегад
him,
Фейс
right?
взяли
The
кэмо.
moment he walked in.
И они еще контролируют
Yo.
мяч.
Oh my God.
Неплохо.
That's something about like being
Ну
short
да,
when
очень
neurons
тяжело.
are
Тут
close
еще
to
2
the
раунда
eyeballs
подряд.
or
Ну,
something.
не
I
по-
don't know,
просто
man.
2
How
раунда.
did you see that?
Something about being short, he said. Oh my God.
It's gotta be, man. You see, no, but for real though, let's break down a little bit of why he made that play though, is because when they spawn red, they
Опа.
can't just walk up
Молодец.
B
Так
for
он еще и
free and
спингом
just
вот это
cross
сделал
towards the
сейчас.
oddball. They need some
просто,
lateral
ну,
presence. So he walks down driveway into C so that he can look mid and shoot
Оба,
the players
оба,
off and
какой
apply some
180
pressure
сделал
mid so
красивый.
that his teammates that are also from red can advance across B a little
Да
bit more
ну.
safely. So it's just the levels of like they have a game plan as they come off spawn, what space they are identifying they need to take before they can advance safely on another part of the map.
Right. And with the game spawn system and its sort of like natural tendency to create a perimeter from the space that you've left behind, or even in front of you in some cases, it works perfectly. So well
Ой,
said. He
pardon.
goes backwards, it seems, into C, but then they create this full, strong perimeter straight through to B there. And it almost felt like Renegade and
Не
team
знаю,
didn't do a
что
very
оно
effective
открылось
job
там.
at forcing the spawns to begin with, and that's what led to the opportunity. Like it should have been all C spawns. Somehow they're spawning red and they're getting the fan out to B. And it led to an early break and the loss of his camo. But doing what they can to make up for it. Getting the ball back to the safety of PD here. Hopefully Legend with the spawn there too. A little bit of info on the safety. And hopefully he can bait and switch with him
Oh
for a
my
kill.
god.
But what
They
just
all
happened?
spawn cafe though. Every
Behind
single
him,
member
yeah.
of Shopify spawns right next to Bound, and he's not going to predict that. He's going to expect some of them to spawn further away. And Shopify make the most out of it immediately. So maybe arguably a little bit of luck, but Royalty's
Я хотел
presence in
все
the bottom
комментарии
middle
включить. Ну ладно.
encouraged the squad spawns to come out closer there on cafe. So Royalty,
Не-не-не,
it's
такой
just
рекламы
another
быть не
side
может в
effect of
Европе.
advancing towards your
Ни в
opponent
коем
is you could
случае.
also
Ну, кстати,
squad
вообще
spawn your
никаких
teammates closer to the action. So it's just like there's so
Контор
many reasons that you need to take
не
space in
было
this game.
реклам.
And I need
Всех пор
my
хотел
teammates in
уехать.
matchmaking to hear this because they stay just twiddling their thumbs behind me. And you guys need to just move forward. There's so many good things that can come from it.
Какие-то
Right.
деньги,
I think a lot of people are very concerned with covering their own ass and their own stats, right? And then using that as the reason as to why they weren't at fault when you eventually lose, right? It's like, well, look at my stats, bro, right? Because you're playing for yourself consistently in the
Yeah.
game. It's not always what's key in Halo. Bound definitely not afraid to die. He'll die again in that exchange. Well, you're going to come out with a trade here too, leaving Renegade alone as the ball will likely be collected by Shopify. And he's the only saving grace to get back to it quickly.
Great shots
Gotta
there.
get into those plat lobbies, says Basky. Eli, gotta get out those plat lobbies, brother.
Yeah, man. One day, man. One day. So I'm trying to work my way out.
Yeah. I see somebody in the chat saying, name a gamer who's good and over 6'2". They spawned a whole discussion about the neurons firing and wiring faster
Man, I
because
just
we're
went
too
off on a
short.
tangent with that.
А,
Yeah, I'm
чё?
thinking little gators. I saw Eli X in
Ладно,
the
щас
chat.
сделаем
There, two
по-другому.
stress is like 6'8", bro. I don't know.
There's
Not to
some,
start a
there's
whole
some good.
tangent.
Clutch is pretty tall. Clutch is pretty tall.
Clutch is tall. He's what, like 6'4", 6'5", bro. He's tall.
Big D, that's a good shout. Toucan knows
Big
ball.
D.
Big D's Ice Climbers player and Super Smash Brothers. He's tall as fuck.
Is he like a wobble king or what? Is this melee or
In Ultimate, he plays the
Ultimate,
modern
okay.
Smashes. He's probably like the best Ice Climbers in modern.
Big D.
Big D? Yeah, Big D's a crazy tag. I'm not gonna lie.
I think his name is Dawson, and he's very
Dawson.
tall. So Big D
makes sense.
obviously has a double meaning, but you know,
Oh yeah.
here we are.
Just trying to hold on to control. Almost finding the kill here with Bound. Bound will dive forward and ensure he gets the trade.
Не знаю, ребята что-то сливают. Ну,
A little
такое.
brilliance out of cycle though. Frosty,
Мало-
what
ну,
the
типа,
hell?
да,
That's
да,
the
да, да.
faith that he has that
Вообще
his
они
teammate has
обычно
the
же вот
angle
так
though too,
пишут.
right? Like he doesn't even
Типа,
need to fire
понял?
too many shots. He knows his teammate's lingering on C stairs. He'll
Это
quickly
типа
mop
как-
him up with a beatdown before the guy can even react.
Это типа как вот
Little bit of
это,
contention
ну,
in C
это
here,
ж
though.
вот это слово имеется в виду.
That shot's just plays that perfectly. Can he get
No.
more?
Там вообще, наверное, вот
my-
такое.
No,
Там,
You
наверное,
know,
вот
Legend's
такой
bitching
ник,
about the
я
ping right
думаю.
now, and
Legend is-
probably for good reason.
he's not
But that
happy.
was gross. I mean, last shot. You
А,
also just
а у меня
understand
не
that
пропустила
there's.
Ди-
I'd like to put a
Дик. Ди,
a
типа
name
Дик.
to this. Maybe you can help me with this, Shyway. But like the amount of crazy movement you should do with your strafe, your Spartan, your jump, your Gandhi hop, like the level of craziness you add to that should be proportional to how far down you are in the fight, right? Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
if you're even in the gunfight shields wise, you don't have to do that much crazy. You just got to hit your shots, right? But because he was so far down, he did like the triple crouch back and forth, jumping, crouching Gandhi hop. Like he did everything
I
possible to
enjoy
make his opponent
Mr.
miss
Face.
more shots, and it got the max value.
Hard to hit, that's for sure. Yeah, I think their ability to use vertical space is kind of underrated. I think the pros are extremely good and extremely quick at like offsetting their vertical position in their strafe to close the distance and create spacing to kind of bait engagements out of you, bait your beatdown, put some pressure on you like that as well, right? Recognizing the state of the fight, he's going to quickly just walk that forward, double a two-shot, beat him down, make sure he comes out with something. So yeah, just the okay, roll two, I see you. That's a hard spot to take advantage of, right? But very cheeky.
Оу, ничего
I
себе он его
see.
нашел.
I see Frosty finding so many of those little spots. I feel like Royal 2 and Frosty are both real nerdy about those spots and share them with each
Frosty,
other.
definitely, yeah. Yeah, they patched some of them though. Unfortunately, there was one in the alley on Pink Street that was honestly insane, and they were quick to
Ну
patch
ладно,
it.
Фейс
but,
хотя бы 200
I find if
долларов
it's like if it's
заработал.
equipment exclusive and it's something that you can
Это,
counter, then I
это
say
если
fair
на
game,
каждого
but,
по
yeah,
20,
what do we
если
control
считать
at the end of the
тренера.
day?
Хотя я не
Definitely
думаю,
fair
что они сейчас его
Yeah.
вычитают, поэтому по 25.
There's definitely a lot of just little things.
Наверное,
Like
еще
at this
без
point,
тренера,
everyone's
типа,
very
считается,
good at
поэтому
shooting
по
their guns
25.
straight. That
Ну, то
nobody
есть
really
50
misses too
долларов
much.
есть
Now
еще
it's
в
like these
карте.
tiny micro
Ну
optimizations,
это
these
хватит,
little
может, чтобы за интернет заплатить.
information
там,
edges,
за
like
месяц.
finding just
Может,
little secret
останется там
spots like that
пойти
that make all the
себе.
difference between teams at the top
Чизбургеров
level.
взять.
And right now, we're just seeing that gap kind of widen here with Shopify. They seem to know and have a game plan for everything.
We had set up the narrative on this map too, Eli,
Ну,
with this
I know.
idea
Да
that
не,
FaZe
это
were
не, на
excellent
Мак
in
это
streets
не.
oddball, you know, and it's just
Это будет,
this is looking even more
ну,
lopsided
Мак
than the
же ж не
previous
такой
game.
дорогой.
So I
Ну,
don't
я
know,
вот
Chad,
просто
I'm a
сужу
little
по
bit
ценам
concerned,
нашим,
Chad, I'll be
по
honest.
евро.
But the way this is going, it's hard to see an upside here. We do have camo
Ну,
available.
там, типа, на
There's 10
15
seconds
можно
left to
нормально.
close it out, so
В Big Mac, кстати,
no
есть
real
самое,
opportunity
самое
to do anything.
выгодное
Let's just make a
предложение
mad
в
dash
Big
for the
Mac.
ball.
Там вот
Cycle's
сейчас за
waiting for
12
it, though.
евро
He's
есть.
perfectly prepared. Not quite gonna clean
Два
up Stella.
бургера
That's the only
выбираешь
opening
из
to hope for. But
4
what about
на
the
выбор.
camo, right? All of the work that they did, they'll play the ball out,
Большая
and they can test
фри.
camo. Look at last shot and
Средняя,
Frosty
если
get on
большая.
top
Ну,
of ball,
короче,
though they don't
много,
even care.
хватает. Не, наверное, все-таки
Forcing
большая.
Stellar to think
И
twice.
напиток
The way Last Shot
330
just played
миллилитров.
that, he predicted exactly
Ну,
when
или
and where
0,4, типа там. Ну, там
both
прикол
of
в том, что
Legend's
можно взять
grenades would go.
а,
So he waited
стакан,
after the
и
first
ты
grenade
можешь
had
бесконечно
exploded
наливать
and then
себе
slid
то,
out
что в
during the window
автомате. А
of
там
time that Legend
Фэнта,
would be throwing his
Спрайт,
second
Кола.
grenade. Like, I know for
Это
sure that's
очень
what he was
удобно.
thinking about in that moment. His
Вот часто
timing
с
is
братом
push
так ходим.
around
Ну
the
или
grenades,
я
like,
просто
that's the
вот там
level these
после
guys are
трения
at right
хожу.
now.
Reads upon reads,
Беру
bro.
себе.
And it's happening in like microseconds. You know,
С
like
головой
milliseconds.
хватает.
They
Ну я
are
еще соус
making
обычно
reads.
там беру, доплачу. Опа, что-то случилось.
And confirming.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. It's now
Ну,
9-2.
нормально.
11 games played, the chat.
Ну это ж
Keep in mind,
первый
it's a blessing that
скрим
we're in
для
the lobby
Face
at all,
вот
okay?
этого состава.
Over for FaZe, yeah.
100%.
You'll have your, you know, everybody's got their contributions and criticisms on FaZe. I have no doubt it is a difficult uphill sprint for them.
Я не знаю,
It doesn't
У
help
нас
having one
тут
player in
средняя
Europe, that's for
зарплата
sure.
где-то 2 штуки.
I know Legend, you know, feeling the kind of
Или
what
даже
I mean, he
2200.
felt the result of it in that 1v1 with Last Shot earlier.
Так что я
It's
не
rough,
знаю.
though. 8,000 damage for Last Shot, speak of the devil.
Я просто не знаю, какие зарплаты
Coming in
в
waves.
Америке. Я не могу.
Cycle 7,680, around 8K for 3 out of 4 of Shopify. We're all too surprisingly behind that, but it didn't even matter, right? Everybody over 20 kills. Double-digit assists. This team looking way too clean right now. Way too clean. It's good practice for FaZe. Gives us a better indication of where they stand. And right now, not enough, right? Not enough for
Ну да.
Shopify. They have work to do.
Начинали
And I hope
они
they put the work in.
отлично.
They have
Потом
time.
какая-то пятая,
I don't even think they're going to play
шестая,
Shopify for a
наконец-то
little
выиграли
bit,
вторую,
right?
и
The
потом что-то
format
посыпались.
of the league ensures that you only get one matchup every Sunday, every week, right? So they're probably not playing Shopify right away. It might be a couple weeks until we actually see them face off in league format. So this practice is valuable, right? Doesn't really matter too much. A little bit of extra money on the side, though, right? Shopify, $900 richer.
All right. First time seeing Solitude. I think this is.
Slayer, very nice.
Do we have any objective modes? Is Solitude King still in the rotation? Do we have-
Unfortunately, no. Solid King would have been a good one to bring back, I think.
So Slayer is the only map we play on Poly now?
So only Aqua and Solitude have one game type. So Aqua has CTF and Solitude has Slayer, and that's it, right? Because we got rid of Aqua Slayer. So
Interesting.
just one new
And to
feature
be
for
honest, I
the-
feel like this isn't even that good of a Slayer map. It's so it can just get out of hand. I guess it creates some interesting situations, but it can also create some like heavy blowouts.
I mean, I do like Slayer on this map. I like this map being in the mix at all. You know, like if it's not Slayer, then give me King of the Hill or something. I like it in rotation, even if it's not the
Yeah.
prettiest looking map. I think that the movement, the ways you can finesse gunfights, make it unique and
Yeah.
entertaining enough. For me, at least, I'm a big fan.
It is a good map, and I think Slayer is actually, it's not bad on it. I just think at the highest level, it gets very much like you get the lead and you run away with it. Or like one fight
No, I
can
agree.
sometimes spell the difference between winning and losing a game. So
I see Finners in the chat saying this is by far the most dog shit Slayer map, and I know it's because you've been on the receiving end of spawn control, whether you're the
Yeah.
one applying the spawn control or receiving it, right? It is rough on this map. It snowballs more out of control than most, just because of the positions that you spawn and the ways that you can die from them. If it's the bottom of the snipe lift or inside cafe, just nade traps with
It's
very
just-
little options.
very unfun to be the team that is getting ran down and spawn killed when you have, it feels like you have zero counterplay. Like it doesn't feel like there's a way out of the disadvantage state. If the other team knows what they're doing and they play it properly, like you should almost never get out of the spawn trap.
Right. Nasty 5. Even if it wasn't a 5.
Опа,
I mean, from the
преимущество,
depths,
слышишь,
Renegade pulled out
на
a valuable
7
trade, still able to
опережают
pick up,
уже.
the pieces of
Я
the
что-то
exchange. I think
завтыкал,
Legend
потом
was solo
смотрю,
in the yard there.
14.
Bound comes out with a trade.
Ай,
Legend's
догоняй,
up
ладно,
to.
15-22.
Crazy trade there on loot.
15-23.
Legend doing his own thing. A lot of individual
Потихоньку,
gunfights going
потихоньку.
down. Beautiful trade
16-24,
again.
разменишься.
Right, all of this
This
is
is-
money
Ай,
for these guys.
17-24.
Yeah, this is Shopify in the blender. They did get a lot of trades during that last sequence.
семь.
So
На 7
the next
опережают.
play should be a little bit more even as they come off spawn. It won't be people running at them necessarily. So if FaZe can win the next
шаг за
sequence,
шагом.
they can maintain their control or at least continue to trade out. That is the goal if you're FaZe.
Just trying to see who's getting a lick on this camo, and I realize nobody's grabbed it yet. Legend was on top of it. Renegade's got the support from down low here too, cooking Frosty. Beautiful trade.
29!
Way down.
Что на
Nasty
натуре,
double.
даблкил.
Back to Legend here.
Йо.
Off of Renegade's work, he secured
Not
camo.
bad, not bad.
It was
What a
shot
great
coming
grenade
underneath
from Royal too. That was this. He bounced
Just
grenaded
knows.
that off of top center. Just knew that Legend would want to jump top mid. This experience. I was about to say, this looks great for FaZe to maintain their lead, but somehow Shopify find 2.
Still pick that up.
Frosty
Okay,
should
killed them.
fall.
Yeah. 3 dead. Nice.
A 9 kill lead, and Legend should have camo shock rifle. So, I mean, this is looking all FaZe right now. It's going to be very difficult for Shopify to come back.
Give me something, Legend. There's one with the beatdown. They
25
lose 2 in the
тысяч.
exchange. Not quite
на
going to swipe the
9.
face here in cycle.
Как
You know
будто
he'll play for a
10.
trade.
Да,
Limited
не будет.
options. Nice last shot from behind with the cleanup.
Отстают.
Yeah, it is a comfortable lead, but
Процент
one that
респект.
is definitely not insurmountable. Very quickly, you could see Shopify take advantage.
Ну, конечно, рано говорить,
grenades,
по
Renegade
я
actually
думаю,
does
эту
all of
карту
them
заберем
now.
фейс. Как я и сказал сейчас.
Holy shit. I mean, the speed, man.
Ой,
What?
что
He hit it! Back-to-back headshots
Охренеть.
before he drops.
His
Cycle
ping is
to grab the
definitely
gun.
lower than
Точно,
yours, by the way,
точно.
because you didn't even see the shot come out of his gun before he died.
I mean, I'm on 20 ping, so I don't even know. You're right, though. Yeah, like that shit just, it was from the grave, he shot the shot.
Yeah, that shit looks crazy.
37, бляха, 338. Ну все, Shopify догоняет.
It's good to see the talent on display. I'm definitely not complaining. I saw somebody in the chat say something about what is Shopify's map count versus the rest of the league. Something to keep in mind, Chad, is the league has not officially begun. The qualification has gone through. Our 8 teams have been decided, but we still have yet to start our first league day, or LBT has yet to, right? LBT and Shopify putting it together. That'll be on Sunday.
Comeback, though.
So no map count, and a comeback is right. You're right, just down by 1. And they're under spawn pressure here too, bro. Last shot,
38,
locking them in
like
place.
this.
Frosty wins the fight with Bounty. What? Across the map with a Hail Mary will guarantee it and leave Renegade, I think, alone in dip. There's
And
Legend.
now they're forcing. Okay, he's intentionally staying here to block the tram spawns,
grab
and
the
then
nades.
he's gonna wrap back because he knows he can force them all into blue. They want this situation as camo's coming up, so they can get these kills and then guarantee the camo as well. After a couple of kills come through, last shot sees the opening to grab it, and Shopify might have just created their win condition.
There's a lead
42,
into eternity. That's
39.
correct.
Да ну!
So we got a
43,
long
40.
road ahead of us, chat, and it looks like Shopify have
43,
done. I want to say the
41.
unthinkable, but really not. The unsurprising, maybe, right?
44,
44 now.
45,
Last shot from up above, going to
42.
guarantee his pick on Legend. Renegade.
Что
Sticky will
происходит?
trade it.
46,
The best you
43,
can hope
Stick each
for.
other.
I think they did.
40.
Stick each
Опа,
other,
догоняет,
but
догоняет, фейс догоняет.
down by 2.
Ребята, кучнее, кучнее вместе.
Let me
47.
believe, right? Let me believe. Look at Bounty. He's in the mix, though. Bounty's right up in the DMs. Holy shit,
Ай,
Bounty, right in
40.
it.
Да
And is
всё,
there
это
any opportunity to
просто
pick up off his death? I don't think so. Legend to pivot off.
такой.
I think it was like double stick or something like that. Yeah.
Что-то посыпались.
3 kills to go.
Nice
This would
fight.
be really clutch.
Kill him.
Legend finds it.
Renegade got it.
48,
47.
47. Ой, как близко, ой, как
This is
близко.
doable.
Не
Checking the
спеши.
corners just in case they don't want to
Legend,
get caught
не
off guard.
Shark's
Sorry.
coming
спеши.
up. I don't think they're going to go for
Еще
his
со
bait.
своим
Oh, I mean,
пингом.
one of them actually just combat evolved it.
Делаешь, блин. Да,
We just
там
launched
это вот,
the shock rifle. I don't know
Random
if they
location.
have a
48 on
lineup.
49,
48.
48. Last shot traded with a nade.
Нет,
Ooh, Stellar and Legend going to try to work off each other with angles from Royal.
Бляха-муха,
Across
Роял
the
тут
map. I should have had
забрал.
Shopify on
Ренегада с
screen.
50,
It's a
48.
rookie observer
Где
mistake.
он его
out of me,
нашел
chat. They were in
вообще?
the win position. And
Вот даже не
Shopify,
видно было.
again, bro, the game's close, and you wouldn't know it
Ма,
with the stat
10-2, ну
lines,
очень
right? With
близко
the,
было, очень.
with the 10 to
Я
2
вообще о том,
scrim
что
score,
большую
people are
часть
going to come in and think that
игры
the scrim's going to blow
доминировали
out.
фейс.
And in some
Потом они
regards,
под
it has
конец
been.
посыпались.
But that game was close.
FaZe was up by, I want to say 11 at one point. I think the
They were
max
up
was
heavy.
like
Мало
at
убийств.
least,
Что-то
I
он
know for sure it
вообще
was 9,
слабенько сегодня
maybe
отыграл.
as much as 11 at one point. And that's a map that like you kind of have to convert those leads. Last shot finishing with 22 is crazy, by the way.
Unreal.
Go to the damage.
By the way, Chad, that's $1,000 secured for Shopify. W Shop.
Ну да.
I bet here it is. Oh, fuck, I was too
Бабки
late.
уже
That's okay. I saw what I wanted to see. Cycle actually pretty low in the damage. Probably just had an awkward game.
Last shot with nearly 5K. I saw that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Chad, we're gonna take a look at stats together after. So if you got any expectations on what you like players overall KD, you see people calling out bound, we'll take a look at it, cumulatively. Hopefully Halo Data Hive is tracking it. I know that they sometimes don't, but we'll get a chance to see the total stats at the tail end. We're back to live fire. Keep in mind they have won the only live fire games they've played in the scrim so far. So you got to at least give FaZe that. They won both the Oddball and the King of the Hill. Here we are in Strongholds.
Okay, this is another map that FaZe definitely have a higher likelihood to win than others. The 2 maps that they've won so far have been a live fire. Can they make it the hat trick on the one map only scrim win would be better than nothing, that's for sure. But
Interesting, yeah.
I feel like they have a lot less momentum than they had when they won the others.
Yeah, composure definitely not in the same place as it might have been earlier in the scrim. World 2 going to snap up Renegade, and it looks like the hill will eventually be secured by Shopify, unless Bound has something to say about it. Expecting to put pressure on. He knows he's in the middle of it all, though. The pillars. Cycle going to work him down. Cycle with snipe control. Looks like he's out of ammo, but he's got camo too.
Yeah, Shopify kind of have them exactly where they want them. And Cycle says, you guys got that. I'm going to pick up the spawner. Knows these guys are spawning here. Quickly gets towards them. Bound and Stellar know that he's going to be lurking, though. So they actually try to get out quickly. I feel like Bound didn't get the memo, though. I think maybe if Bound and Stellar had worked together, they could have maybe got out together. But they then isolate. Bound now spawns on an island again. They're going to split spawn the next spawners on camo, by the way. So every single spawn has been intentional once more by Shopify.
Jesus. And we're seeing
This is
the result of it.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah, 4 dead, reset on the hill. Cycle already looking for Bound. And what does Bound do in that situation? Die, I guess, right? Absolutely nothing. Legend now solo on B as they're split spawning them individually in different corners of the map and forcing them to fend for themselves while they get swarmed. I mean, bro, 3 dead, no trades. And Bound is alone. Let's watch his POV and just see what it looks like on the
Тут не
receiving end.
надо выигрывать.
Watch this shit.
Тут просто отдельно по
Oh
карте
my God.
разбираем
Split
ошибки
spawn, I guess
команд.
just to like further explain it, it's like
Ну да, в этот
when
раз,
someone dies,
конечно, у
there's
них
10
была
seconds before they
мотивация на
respawn,
деньги
right?
играть,
If
но
during that 10 seconds
ну,
you
скорее
wait a
больше
moment
это вредит
and
репутации. Но
the
тут
first
такой
spawner
момент.
spawns in the corner
Стелла
that you don't currently occupy,
не
and then
любит
you move towards that
тренироваться
spawner. Now
и
you're close enough to
разбирать
block the
потом
next
ошибки,
person in the
вот эти
cycle
все записи.
cannot spawn there. So you let
Собственно,
the first guy
поэтому в
spawn in
прошлом
the corner,
году
you run at that guy,
Lucid
and now because you're
вместе
there, his next
со
spawning
Снейкбайтом
teammate will
ушли
spawn across the
из
map. So
SSG.
it just puts the other
Они
team
были
in
в
a
SSG с
situation where they
ними,
can never
и
really help each other. They're
поэтому
always
вот
playing
это как бы стало
1v2 situations, and it's
катализатором
extremely effective in Halo Infinite.
их
And if you're close enough
отчаливания.
in proximity to an enemy, then a team spawn is not
Ну,
possible.
я, естественно,
And
согласен
Shopify
с
are
этим,
masters
какой-то
of the
бред
craft.
вообще,
That's for
типа,
sure.
не
Roll to the
тренится.
They literally are
Вот так вот полноценно
they're handpicking every spawn point of the
проводить.
enemy as the
Другой
game
командой
is happening in
договориться,
real
там,
time.
15
They're literally picking up their
15 типа
Spartan
карт
model and
отыграть.
dropping it on the map exactly where
Вот
they
это,
want
типа,
them.
разные режимы.
Holy
Но
shit,
да, на
bro,
это
yeah.
надо время, как
Chat, do
бы.
we end the stream?
Да,
I
тебе
think
за это не скажут
just to save
спасибо,
face
это
and
как бы ты
misery,
для
I think
себя
we're gonna have
делаешь,
to call
для
it early.
команды,
Chat, it's
но
been fun. I'm gonna go ahead and just
типа,
stop the broadcast.
ну, только же на
This
пользу
is-
идет
nobody
команде.
needs to see this. Nobody needs to see
Отработать
this, okay?
вместе, тем более если
World
вы
2
не
has 6
знакомы друг с
bullets, as
другом,
if
не
that
знаете,
wasn't
что и
bad
как,
enough.
то
This is a
разобраться,
funeral,
вот
bro.
это же дает
Yeah,
возможность
200
разобраться. Ну,
counting.
это же
Nothing is
везде, и в
missing on this
футболе
man's
так, и в
POV. He's
баскетболе.
15 and
там,
1.
да.
He's 15
Только
and
тут
1.
это как бы, ну, виртуально, но все
I
равно
mean, like,
то же самое, как бы.
I
Вы
was
вместе
in Frosty's
проводите
stream
время, там,
the other day,
сдружитесь, еще что-то.
or it was when the
Чуваку
announcements got,
плевать на
or
это,
when
он
the
как
game
бы,
types
ну,
were announced.
Да,
He was
вот
upset
этот
that there was only
тренд,
2
типа, без
strongholds,
трень просто приходим
maps, 'cause
сразу,
he
типа,
thinks
разносим. Но это не
strongholds the
всегда
best game type.
работает.
It forces you to have the
Как
best teamwork.
показали
It
результаты
forces you to
прошлого
have
года, но
complete map
отвратительно
control.
они играли.
And I agree, and we're starting to see why he might be a fan of the game mode.
Это их
It,
первая
really
практика,
showcases the
первый скрим.
difference between teams when you can just completely dominate like this.
В
Yeah,
частности,
it's the
его
combination
и
of like
вообще
the
в этой
mechanics to
команде. Ну,
have
это
the
ж как бы
pace of
новая
play and then
команда
the awareness to know
сформированная.
exactly how you're manipulating spawns in every moment,
Тут до
and then to
этого
work
только
off each
Stellar
other too,
Rebound
despite
были,
the way that they sort of
ну и
split their
Legend еще там
movements to
периодически
create
мелькал.
those spawn traps to begin
Renegade
with,
вот
right?
только
They still have to
впервые
be
с ними вместе.
hyper aware of where they are
Тут
relative to
как
the
бы
team, so they can find little ways to
да,
work and
типа
weave
они
around
все
each other. So it's a
чемпионы,
science
все
for sure. And I
такое,
feel like
но
the
они ж
KCP
чемпионы
team were a
не
good
самые
team of like kind
свежие,
of
во-первых.
initiating that.
Баун
Modern
вообще
too, I
уже
think, in
2 раза
strongholds,
бросал
but
инфинит, говорил, больше
Shopify
никогда не
today,
буду в нее
without a
играть.
doubt,
Потом
you
его
know,
вернули
run
на
the
2
show
на
when
2.
it comes to
Потом
just
сказал, опять не
maintaining
буду
pace
играть.
and
И его
spawn
вернули
control in this
сюда.
map. And, yeah, it looks like
Give
there's no
him a
opening at
break.
that point.
Ну не могут, не
mean,
могут
FaZe
заменить его. Не
showing
могут.
signs
Вот
of
так вот
life,
говорят, все, не
because
можем,
they are
без
fully
тебя
capable of
давай.
doing the same thing. That's the thing, is
Заходи.
at this level, all these
Так
guys
что, чувак, я
know
не знаю, он уже
kinda
просто
how to do it. I
разрывает
think
этой игра, он
Shopify
сам
have just kind of
устал
perfected the
от
craft
нее. Удаляю
to like
скачиваю,
an
удаляю, скачиваю.
insanely precise level
Что
where they're
тут такое
handpicking
дело? Может,
spawns,
ему
like I
вообще
mentioned.
насрать на эти игры,
But
просто
FaZe are
хочет с
quite good at
подружкой
it as well.
виталить.
Maybe 90%
Его
the
заставили
capacity. And once
вернуться
they
в
get into
Америку
their
в пятницу, он
advantage state, they can do the
пролетел
exact
первым
same thing back to
рейсом, чтобы
Shopify.
это,
So,
то, там, это.
curious to see if they can maybe turn this
А,
into more.
потому
потому что ж
as they are now
квалификация
keeping
была на выходе в
Shopify on
субботу и
their back foot.
воскресенье.
How does
И
Shopify
ему
play out of
пришлось
this
же в
though?
пятницу
They're going to try to
пролететь,
work
чтобы все
together and
успеть.
find a kill
Они там,
and then
может,
advance.
как-то
They actually found
потренились
two,
по-быстрому, но это ж
nice.
ни о
And I
чем.
think they might have created enough of an opening to
Да,
maybe at
но
least
это
stop the
первое
bleeding for now.
полноценное
This is
тренер,
Camo
так
right
что
here.
тут не
Yeah,
о
they'll
чем
give up A and
говорить.
just make sure
Молодцы,
this
что
secure
вообще
cycle is
выиграли.
a little bit down in there.
Ну и опять-таки,
Pacing of the map.
Legend
Bound to be
еще
quick to get
скинет
into A,
высоко.
likely to at least pick up a
Legend
slack
на
back.
самом
Looks like
деле
it's
очень
Renegade
сильный. Он
not
был
looking for
MVP
damage
в
to center map,
24
hoping that
году.
they don't get a reset on B here.
Самый важный игрок.
I mean,
Ну,
look at that G slide, right? I mean, you can't hit a more frame perfect rotation to
Ну,
get
тут
the back
еще
of B.
сильно, конечно,
Reset the hill and keep some sort of control.
я
It is
думаю, Call of
possible,
Duty
you know, it's
повлияло
not
на
an ideal
Ренегада
situation.
Legend.
But
Ренегада
it wouldn't be the
особенно,
first
он
time we've
дольше
seen a
всех
huge comeback like this before. So let's
играл
hope
в
they keep
Call
this
of
up.
Duty. За оптику
It's just a matter of
последние месяцы.
Shopify navigating the chaos
Legend
and
чуть меньше,
finding
он
their
раньше
openings, and I
ушел.
think they might have just found it. They
Но
get two.
Stellar оставался в
Stellar does
Infinite,
trade,
Абау
но нет.
брал перерыв после прошлого года. И потом
And
вернулся
Shopify created the conditions to now be in scoring position. Can they hold on to it though? Is the question.
который был в
Last shot
мае.
did get
Вот
locked
тогда
down
он
by Renegade,
вернулся,
so
по-моему,
Legend has
сам.
freedom to roam
Ну и
inside,
потом в
picking up the
июне
face.
же был...
Spawn's
в
already
июне
available here.
же было
You should know
вот это
Turbine is
2
the
на
open
2
location here too. Well, he takes A. He can both cap and bait.
Да,
Looks like a
да,
teammate
там
spawns nearby.
бегаешь,
He'll leave it for the
стреляешь,
team.
пукаешь, что-то.
So Stellar's
Не,
got a different
Ренегат
objective in
сильный
mind. He
достаточно
kills last shot
игрок.
off of spawn.
И
90
чемпион мира
counting, Eli.
20,
And if Legend can start
ошибаюсь,
finessing,
он за
maybe we've got
Фейс как
something
раз
working here.
выиграл чемпионство.
I mean, like I said, this is
Кажись так.
guys are very capable of
Okay,
doing
we're
the
moving.
same thing right back. They're doing as much as they
Legend
can. They're starting to
выиграл
feel
с
themselves a little bit
Stellar'ом
too.
и
You can see it in
Баундом
the way
в
they're moving around the
24
map.
году за SSG.
They know this comeback's possible. And this is really exciting. If you're the
Ну,
team
а
coming back and you start to find your flow,
Действующий чемпион
Yes.
I think it
Shopify
can
в
actually,
прошлом
you can
году
kind of like
всё,
start
почти
playing
все
better and
выиграли.
better because you're excited. You're telling your teammate where the next guy's
В
spawning.
этом году
You got
все
how much damage you
выиграли
got. You're
пока
flying around the
что.
map. You're playing
Я
extremely
надеюсь,
fast. This
все-таки
is
про лигу.
some of the highest
Это
amount
будет
of dopamine
забавно,
I think
типа
you can
у
get from
них
this
же на
game is
базе
like fast-paced strongholds.
Shopify
When
и
you're the team
выиграть
in
кто
control of
первый. В
coming
прошлом
back
году
from a
Shopify
deficit.
выиграли у себя на базе,
And
это
that's what
было
FaZe
так
is feeling right now.
LVT принесли кубок,
The way that they just
очень
weave around
красивый
and
был,
evade
типа
each other's
череп
like
отбол
angles and nades there, right?
пламени.
While you're
И
saying
они
it,
такие,
like
мы у
Stellar
вас
just walking
оставим?
back from
Да-да-да, у
nades,
нас
trying to get a
оставляйте,
reposition
все,
big
можете
door to get the pinch
уходить.
on A, but
Вот так это
there's so
примерно
much
и было.
finesse required to hold
Взяли
out
всех,
control against
вынесли,
Shopify. They're just
сказали,
trying to
дайте нам
weasel
все,
their way
типа,
out of every
деньги у нас
exchange.
остаются,
It's a
как
good
бы
looking
просто
trade there for
кубок
Renegade.
продать. Все,
Whoa,
вот так
that
вот и
would have
разошлись.
been
Ну,
so
вообще.
nasty. My God, hit the G
Кошмар.
slide out. Everybody going like
see
Blanco,
Так
bro. They're going
выглядело
insane.
странно.
Yeah,
Вот я надеюсь, в этом году
That's what I
все-таки
love
либо
about
Фейс,
strongholds, man.
yeah,
Like,
it's so fast paced.
либо Фейс,
forces you to be like
либо
this, man.
вот
Every
эти
single pib has so
For
much
Overkind,
importance.
я надеюсь,
And like
их
to
кто-то
die without a
подберет из
trade is a
организаторов.
death sentence in this case, and neither team
Короче,
is
либо
willing to
Фейс,
give
либо
up an
For
inch run.
Overkind выиграют.
Found doing max
Слушай,
damage,
сколько
trying to
уже
keep
можно
Legend
на
alive
это
with that camo. I
смотреть?
think he might. No, he died to Frosty somehow.
Если Фейс не будет
Wow,
трениться,
beautiful
тогда
movement.
вся надежда только на For
He's hitting
Overkind.
short jumps. Keep in mind,
Если
he's
Фейс
very
будет
precise
трениться,
with the
тогда у
height
нас
of his
есть
jump,
шансы
whether he's crouching
наблюдать
before he
сильно.
jumps or hitting the stands,
Ну, как бы,
still
ну,
jump
надо
crouching
всех заставлять,
afterwards,
видишь,
right? You
как.
can very like
Шай, вот
strictly
видишь,
manipulate
как-то
your jump height
мотивирует
to
их
drop
деньгами
down from
хотя бы.
Legends
Ну,
and
это
get
не
on
Шай,
top
это
of
же
them more
больше как бы
quickly. I
поклонники,
think Bound's a
аудитория, это
master
же
of
не
his science.
игроки.
That's why he's so difficult to track. He will eventually
Это ж
die.
такое дело.
Shopify might be getting their regain here with the numbers that they
There it
have.
is, four
Four dead. It's the moment they've been waiting for. Expect to see a 2-cap inbound. I'm surprised they haven't already started with it. It looks like Cycle goes to take A to lower their spawn
So they were
area.
more concerned with forcing the spawns they
Yes.
wanted before they captured the zones. That's why we didn't see the immediate capture. They wanted
8
to make
seconds.
sure they had control. Now Renegade and Bound have to hit this
Dive it
zone
together.
hard, and they do so. They do so without taking any damage either.
Ну,
Really
тут,
good hit
ну,
out. It was quick and
200...
efficient. Renegade going to take space.
Ну,
under
что
the
мы
nest here too. Not sure
смотрим?
if
Ну,
somebody's up
что
above.
это уже?
Bound following them up, so they are moving together. Let's see an attack on C. In this scenario, we got 5 seconds to snipe as well. Stellar waiting on it in the corner here, so I like what's cooking up for FaZe. They might have an opportunity. Stellar's nearest to
что-то там
snipe.
залетает, что-то
He'll pick it up.
вылетает, что-то.
Don't die for free, bro. I don't like that G slide. Why? He just ran into the middle of it in A, bro. His team's all behind him. And
They got the
dies
reset.
immediately. They do get the reset, but that snipe in the hands. The last shot! Bound picks it up.
Оу,
Doesn't die
180.
yet. Oh my
Snipe.
god.
It's a hot
Grenade
potato.
from Royal 2 though. This has been
что-то
insane.
происходит, что-то происходит.
Royal 2 doing what he can before
Я
he
в это
dies.
не
He
верю,
was dead
если
to right. He
честно,
did
то,
his
что
part though.
происходит.
Frosty has it.
Legend.
Oh my god, that was huge.
Oh my god, this sniper
This
is
is
still
2
cursed.
секунды осталось.
2 seconds, chat. 2 seconds. It's a double dilemma, right? They need to hold snipe, need to hold
2
hill control. Bound
секунды
now has the
осталось для
snipe.
Shopify. Ну, о чем мы говорим?
Campbell's coming up here too.
They gotta hold this. They're just opting to hold BC. I mean, this is the united year one setup. Just hold B, make a straight line across the map. Watch all the potential entryways. Shopify have broken through on the C side. That might be a GG.
Я уже вижу у чата.
No,
That's
Fournette!
GG.
Выиграли они.
Frosty turns and
250,
burns
200.
Stellar, and they drop them all, make it 250 to 200. FaZe. They make it respectable, Eli. They make it respectable, but respectable ain't good enough. It ain't good enough. It's now 11-2. Chat. Sticky with the $50 dono.
Опять, да что это за стики такое?
W Sticky.
100, 150.
He said, I think he said we're hitting
Что это
flow
за
state,
меценаты
baby.
какие-то?
Yeah, let's go. Thank you, Sticky.
Кошмар.
Yo, that was a good game, man. That was a really
За
fun
что
game.
он кидает им деньги?
They might have lost
I
it, but I
saw-
was entertained.
I saw a comment in here during this game. Disagree to the fullest extent to the power of 1,000 with Eli. This isn't 2023 to 2025. So he made sure to emphasize just how hard he disagreed with me. If you're still in the chat, please explain what you mean. I don't know what it was, but I'm happy to hear.
Ah, man. They hate you because they ain't you. No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean, I feel like I've seen this guy
Right.
In chat before, and he's a reasonable human being with their own opinions. So just curious what it was he disagreed with.
That's generally the mentality I try to maintain with all chatters, is that they're reasonable human beings if you respond to them appropriately.
Everybody has a good reason to make their opinions, right?
I agree. Near 30 bombs coming out there for Shopify. We saw some signs of life out of FaZe that may be hopeful, but fighting from a back foot, right? Keep in mind, they had like a 225 scoreline before FaZe actually started, gathering any momentum. Like even hitting like double digits, it was so bad. So bit of a regain, running out of opportunities to do that. I'm getting the vibe that they might play out all 18 games, Eli. So buckle up. Disrobed Angel. Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
They are kind of like
Just running through
running.
them. Yeah.
Very little time between games.
$1,100 accumulated for Shopify in this scrim already, and not much of the prize pool left for FaZe, but they're going to work. They're going to work for it and hopefully get some practice at the same time.
Much different pacing heading into Lattice King of the Hill. There's going to be a little bit more holding space and areas, manipulating or like locking down certain spawn areas for certain hills. We're not going to be hyper aggressives flying all over the map at all times.
Anja in the chat says, SR being top dogs is good for Halo. It creates a clear bar for everyone else to play to. What do you think, Eli?
All right, say that again.
He said SR playing, being top dogs in Halo is good for the sport, basically. There's a clear bar everybody else has to play to. Saying it's good that Shopify are top dogs.
I mean, in some ways, I agree. Yeah, I think that having a dominant team in a sport, some people think it's boring, but it also makes the most exciting moments when a team finally does beat them, right?
Jesus.
Like you can kind of see the progression of other teams getting closer to them, and whereas like you look at a game like Valorant, and I feel like every time I look at a Valorant tournament, it's a different team winning. Like there's just so much variance that it makes it hard to like.
COD 2.
Yeah, COD has a lot of variance as well. I kind of prefer a more predictable hierarchy of teams personally.
I agree.
But I think it's to each their own, right? Like some people like the more chaotic, anybody can win kind of feeling.
I think the issue is the state of the game, Anja, right? Like it's like Shopify setting the bar is excellent, but because of the state of the game, motivation is very low right now. So it's hard to expect teams to put the practice in and make the regain that they need to catch up to Shopify, who are like the main salary team, in a very comfortable position with all the incentive to stay on top, right? So that's not to give an excuse or anything. We do need to see the league just, step
Где-то
up.
3 игры получается.
I hope that we
Две
see
игры.
more and more momentum come back to
Вот
Halo
эта
to
игра и еще
incentivize
одна.
pros to
Ну,
put the
может,
work
там,
in.
короче,
So
2-3
that they
игры
do
осталось.
meet that bar. Shopify definitely set a hell of a bar.
Надо уже добить.
And Cycle going to continue that route through this game as well with the first hill.
Yeah, first hill secured. They've also got great positioning for next. Cycle treating the red side like a jungle gym, doing whatever he wants. Actually going to leave red to push out. They might actually force some players to spawn back red. That one player that Cycle just killed is likely to spawn back red. And I think that's exactly what happened, or the timing will work out perfect for them to spawn right here. Yep. They predicted that Bound would spawn there. Real 2 finds the trade and the kill feed. So this is kind of like intentional. They're okay with spawning these players behind the hill because they're aware of it, and they can just turn around and deal with them later.
And this time
Gotta
not with the
finish that
fight.
shot,
Yeah, Legend coming out with the Gandhi hop to the extreme there, but Cycle thought he had it, did a double take, and this time Legend, despite the ping circumstances over in France, he is currently, but he came out with a valuable fight. Not enough to get any hill progress, though, right? We need to see a comfortable anchor in red. And a little bit of what Cycle was doing, like you had mentioned, is both the control plus a spawn block to force their space, you know, contained within blue. Renegade from the center of map just looking for anything, though.
Ooh, I like
almost
that.
nice.
Yeah, I feel like that's a use of the repulse that I personally do not have in my
Arsenal?
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But to just like kind of use it to hover in space to dodge a grenade or like juke your opponent. These guys are so creative with all the equipment.
It's kind of like a thrust, or more specifically, like a stabilize in Halo 5. Like that's something I
Right.
miss about Halo 5 was the stabilize had like multiple purposes. Like you would fake out a drop to a ledge and stabilize for a second, and then come back with like unpredictable timing, or you could like chow from a slightly different high angle. Bro, last shot. Oh my god.
So if anyone's confused about that, if you could have switched to third person during that, that would have been perfect. If we see someone do that
Right.
again,
I'll try.
but it like shifts their hurt box into the wall to where it's so hard to hit them, and it's just a tactic to buy time for the teammates to go fight. Basically, it's like a wall glitch from Halo 2.
Yeah.
If you're around during that time.
Yeah, you sort of clip into the surface and you get a little bit more cover. But to be honest, it's not always the greatest strategy for like hiding, because I noticed that when you're sprinting, your heels pop out from the base of the wall, so people see you. Versus if you were just sort of like crouching backwards or standing still, so it can kind of expose you visually, even though
Yeah.
you're very hard to hit, right? Like I think the survival component of it is big, but maybe not always good to hide and sprint into a wall.
Yeah, I don't think that it's never used to hide. I think it's like situations where they know where you are, but you're just trying to
Right.
make yourself a harder kill to buy more time.
Right, fair.
But it's good to shout that out because people listening might think, "Oh, I'm going to use that to go hide in a wall," but it's not going to.
You'd probably be seen.
Yeah, exactly.
2-0 already, minute 43 on the clock. Shopify with no signs of slowing down. And FaZe, what is it, the Shopify world? And FaZe are just a part of it, right? That is the vibe that we're getting here. Renegade going to try his attempt, but he's completely solo. I mean, what do? You either die from last shot or die from
dead.
Frosty. Like, pick who to die to, essentially. Oh,
They're feeling
man.
themselves right now, that is for sure. I mean, to me, this kind of just reinforces what I've felt about the 4 of a kind squad, that they are much closer
Yeah, that's
than
fair.
everybody else to Shopify right now, which is kind of why I said that at the top of the show, is like, and the reason I think they're closer is because they have had the time to watch VOD and talk through scenarios and have a game plan for all these different situations. And FaZe, they don't currently have that. They just formed. Shopify have been doing this for, what, 2 whole years now? They've been a Team of 4. So it's
my
going to be real hard for FaZe to catch up. It's going to be real hard.
Yeah, real tough, that's for sure. I think one thing that Snakebite and 4 of a kind do really well is they're very good at unifying and team shotting. Like, just getting their guns together from, like, any circumstance, whether their back's against a corner, and just, like, 2v1ing their way out of a bad situation. They do it with a little bit of a slower pace, but it's very effective, and I think Shopify always have to have their wits about them, because they're never just fighting one when they're fighting Snakebite's team. It always gives them a bounce back opportunity. But we're not seeing that with FaZe. FaZe very confident in their individual ability, and it's coming to bite them because they're kind of separated at all different corners of the map. Renegade going to find a nice little snipe for a double, but I mean, what can you secure at this point? It's the Shopify Masterclass. They're looking for ninjas. The stat line is looking absolutely brutal. I mean, we got to go last shot, I think, the rest of the game. Eli, this is the map that he got the rampage on versus you
I
guys.
told you, he's the best lattice player in the world.
I think
There's
he
no
is.
question.
Nearly 30 bomb with 8 dash 9. Yeah.
And the last map they played on this, he was 38 and 20, and now he's triple positive, essentially. Like, guy's just a beast on lattice. If you want to learn how to play lattice, watch this guy play the game.
Absolutely insane. We're getting an update on the scrim
Да,
score
это
for
точно.
SSG versus Snakebite.
Если
Apparently
хотите
it's
уметь
6 to
играть в
3,
эти карты,
so
смотрите, как
Lucid and
счет
team actually
играют.
are putting up a bit of a fight, and good to hear that it's not fully progressed. We might have an opportunity to go watch a little bit of that at some point too. Not observer, of course. What's this save it for next scrim? 89%. Spend it all now. Chat, I'm going to spend it. So we raised 1,500, and chats, you guys have been generous enough that I'm going to use my own money that I basically just got from you guys to cover any other extra games. It's not a big deal. You know, like I said, 100 per game. If they play 3 extra games, we'll do 100 per game, and I'm just going to hold myself to it. If we can do this again in the future, W, right? I know that it's tricky for FaZe to pick the first ever scrim that they play versus Shopify and put them in this position, but you know, just the fact that this is a reality, I think, is good progress. Hopefully, we can do this again. You know, W, yeah. 12 though, 12-2, Chad.
Ничего страшного, бывает.
Now that the game's over, let me. So the guy that I asked why he disagreed with me, he answered. Let me find it. That I just believe that FaZe have been away from Halo for so long, on and off, that they can no longer keep up with SR at this point. Last Shot and Co just have so many reps lately. I think they've closed the gap in 2025. I could see the same FaZe roster being a team that can go toe-to-toe with SR. So, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I don't know. I think you were saying that when I was mentioning that this FaZe roster could come back on that Strongholds live fire. I was just speaking in the moment. I wasn't speaking like larger, more so just like there's certain modes that you don't have to have a lot of reps if you're super skilled. Like in my opinion, Streets Ball, I thought that was a chance for them to come back. Live fire, Strongholds, it's like that's something they've played. If they just win their individual fights, like they can win. They're still extremely individually talented. And they can find their form at any given moment. So I think that, I mean, this gap is what I predicted, right? I thought it would be pretty close to this. It's actually a little bit worse than I predicted, but
it's possible to. Oh no, you're right. It is worse, right? Because it's 12. Yeah, my bad. Sorry to interject there.
No, you're fine. And you don't have to apologize, Final Boss. I mean, I'm here to hear all opinions, have discussions. I hear what you're saying as well.
I think Final Boss runs the ascending baseline, by the way. Shout out to him. I know we have an ascending baseline team in the league. So pretty dedicated
fire
viewer in the chat. Yeah, you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong there, Final, but I think he does do he runs ascending baseline, or he's like a core part of it. Legend coming out with camo off the open of this. As we jump right back into it, Eli. So yeah, the 4-11 reality is no longer possible, but they could still get 4 wins if they play out the Slayers, and you know, hopefully this is where it begins.
Yeah, we're in for a longer game mode, in theory. Could still be fast, but could be longer. Legend with camo. So one thing I want to see an adjustment from FaZe, and you called it out very astutely, is the fact that they're kind of basically been taking a lot of individual fights. And that's what makes Four of a Kind different, is they often team up and team shot together. I'm curious to see, I mean, FaZe are smart enough, they should be able to self-diagnose the same exact thing, right? So do they then adjust mid-series and start to hold hands a bit more and start to do some more double pushes? We saw kind of a pseudo double push there from Legend and whoever was with him in pipes, but I want to see more of that to see if it can maybe help their win rate.
Hey, chat, so if you're seeing the 60 FPS, you know what? I'll go ahead and maybe not right now, and maybe after this game, just remove the stats on the top of the screen. That's not relevant to any of the players, okay? The 60 FPS is my settings. The players are playing on their own settings. The offsets are my settings. The colors, everything is all set by me. So don't worry about the ping. Don't worry about the FPS. It has no effect on the pros. I mean, the ping might give you an understanding of what server we're pulling, but yeah, none of that's evident. And I think the mid-scrim point, Eli, ended about 2 hours ago, unfortunately, so I'm not quite seeing the adaptation on the fly, not yet. But like you said, I do hope that they find ways to kind of push together and play off of each other a little bit better, even towards the end of the scrim. If we see that change, that's a W.
It just really depends on what the conversation sounds like in the FaZe camp right now. Like if they're like, okay, let's just try to earn another $100 if we can, or if it's, you know, truly trying to work on ways to overcome Shopify, not just now, but for the future. Like, you got to start trying things, right?
My bad. Yeah,
and
get pulled.
hopefully they can make some adjustments.
I was just trying to find last shot there. I know that he sneakily got out with the camo. Not a lot of ball time with 2 minutes on the clock, so a lot of slaying happening in this one. Last shot just waiting for his opportunity to get a few more kills.
Seems pretty convinced that they're spawn C. That's why we see him looking that side of the map. Gonna use his camo to safely chuck the the ball up, and then also use the grapple to safely grab the shock. And wants to get out of dodge.
No.
Okay.
Oh my god, he actually hit it?
Yeah, ever since the network update, grapples are so buggy in observer mode.
It's been frustrating, I think, for sure. But yeah, common observer bug. Last shot with a flawless grapple. Still got killed for it, though. It looks like FaZe finally might have the edge in a team fight here. They'll break into A. Should hopefully lead to access to ball. Look at Last Shot find a way to play that. Yeah, he was looking for exactly that opening. Knew he was overwhelmed. If he can get the ball at the bottom mid, it would create an easy opportunity for World 2. But didn't quite get it out the door, so this is a big moment here for Renegade. Legend out in front of it. Let's see what he can do to secure kills and give Renegade more time with the eyeball. They're spawning on top of him here.
Yeah, rare moment where Lashot kind of fumbled his movement there in that previous play. Renegade also just naded himself, I
I
think.
saw that, yeah. Legend's here to support him, though.
Late in the scrim, starting to see these players make a few more errors they don't normally make. Nice insta-splode from Legend. That's one of the harder techniques on higher ping, by the way, because your nade throwing is very delayed on high ping. Impressive insta-splode there.
And nade throw delay for sure. Yeah, that would throw you off. Man's definitely used to it. I wonder what the adjustment will be like when he gets back to NA network. I'm sure he'll acclimate immediately. Kind of alone here, though. 3-shot beatdown. Red bar. Somehow at a slight damage advantage. Chat, yeah, this is definitely pro scrims, right? Some of the best talent in the world on display here. Unfortunately for FaZe, they're going up against the top dogs in the scene right now. Shopify have been winning consistently for a year. Over a year, maybe, at this point, they've been winning consistently.
Yeah.
And they have not stopped playing the game. FaZe have stepped away. They just recently got back together. So while you're looking at some of the top talent in the scene, they've been very inconsistent with their grind over the past year. This is their first scrim back as a team, and they're playing the best team in the league. So uphill battle for them, and we're seeing the result of that in the score. But a money scrim, so $100 per win per game. That means $1,200 has been secured for Shopify, which is a little bonus, I guess, for the dominance that they've sustained here. Thank you, Ivy.
Cycle is playing so confident, man, and for good reason. He's been playing insane today. 15 and 10.
Oh my God.
Has some ball time and assist to add to it. What is Last Shot doing, though?
That was a
hello?
throwaway life right there. I don't know, man. He's like hard securing a trade. I think he had a info on a weak player down low. Not a care in the world on
pretty
whether or not he
sure-
died.
If you turn on his stream, he would be like laughing at himself right now because that was one of the trolliest deaths I've ever seen him have.
Do you think they're laughing? Oh, bro. Yo, Chad, anybody
I kinda think so.
Anybody sussed out the comms of SR? Because we do have Last Shot streaming. I think Frosty's streaming too. When they start cooking like this and they pull far ahead, they start to get, I don't want to call it disrespectful, they start to have a little too much fun, I'll say.
They get a little giggly.
They get a
you
little
know?
giggly, yeah. They start doing wild things and just kind of going for, whatever makes sense in the moment. And because they're talented enough, they still win when they do that, which is tough to be on the receiving
I
end
think
of.
it makes them play better, bro. Like I know
Probably,
we've
yeah.
talked about it. We've talked about it a lot, like just the vibes of Halo, right? And your general mentality, and this is sports science. This is for anything, not just Halo. But like, if you're in a good mood, you're happy, you're laughing, your dopamine receptors are sucking up all that beautiful dopamine in your brain. Like, you're having a good time, man. And these guys, like Last Shot has this troll mode where he speaks like an like a panicking auctioneer.
Like he's
as
gonna
calling
die, but he
things
doesn't.
Like
Yeah.
he's literally, like it's a do or die. Like he's literally in Vietnam. Like it's saying "Mi Pablo" when he like grenades people and just like these crazy, ridiculous antics. But it makes them all like laugh and like lock in more, low
Yes.
key. And like you think to some of the more serious players in the scene, you wonder if how serious they are like hinders their ability to be free flowing and like
Yes.
creative with their gameplay.
And I mean, that's where the chemistry lends to Shopify in a way that's so unique to that team because they're buddies, right? Like they're true friends. They have a similar sense of humor. They can laugh and kind of like,
Yeah.
thrive in that moment. And it's not awkward. It's not forced. It's very natural. When listening to Lucid, obviously Lucid's team is brand new. I do notice that serious tone, right? Lucid obviously very intelligent, brings an immaculate like level of leadership and game sense to the game. But like you want to see them have fun, right? You want to see Lucid laughing. You want to see them
Yeah.
kind of vibing off each other, and it's very difficult to find that perfect chemistry. And that's part of what makes Shopify the team to beat in the league without any sign of slowing down. No play ball on that either, so they're going to get some time.
When you think about players like Pistola, that guy, I don't know if you ever interacted
He's
with
so
him
trolly. Yeah, no, I love
individually. He's such a
he's so
troll,
funny,
just
yeah.
goofy, like he just loves life and just always had fun. And he's always one of the greatest of all time, right? And it's, I don't know. I've always admired the people that they don't lose their whimsy, as they say. Well, you gotta
Yes.
Gotta stay whimsical and have fun with it, bro. We're playing a video game after all. Just fucking enjoy yourself. Don't take it too seriously, and I think these guys do that exceptionally well.
God, there's not a bad thing you can say about Shopify, and that's not a good sign for anybody else in the league, Eli. Holy shit.
It's really not.
Holy shit. Yeah, huge rotate. You're right. Low key. They were rotating the ball from C to A here as they keep it alive. Now steal the lead away. Sweet roll thief. Thank you for the follow. You're just in time to witness destruction, brother. This has been quite the series. Quite the scrim, Eli.
Yeah, this is, I was expecting a bit more fight, but I feel like once Shopify started feeling themselves and they got into this mode, they don't really look back. Like you said earlier, like once they start winning, they don't really stop.
No.
Okay.
Please, brother, please. That's how you know that they're laughing, right? They're going for shenanigans, bro. They're going for Shroud ninjas.
Right. Yeah, no, they're having fun with it for sure. But you think back to like the 2023 World Championship Grand Finals, FaZe versus Optic. Optic win the first two games, and then FaZe just lock it. And that was Frosty and Royal too. It's like these two players specifically have had that quality of when they lock in, they just keep winning, bro. And it's hard to get them to get out of that lock in. And as soon as Cycle and Last Shot found that, they're just like them now.
They are kind of spicy like that, right? I think it is specifically Frosty and Royal 2 that are sort of the instigators. They play the game like they're puppet masters. Brits, welcome. Lady Mando, W gifted. Lady Mando, thank you. Welcome, Brits. Yeah, and I think that brought a lot to their dominance back when they were on FaZe and Tox and the teams before it. But Cycle and Last Shot fit so perfectly into that personality and playstyle. They're almost like spitting younger images of their teammates, you know, in like a weird, uncanny way. Like Last Shot literally sounds like Royal 2. He's got the same freaking mannerisms, and Frosty considers Cycle like a young him in a way too. So it's just, I don't know, man. I can't ask for a better circumstance to dominate the game. But man, do I want to see them work hard. I want to see the contention.
It's like the effect of looking up to somebody, right? Like you start to embody them. I think Last Shot literally just looked up to Royal 2 and started acting like him.
That's fair. He's like, who's the best guy in the game? Yeah, and how do I be more like him? I think Last Shot does have that respect, though, too. Like, real recognize real, you know? Like, he knows how talented he is, and there's definitely an ego there. You can feel it. But when it comes to his teammates, he's got a lot of respect.
Oh, for sure. And you got
He's here to learn.
He's
He's a student.
at this level.
Yeah, student of the game. That ball going to go off the map. Shopify got a lot of room to play with at this point. 91 seconds, 9 to close it out. Last Shot going to earn his trade. Sweep up Bound here. Not quite. Bound will get the sweeping. I don't know what they do at this point.
Positioning from Legend, though. He was there. He knew the ball was going to rotate, so he actually stayed near the reset point. Got it off spawn, and now gives himself an opportunity.
A little ball rotate for Legend, but it goes south. Renegade dies there, too, so that prevents any opportunity for a rotate. And that might be the end of the game here. Bound's not quite in position. Unless Stellar can get some sauce on it. I don't know. Bound with a big win in long haul, though. Hold on. Did he a chance to bait this ball? Frosty collects it, though. He's going to take it safely into golden pipes, and nobody's nearby. Nobody's nearby. That'll be good.
There it is. 13-2. We'll see if they are going to continue playing.
Yeah.
Or not. That was the 15th. I think I saw somebody predict a 13-2. Not too many people said that, though. I know Dab's prediction was 14-1.
Just want to make sure we're paying attention to the game chat in case they do opt to say something to me or whatever. I'm good for it if they want to keep playing. Quick look at the stats, though, chat, in case you're curious. A lot of damage out of Stellar in that one, but lopsided result. They're throwing GGs. 15 games in a GGs, chat. They played it out for 15. Respect to FaZe for sticking with it. But, you know, that's a rough introduction to Halo. A reintroduction to competitive Halo from Shopify. They definitely showed just the extent of, you know, the time away, the gap, I think, between them right now. There were moments, Eli, right? But
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that FaZe, it's not like they came into this with the expectation that they're going to run Shopify, right? They're playing with Legend, who's in France on high ping. You know, there's a lot, and like you said, they've been taking so much time away. They didn't come into this scrim expecting to dominate Shopify, but I think more so to just get reps in to kind of like have something to look back on and think about to know what they need to adjust moving forward. So I think that they're gonna be able to learn a lot from this experience.
I see, excuse me, in the chat, calculating the payout per hour. SR with an $87 an hour each payout, and FaZe with a $13 an hour each payout. It's an interesting little tidbit of info. That also depends on whether or not you included the coach in the exchange, but I don't know if I'd say that Occupur. I don't know if it's any specific player that's a liability. I know Bound died a lot, was on the receiving end, but they got to find a way to work together. Sticky with another 100!
This is for Eli the Goat. Many years of high
This guy's
quality
going
casting.
crazy.
He said it was for you
support of
again.
Halo.
It's for you. He said this is for Eli for years of, what was it? Years of high, hold on, let me see if I can see my tip in the background here. Tipping. Tip history. This is for Eli the Goat. Many years of high quality casting. Thank you for being here, dude. Bro, you were on the receiving end of Sticky's good graces because, man, he's been a hell of a support. We got to tally it for you, Eli. I'm gonna make sure you get everything that's been donated. But holy shit,
Bro, you guys are gonna make me freaking cry on the broadcast, man. Like, what the heck?
and I'm still
What the
giving you
heck,
the
guys?
extra money that I said I was giving you, even without the donations involved. So we got to add that on top, right?
Bro,
It's pretty
I don't
dope.
even know what to say, man. Like, I just showed up here because I wanted to yap about Halo for you guys, and the support has been crazy.
Bro, it's always a pleasure to have you. I think especially
you, guys.
for the first time doing this, like navigating, I've got a lot on my plate, right? Like I'm putting the music in, and we're rotating POVs, and then we got to figure out how to get your camera up and whatnot. So you definitely made that more approachable. Also, the in-game settings, right? Turning up the, removing the transparency. Chat, this was a W, right? I think this was fun, man. We did something special today.
That's
Damn good
a
Halo. Yeah,
dub.
chat. I don't know how we get a review or what. What do we give this out of 10? Any feedback? Any immediate feedback? We took the chat out. I know we had the cameras on screen. That was, some people liked it, some people didn't. But I see potential with this. We just gotta, make it lucrative for the players and raise money to do it again, right? Hopefully we can do more. But record numbers this year. Sorry, Eli, go ahead.
Did Cycle say something in chat? Somebody said, he said, thanks for hosting. Shyway, shout out to chat for supporting.
Thank you,
Were
Cycle.
we going to pull up the stat
Let's
page?
look at the stats. Let's look at the stats, yeah.
Yeah. If you could switch your screen share to that when you pull it up as well.
Cycle, if you're lurking or if Last Shot is, can you guys let me know if you're okay with PayPal? It'd be really appreciated if I could PayPal you guys. I'll do friends and family. I don't care. Make sure you get the exact amount. But I have all the money in my PayPal, and I'd like to just move it from the PayPal instead of have to, you know what I mean? So wherever I got to do that, if I got to send it to Best Man, all of it, or just individually to each of you guys, let me know what works. PayPal's good? Perfect. You can DM me if you want to. Yeah, just hit me up with a DM, all four of you, if you like. Or if you want me to give it to Best Man or whatever, just let me know. 1,300. 1,300 total today. Good shit, guys. Good work. PayPal is connected in case... wait, to the case opening
wallet. He's talking
wallet.
about Counter-Strike. He's joking.
Yeah, for CS. Yo, Grog, welcome, by the way. Good to see you in the chat, brother. Hope you're doing good. Shout out Grog and SR chat. We wouldn't even have a league. We wouldn't have these scrims if they didn't put down 128,000.
Yeah, for real, bro.
128,000 for the prize
Grog.
pool. Big W Grog right there. Also on that 1v1
You
on
guys
Magic
don't
Cobra.
understand that without Shopify as an organization, like, we would be in the darkest times of Halo right now.
It's very true.
But instead, everybody came back to compete in the Shopify League. So it's like, actually, like, you guys need to be spamming W Shopify, W Grog as much as possible. They're insane.
Let's go, Karma. My God, welcome, Grog. Thank you, Karma, for the gifted. 703, Karma, you go, man. I appreciate you. But yeah, well said, right? It's like people will be like, it's a one-team league. Shopify are dominating, L Shopify, or they want to see them lose. I know a lot of people want to see Shopify have some trouble, and I get it. If one team consistently winning can be kind of rough for the viewership. But again, if they weren't around, if it wasn't for their support, we wouldn't even have games to watch, bro. So, you see the stats, Eli? Let's take a look at this.
I'm looking at your stream. It looks like I'm a white box on your stream now.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if you changed something.
You know what? I'm going to remove you for a second if that's fine, just to make it... We're not going to block anything. Statistically, just keep it easy here. How do I zoom this? I want to zoom it in a way that doesn't just cover, like, absolutely everything, but... If you can see it, okay. I'm not surprised to see Mr. Last Shot coming out as the kill leader in this lobby.
Bro, 97k damage. Like, I thought Cycle was gonna... I think Cycle was the damage leader the first half of the scrim, and then Last Shot just started going absolutely insane the last half of the scrim to now become the damage leader.
What's immediately jumping out at you?
The fact that last shot almost 70% accuracy across 15 games, by the way. An average accuracy of 68.5 is crazy.
But that damage is insane.
Next closest is Renegade at 64.
64, yeah. Seeing Royal 2 still come out with the highest KAD despite all that is pretty typical too. His deaths must have been ultra low. I think Royal 2 might have the lowest deaths. Second lowest deaths in the lobby cycle in the same category here at 231. Very similar with the assists here too. Royal 2 coming out with 164. Frosty with the most assists in the entire lobby. I know a lot of people are pointing out Bound, right? Look at Bound statistics here too. Bit of a rough stat line in the KD department, that's for sure. He didn't die the most though. Stellar died the most, interestingly, at 336.
I hate to say it, but I feel like Bound just started kind of running it down. Like, I think he was getting frustrated maybe at a certain, or maybe like stopped caring at a certain point, and it just felt like he was just trying to fight. Like, I think he just wanted, he was using the scrim to like take pivs and like get better at shooting people, but like there wasn't, it didn't feel like a lot of strategic thought like behind it. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's the composure topic that I brought up is like, do they start to get tilted and just start not caring and running it down? And obviously like the gravity of the event might affect how much they try and like what they pull out gameplay wise. But when things start not going their way, I just feel like I've the first time that Legend scrimmed, I mean, because they did get one scrim in on the SSG team before they made the pivot. And I noticed a similar kind of vibe where it's like things start not working and the tone shifts, you know, like they have trouble getting back to that chill, confident, collected.
Dude, playing on a losing team that's really serious is like one of the most unfun experiences. Like that's I've been in that position many times. Like being on a team that's like really trying to win, but we're just getting stomped by a team that's clearly better than us, and the vibes just really plummet in that environment. Like you need to have a voice, and I try to be this guy, but sometimes it's impossible. Somebody needs to like keep the vibes high or like refocus onto the next game to like wipe the memory fresh and like start brand new in the next one. And without a coach doing that and without a player stepping up to be that person, it's very difficult to like come back from that. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to kind of like laugh it off and have a short memory. And I don't know if
I was about to ask that.
these guys are doing that.
Like Instinct said in the chat, and I agree. Like, do you think Formal brought that composure to Optic? Because I feel like that was a valuable
I think in a lot of ways
role.
he did.
I think he did.
Yeah, I think Formal brought an immense amount of value to the team as a communicator.
Yeah.
And just like a vibes kind of guy, right? Like he could reset the team and be like, yo, we're going to fucking shit on these guys. Like they just got lucky. And he could just say like a word that instantly checks them back in. Like, oh, you're right. Like they just got, that was bullshit. Like that wasn't real. Who cares? And then they could focus on next.
Right? Like he
would crack a little joke.
He'll
and
crack
like
a joke. He's got that
vibe.
contagious laugh, you know, like, I think it changes the mentality with these guys. They don't quite have that answer anymore. Like Stellar, I feel like, I don't know if he would, you know what I mean? Be the guy to reset the vibes. Somebody else has to kind of take the reins on that. That's going to be an adaptation point for them. Somebody pointed out that Cycle, despite having one less death than, was it Royal 2? Is one less death than Royal 2, but he took over 5,000 more damage, around 5,000 more damage. I guess more 4,400 about. So
Bro,
Cycle,
I've played against
hard to kill.
Cycle in a matchmaking game before where he died twice and took the most damage in the lobby. Like this guy is a surviving master. But it's like, it's just absurd. How does he do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge skill, right? Your ability to just soak up damage and be extremely difficult to kill. There are scenarios where it does make sense to die, but Cycle's survivability, I think, definitely shows how much of a presence he is in the fight. VSR, thank you for the gifted, brother. Satiable, I think it's Satiable. Welcome, brother. Thank you, VSR. We're getting real close. We're at $12.99 at a 1300. Just saying, chat, if we want to go ahead and tee that off real quick. I do love you guys. Anything else?
He said it's called literally twerking in a corner. He really did.
He did, though.
Circular
twerking, bro. We saw that, right? Stellar had to work extra hard.
Oh, that is just
Karma got it.
right there. That is just damn good Halo.
My God, to VSR. Hey, gifted it right back. Karma, thank you so much, man. 13 hundo. We're breaking records, man. I mean, we've, maybe not sub records, but it's good to just be, the momentum means a lot, guys. I have to show back up every day, regardless of what my voice sounds like, because I can't stay away from the stream right now. I feel like I got a responsibility.
Voice sounds fine, bro.
Thank you, man. I lost it a little bit on Sunday, and then we regained on Monday, and then we're right back into the mix, you know? So it's just yeah, part of the balance. Is there anything that we can kind of suss out from OBJ? I mean, any other statistics that you tend to look at with this stuff?
To be honest, the API is not great, so some of the stats are like not even accurate or hard to parse any meaning from them a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So the maps that FaZe won were just Livefire King and Livefire Oddball.
Yeah, the only one was Livefire. Yeah, Livefire King and Livefire Oddball was it, and Oddball was the most convincing. King of the Hill, they had to really pull back from the depths, right? Because Shopify came back with a regain, tied it for OT, and they clutched up in OT. They had some moments, some very close games, like the Slayer on Solitude went down to the wire. They were leading it majority. Shopify clutched up. We saw moments like that where they were leading it, kind of had the pace, and then Shopify found a way to, you know, figure out a win at the situation. Am I going to look at the SSG versus 40 AK scrim? I'm down, Eli. I know that I kind of just pulled you for this, and you might have other plans. We don't have Observer for it, chat. Keep that in mind. But I could bring it up on screen and watch some POVs, at least temporarily.
I could watch a game or two, and then
you want to
probably gotta get some sleep.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, chat, this has been fun, though. This has been a lot of fun. Bye, Timmy. Timmy, heading out?
Only Lucid POV?
No, there's a couple more. I think Snakebite is live. I wouldn't be surprised if Precision is live, too. If we had some sort of, like, summary thoughts and notes coming out of that, Eli, anything from that scrim? I mean, what can you do, right? Like, the expectation was FaZe was going to have trouble.
Yeah, so I guess, like, during all of Shopify's dominance we've witnessed over the past couple years, I kind of always thought they're going to slack off at some point, right? Like, there's going to be a period in which maybe they get lazier and they take their foot off the gas and other people can catch up, but they're not giving anyone any breathing room, man. It feels like they have their game. And I also felt that Halo has some level of chaos to it, that it's possible that they just get unlucky and, like, have a bad, you know, a bad tournament or something, but they're just not. Like, they're so consistent at the level that they play that it's extremely impressive to me. They don't really slack off. Like, they might have some troll deaths in a single game, but, like, over the course of an entire scrim, they're making so few mistakes that it's like everybody's got to put in a lot of work if they're going to catch up and replicate that.
You're constantly grinding.
That's my kind of takeaway.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to imagine a catch up, especially not immediately. It's going to take the extent of the season and a lot of work. And you look at Last Shot's stream. I mean, he immediately just turned on matchmaking and pivoted right over after playing 15 games. No hezzy. He's in a matchmaking lobby right now and just dominating. Right. So it's like that's like not even the extent of their grind. They'll play the highest quality sort of matchups and scrims, and they still got 10 hours in them. It seems like So. I don't know, man. It's hard to keep up with. Looks like Lucid and team might actually clutch up the Slayer, though. And we should get an update on the scoring on this scrim, because I do think that they're contesting this team.
Stuck there one shot. He is stuck there one shot.
Can you share the screen to Discord?
I definitely can. Let me turn off the app here, too, and just close out Halo, and then I'm going to share this. Hopefully with audio. So they just won a Slayer on Livefire, Lucid and team, and then we'll check out Halo Data Hive and see if there's anything. Can I share? I don't know if it shares the audio though, does it? You see Lucid?
Yeah, I can see him. I can hear it too.
All right, they're stepping away. I'll probably replace the on-screen stats and teams and names and all that chat. I know it's not 0-0. We got to figure it out. Probably Halo Data High would be the best bet. Or their chat. You'd think Lucid's chat should be tracking it.
Somebody in your chat said SSG 4 of a kind to 8.
Okay. Not bad, honestly. Did you have an expectation for this one?
Yeah, I think that SSG putting up actually a better fight than I anticipated. I think that they just played Cloud9. It was yesterday, right?
Yep.
I feel like they're the type of team that actually got some value out of that scrim yesterday, and have made some adjustments going into today.
Dude.
So yeah, I think that this group of players, like especially Lucid and Penguin, I feel like are good at leading the conversation of how they want to play better. Falcated is very good at assimilating into whatever structure he's thrown into, and
Seems
Collect
like
I think is
agreeable,
actually
kind of, you know?
yeah, he's very agreeable and he's malleable. Like he can change the way he plays.
I check it.
Uh,
He's like not there, but
And I think that K is just a very good. I think that he can kind of press them to maybe take more risks, which is valuable in this game. But he's also willing to slow down if he has to for the rest of the team.
I think for Collect, it's a cool opportunity to just soak up as much knowledge as possible and really prove to the world how talented he truly is, right? Because he's had a lot of different opportunities on different teams, never quite teamed with Lucid before. And I feel like he's the biggest sort of question mark and wild card on the roster. Like if he can elevate to the potential that we know he has, because he shows it in different environments, whether it's playing with Shopify or whether it's playing in 2v2s, then I think this team could be a force, right? They could be a force to be reckoned with. So it really depends on,
you go driveway.
I mean, all of them got to elevate, but Collect specifically is somebody I got my eye on.
Yeah, Collect is like one of the highest ceilings that we have in the game, and
One shot arcade.
when he's playing his best, he can absolutely take over the
Still
game.
arcade
So
and one guy P1. One guy P1.
definitely keeping a close eye on him.
Nice. I'm coming back to B.
We'll make some color changes here,
One shot
chat.
B-rail, one shot tires.
Green is his team color.
And then B rail, B rail.
Purple is
Full
the
shields
enemy.
B rail.
Score looks jank. I fixed it. My bad. They were overlapping. I have two different sets of scores and two different sets of names, and I just needed to close those out. So it's 8-4. Chat is the score. No ball time just yet. Just got the Witnesses Streets ball. And again, I'm glad this is in
APM,
rotation, man.
or
Streets
like
got
Evo.
a huge glow up, I think, with the new settings, right? Being King of the Hill, Slayer, and
Gotcha.
Oddball. Well deserved.
Yo, trash?
Thankfully, no strongholds.
steps,
I feel like
steps.
strongholds on this map is so rough.
One shot B steps.
Said bring Eli back. Oh, there he
You guys
is.
spawn PD or B?
I think we got him.
Yeah.
There, chat. You
back.
happy?
I spawned A, I spawned A.
Here, wait. I'm gonna throw you
Hello.
up. I'm gonna throw you up in the
I'm-
top corner. You were getting
Yeah,
comfortable,
just
right? You're like, oh wait, let me sit up
No
in
one
my
plans
chair.
it.
Wait, let me sit up.
Hear that, hear
Stop
that,
looking
hear
like
We
a
got
shrimp.
3 cameras on the screen, baby. Let's go.
that. Yo, one shot plant, two shot plants, two shot plants.
There you go, chat.
He's dead, he's dead. Yo, back A, back A, back
That
A.
emote is amazing,
Yeah,
Susan.
yeah. Nice shots. I'm looking at your. I have cross up.
Bro, Dab, that is inappropriate, but I'm gonna allow it anyway.
You're good. Still holding you.
Dav, can you? Never mind. Never mind, man.
I'm still holding you.
All right.
Back A and then.
Let's go, Zach. Thank you for the $2.
back off.
$1 per
Go,
phase
go,
win.
go,
Oh
shot.
shit. I mean, well, I'll take it, bro. Thank you, Zach.
And main ramp just running through.
So many
I'm
boys.
These guys
listening-
bottom C.
I know.
One guy's just playing front side.
Uh,
Play it, play it, play it.
Lucid's comms
I can turn that up for
to
you.
hear if
one
he's
spawner?
similar to Optic Lucid, because I feel like Optic Lucid was in such command of his
He's dead, he's
team.
dead.
Very authoritative.
Yeah. And I think
Get
that
back Mando should be one shot. Back Mando's weak.
honestly, Trippy splitting from Lucid
Yeah.
made Trippy a better player because
Still
he
there.
then stepped up to kind of
Still be real,
become
still be
that
real.
guy
I
on
agree with
this
that.
4 of a kind roster.
Trippy had to elevate for sure.
He didn't hit it, didn't hit it.
But how do the rest of this team play around
Yo, camo. I'm trying to
Lucid's
stay alive,
command
kid. I'm
now,
trying to stay alive.
right?
Play,
Yeah.
this very
yeah. Stay alive, stay alive.
strong presence? I think Penguin
Yo, main ramp chasing.
and
Got you,
Falcated might
got you.
be 2 of the best supportive casts that he could have asked for. I think Collect actually
Yeah.
is just like the perfect wild card player to round out the squad. So I do like
Yeah.
the makeup of this squad.
There's a good composition here. I think people just weren't ready for it. They don't know what to think of it just yet. And the inconsistent
shots, too,
start is definitely not been a positive, but I
Spot A.
think over time this team could become a real force, and we might be starting to see it right now, even with the contention here. Zach, thank you for the 5, by the way, brother.
Be
I
real,
definitely
be real,
didn't
be real.
miss it. 5 YouTube
Three shots,
gifted, and welcome new
One shot, be real,
YouTube
one shot, be real.
subscribers.
Push.
You guys have been going crazy there, man. That means a lot.
Still here, still here. Tires,
Lucid's
tires.
oddball work,
Tires
I
weak.
think, was pretty nice there earlier. We kind of
B steps, I
it's
think.
old news now, but just his
B
ability to
steps.
rotate and make sure he's still in the fight, I think, is a big part of their 43 seconds
I
they
liked-
currently have.
I liked his use of the Harry Potter jump or whatever people are calling that, the new
Like
jump
crash
added
or
at the
whatever?
bottom of B
There's 2 guys
steps.
B. 2 guys
Oh,
B.
that one,
Driveway
yeah,
and
yeah.
B. Driveway and B. We can
That
maybe
nobody
run
really uses to jump up because it forces you to clamber, so it's actually like disadvantageous to use it. But he used it to kind of throw off his opponent in the middle of a gunfight.
Off angle, yeah.
Tough. Yeah, I thought that was a
yeah.
pretty
There was a guy
creative
B
usage
earlier still.
there.
That jump is deceptively difficult.
B
Like,
steps,
it
B
looks
steps, B
very
steps.
straightforward,
Look
but
at me,
there's
look at me,
little nooks and things on the wall that'll
Traded
kind of
him.
bump
Four
you
dead,
off.
four
So you have
dead.
to be very disciplined with your approach to it. A lot of these jumps, you really got to
Two alive.
spend a little bit of time, you know, no pressure, making
Yeah, I
sure you
gotta
figure
do
out the
that
kinks
too.
because
Yeah.
it'll pay
Nice
off.
one, D.
Lucid
They're
definitely
good
has
left,
that
good left.
down, and I find he's more consistent than most with that jump
Yo,
specifically.
heaven.
I think, and this is kind of a random
can we kill
side
this guy?
tangent
Can we
along
kill
the
this guy?
same lines as like M and K
Yeah,
players
yeah.
actually have even harder time with those
Definitely.
precise jumps
Oh, yeah.
because
So,
they can't
nade
like
behind it.
subtly
Nade behind you.
tip the joystick to walk
I'll grab
slower.
all.
Like it's either 0 or 100, right? So, or they could quickly tap it, which just makes
Very
it even more
Drop that and
difficult.
fighting. Drop that and fighting.
I think those are one of the like unsung advantages of controller that people don't really talk about or respect is just the micro movement on the left stick. Like that's low key
Yeah.
where the
There
skill
might
gap
be- there might be some-
lies a lot of time. Holy beautiful work. I
What
mean, Lucid.
reaction!
Jesus.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
so
I stayed
clean.
one shot.
Bro looking like
That's two
freaking
dead,
Iron Man.
two
He's got
dead.
like a backup
Keep
strategy
milking,
for
keep
everything that's coming at him. That was actually crazy. But
Yeah, good nade.
it's
good
the
nade.
micro movements,
Super
right?
weak,
And
super
Lucid
weak.
displaying that,
Yo,
I
came
think,
on 10,
too.
guys.
How you use your left stick to just
that,
tiptoe
Charlie
around
C.
corners, hit skill jumps, and barely get around edges and angles as you
Go B
evade.
steps, precision. Two guys be rail.